Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on the YouTube chart. Hello and welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast, now with less sailors. You're listening to the dulcet tones of Maffew, Ross, and the very happy Jack at groaning at the noise. Are you upset that we're not dressed as sailors?
It's all right because me and Ross did the post pay-per-view weekend review on Monday, and Ross and Joel weren't dressed as sailors then, so I'm normal services. Normal services review.
I'm very happy to hear that, pal.
Please watch that, everybody. SmackDown review, Double or Nothing review, Saturday Night's Main Event review is all within that Monday podcast.
And we're very... There's a lot of opinions. We hated SmackDown. We loved a lot of Double or Nothing, though. Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Show of the year. So
Wait, you were positive about Double or Nothing.
Yeah,
but I don't understand.
Ross said show of the year. And
I don't understand. The Observer was critical. We get all our opinions from two people.
Ross said show of the year, and I looked back through the card, and I was like, it was at the time it was very long in that, but looking back at certain matches, I was like, he might have a point. I don't know if I can disagree.
Wow, you'll be shocked to hear that. I also had the exact same opinion. Yes, pretty much generally. Very, 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 very good show.
All right,
the tide's turning it. We're in AEW podcast again.
The feeling is back.
Yeah.
If they took the FTR and Nigel match out and the match before the main event, the Paragon match, yeah, I think it's a lock. But I guess actually your only criticism is the fact it was a little bit too long.
Yeah,
but that's been the criticism of them forever and ever. And I liked FTR's match because they were proper dickheads.
They were dickheads.
They were good at that. Yeah.
It's a shame that Nigel McGuinness was presented as a master wrestler. This person. It's like you're a commentator for like most of the audience.
I think it was.
And here you are, toe to toe. I was trying to say hair for
It
hair
had
or
former
something.
Ring of Honor world champion in his name slate. Pure champion as well was mentioned. We know he does it or did it.
They were explaining the V's on commentary. Excalibur
Jack
explained
wasn't even born when that was a thing.
Excalibur explained it to Taz because Taz was doing his thing or whatever, and he was like, that's actually an offensive thing in the UK, similar to our middle finger. And Taz was like, really? He just had no clue.
Yeah, doesn't that come from? Was it the
Argent
English?
Corps.
Yeah, when they mocked the French because we cut their fingers off, so they couldn't use a crossbow.
No.
Mark one and two things.
When the French, I sound like a history teacher now. When the French captured the English archers,
Yes.
they would cut their fingers off so they couldn't archery anymore.
Oh yeah. There we go.
But then when we bloody won, Argent Corps,
You listening?
That was like us going, still got them way, which is
Right.
quite good. I think it's quite funny. Medieval bandit.
Look, we've got our fingers.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And French are like,
Apparently.
so do we. Oh,
But we'd won.
yeah.
Come on.
Because you won't have them for very long, huh?
Yeah, we got our fingers back.
Yeah,
That's right. Making England great again. With our fingers.
That battle to bring it back to the podcast, it fingered everybody.
It fingered everybody.
Yeah, right. Oh, but that's first. It really did. Great battle.
Good times.
I assume they weren't.
Oh yeah, almost certainly not.
Should we get to the news?
Go on then.
Go on, Maffew.
Go on then. We've had the Argent Corp reference. Have to get the rest of them. There is shock and frustration, two bad things, over WWE moving WrestleMania 42 away from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yeah,
New Orleans.
I
Tried there.
I'm frustrated.
It's only emerged on Thursday night that Mania 42, because the podcast was no longer planned for New Orleans, and the show instead go back to Vegas for a second year in a row. By God, because apparently they realized, wait, we made how much money this year doing Vegas? Why don't we stay here?
So people have noticed that a lot of things that are happening in WWE these days feel like TKO decisions rather than Triple H decisions or WWE decisions.
Because UFC loves
This
Vegas.
very much feels like a TKO decision. And did you see Triple H's like statement explaining, but like, trying to put like a positive spin on it?
It's all about the game and how you play it.
I felt the gun pointed at him
Yeah,
beyond the lens.
exactly. He was like stood there all like, and we're delighted to announce we'll be back to Vegas, but don't worry, New Orleans, you'll get Money in the Bank. And they're getting the Money in the
You'll
Bank.
get whichever company we bought at that point.
Yeah.
Is Ring a Super Show.
He didn't seem happy.
You know, I'm watching the Champions League coverage on television, right, in the football world, and they have the Champions League Stadium, this mythical thing that's only in like the intro to the Champions League football shows. Build a WrestleMania stadium in the desert of Vegas. That's they have it there every year.
No, don't have it there.
They've got enough money to do that exact thing.
It makes no difference to
Part
us.
of the charm of Vegas. No, but part of the charm of Vegas, part of the charm of WrestleMania is that it travels around. There was a brief few hours after it was announced that it wasn't going to be New Orleans anymore. Everyone went, "It's going to be London. It's going to be London."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "That's pretty good."
Yeah.
And then I wasn't feeling so sorry for New Orleans anymore. And now I do again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I've seen a lot of Americans complaining about this, but to us, we're like, yep.
Same for us,
Well,
isn't it?
I'm like, just walk. It's not that far away on the map. WWE have counter-programmed AEW's biggest show of the year. It being announced today, would you believe it? Well, of all the days and times, the Great American Bash, the NXT show, will air on the afternoon of that time. Tony Khan looked pretty okay, actually. He was quite moderate in his response to this when asked about it on the post-pay-per-view Q&A session, what it's called, about the, what they called it, scheduling, bastarding, that's it. It's pretty consistent. I'd say it's the most consistent event head-to-head scheduling I've ever seen since JCP, Jim Crockett Promotions. So a lot of scheduling that went that way. I can tell you this will go a lot differently than that did.
Oh, but it's measured.
And then he took a sip of his coffee.
He's making it.
And everyone cheered.
Let's just say we're the biggest thing since, essentially, making it positive for his own company.
Bangai's like, yeah, like that happened with JCP, and you're waiting for people to go, and that died, remember?
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
AEW's not going to die soon.
No.
And I can't imagine that.
Breaking news, AW has just died. We might as well with these bloody podcasts.
It could be worse, I suppose. I mean, you've just got to sort of expect it to happen. And I suppose it's a good sign. You're a real competitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very condescending, isn't it, really?
No, as in, if they didn't even bother doing it, it would be condescending.
Yeah, there'll be knobouds out there going, they don't.
Oh, yeah, that's what you mean.
The
yeah.
WWE do not consider AEW competition. Well, the evidence is there on the contrary, sir.
Just realised that's going to be a busy weekend of wrestling coverage, isn't it?
Yeah, great.
Yep.
Like every weekend.
There's like 4 shows on.
What's the other ones?
Well, there's Evolution,
Oh, Evolution. That was the one.
Saturday night's main event,
Yeah.
Great American Bash, all in.
Is Evolution?
When's Worlds Collide?
Next week.
That's on the
That's next
same.
week.
That's
When-
on the same weekend as
Money
in the Bank.
I can't keep up, me.
It
too
showed
much.
like, here's what this coming. It was like that bloody, the football is airing. It's never ending. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Speaking of the football, my goodness me. Sorry, I've already.
Oh, how are you feeling, by the way?
I'm just. It's still not sunk in. Oh my god.
It's marvellous that we got Champions League.
It is. That's what I was talking about. Newcastle got Champions League.
We're lost and still got in there.
My mate Alex Air from North Wrestling. He messaged me saying it feels like
Double A.
it feels like It feels like in Mike Bassett when England qualified because Luxembourg have not beaten like. But he was still happy, you know. He'll take it. You've got to take it.
Oh, you'll absolutely.
Yeah.
Imagine that Man United winning and Newcastle benefiting.
Yeah.
Imagine saying that in 1996.
It's like the two-man power trip.
Man United 6, don't worry. Man United's going to die horribly
Oh,
before your
God,
very
it's
eyes.
mad.
Another reason to live. Very happy. The Reese wellness policy is very serious business, with fines and suspensions for talent that break the rules of the agreement. MVP was asked about this, and he said, well, when the wellness policy started at WWE, initially they only tested for steroids and hard drugs. They did not test for cannabis. Then, as I recall, all the pill heads started complaining. Hey, those guys get to smoke weed. So they added cannabis, but it wasn't a suspension. It was just a $1,000 fine. At that point, I was on the rocket ship. I was making ridiculous money, especially for me at that time.
Who says this? Sorry.
MVP.
Okay.
If they test us once a month and the fine is $1,000, that's $12,000 a year. I went to John Laurinaitis and said, "Can I just give you a $12,000 check for the year? I'm gonna smoke." Eventually, they bumped the fine up to $2,500. It was me and 3 of the guys. I won't bring their names up. Well, okay, Kendrick and London are 2 of them. Because they've also, he's also said the same thing.
Oh,
but
right.
we would check to see who was in first place. Finally, I guess who had to pay the most. Finally, after a couple of $2,500 fines, plus the numerous $1,000 fines, I could have bought a new car for those fines for weed. So I finally stopped smoking for a while.
Wow.
Well, that's a shame. You got to relax somehow, haven't you? When you're on the road, I assume.
Right, isn't that just like doing a paying for Netflix without adverts then? Like, oh, go on then. And I thought that would be the funniest bit of news to end on, but no. Matt Cardona pitched for John Cena to be his mystery opponent at the People vs. GC Dub from the Hammerstein Ballroom earlier this year.
Oh, hey.
Cena turned him down.
If you don't ask. Shy Ben.
Shy Ben's
Yeah.
I would love Cody or Cena. I pitched Cena to wrestle me at Hammerstone because I had this mystery opponent. I reached out, I threw a Hail Mary. Obviously, he couldn't do it, but I tried.
Fair play
Bless
to him.
him.
That shows why he is where he is today.
Yes.
Because of just grafting like that. Fair
Exactly,
enough.
yes.
Yeah.
Headlining GC Dub and every few weeks going, yes, I'd love to come back to WWE.
I'm surprised they've not brought him back.
I am a bit as well. NXT's made for him,
Yeah.
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 just not the death bit. The Match King.
Oh,
Great-
yeah,
Great
yeah.
gimmick.
Yeah, there you go. Why is there a big gap here? No, leave it, sorry. And that is the news.
More news in the podcast stream. There's a new bug up there. And there's
Oh!
the one that was Eddie.
Oh, is that
It's
still
Oh,
there?
that's the
Yeah,
build
okay.
for that wrestler on AEW Dynamite.
Oh, good. Lovely.
We all look to see it as well. Fantastic stuff, because we're not moving the cameras. You can come here.
Already did.
Joel, no, I'm joking.
Jack's not a fan of them, I don't think.
I'm all right. Once we'd stopped talking about it on the last podcast, I don't think I thought about him anymore. Spiders
For the longest 5 hours
honestly,
of Jack's life now.
It's not spiders for me. It's wasps and bees. I know bees are nice. I know bees aren't.
Can't trust them though.
Well, they've got a stinger, haven't they? You know.
Yeah. This is pro-bee propaganda.
Yeah.
It's being put out by the bees.
It was just from a pictures video where there was a tiny green fly, and for some reason I was scared. I don't know why.
Of a green fly.
This
isn't the mythical green fly that
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
talking
yeah. I knocked my microphone over trying to swat it away.
I don't think there's ever been a longer conversation about one specific green fly in the history of human.
I got a little fright because Ross went to move it off and he was touching it with his finger and it was just, it was like the Iron Man in the Royal Rumble. It was just hanging on and I was like, oh!
The more dangerous thing there is getting contact on these mic things.
That's true.
Because that's like 6 or 7 years of spit from however many different people.
I thought you were just going to single out one person from Tom.
yeah. Be all right if it was Sam spit. You know that Tom spit.
Well, Sam spits taste great.
What?
Oh, yeah, if anyone would know, it'd be you.
Oh, yes, of course. The news?
So, sorry, look, we need a break. Come on, look, you're right, man.
Oh yeah.
We can take you to Virgin Island and make you happy.
Say some things out loud, you know. We were talking about Virgin Islands before we went
That was
live
before
today.
we had started.
Yeah.
That just sounded so out of context.
No, yeah. There's a new Channel 4 series where virgins get taken to an island and given their first sexual exploits with a lady who was like guiding them through what to do.
Yeah, it sounds awful.
Sounds like it is an awful program. Kayla should
Yeah, and they're all built like Mrs. Doubtfire. Fantastic.
Oh, goodness.
Not all of them.
Oh, goodness
Hey.
me.
One looks like Demi Moore,
Wow.
which is ironic. Allegedly. We'll stop there.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what you mean.
Hall of Fame!
Hall of Fame!
Hey, look, our lawyer's coming in to say, please stop talking.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
Arr, the Hall of Fame. Let's have a look in condescending order. The classic British sitcom called Allo Allo, 8%. I did a mistake in watching all of them in one long sitting, and by the end I'm like, I hope the Germans kill them. Watch it once a week. It's fantastic. I don't know what the hell I was thinking there. The classic Walker's Lay's Crisps chips flavour, barbecue sauce / barbecue. What bloody hell? I mean,
Well, I was doing it for both sides of the Atlantic.
You really were covering all the bases. Absolutely fair enough. But of course, the classic dressing up as sailors thing pulled off by Maffew, Joel, and Ross on last week's podcast, 80 bastard percent.
80, wow.
80.
Wow. We got a lot of good compliments for that. So
Yeah,
it might have to become a recurring thing.
I was almost tempted to suggest doing another outfit today, but to be honest, it's been busy this week, so I forgot.
You know what? I started typing up, like, we should do, and I went, wait, no, I can't be asked to do that this week. So I stopped. But I was going to say, because I'm watching 2000 WCW and do that bit with Kiss Demon, and Norman Smiley ends up stealing his gear and becomes the Kiss Demon for a bit. And I'm like, should we just dress up as the Kiss Demon?
You should all be members of KISS, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
I don't know, Paul and Gene.
And Peter Criss
Yeah,
and Ace Frehley.
that's right. Well done.
Ace, hang on now.
I don't really...
Ace Frehley.
It's not his real, it's his stage name.
Yeah. Oh, they all stage names.
I think Gene Simmons is his stage name as well, yeah.
Oh,
He's got a
wow.
really,
Oh, I
like,
don't know
he's
about
got a really, like, Jewish American name,
Oh,
Gene
I
Simmons.
can't type. Joel is Googling.
I think he's called, like, I can't remember his name.
Oh,
Anyway, he's an arsehole, seems like Gene Simmons.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you're going to choose a stage name, though, why would you choose
I think that
Gene?
is his name, you know. I think Gene Simmons is his name.
I don't think it is. I think he's changed it legally to
Normally
Gene
have it in the
Simmons.
first line.
Shame Wits.
Yeah, Chaim.
Oh, yeah,
I think.
Chaim.
Yeah. Chaim. Yeah.
Oh, Haim.
I guess it's
Chaim.
Chaim,
Excuse
yeah.
me.
Bless you. Yeah, that was cool. So moving on from that, you won. We all won, but you won.
I'll go third this week because I forgot to send Joel what I want to nominate.
Oh,
okay.
So I'll get
step
that loaded
up,
up
I'll
now.
step
Yeah.
up.
Please,
I'll
I've got
step
my
up.
you go right ahead, Jack.
I mean, on Dynamite this week, there's a certain new stable in town.
Oh, we're getting
yeah.
already, are
We
we?
can say they're copying from the best.
Well,
That's all
I've
we
called
can say.
them the Gary to the Ash Ketchum that is Chase U.
Nice.
They
a
are
rival.
Yes, and
Right.
they wear blue instead of red as well.
Ah.
They are Stop looking at Ross's pick.
duh.
Yeah, what are you doing? Oh, I'm doing my pick now.
I can do
I'm digging mine.
I can
And
do
you're
two
walking-
things.
Maffew, you can't do two things at once.
Oh, that's right. It's
Why are you
impossible.
cool in the background, Joel?
Yeah,
Maffew?
there
Why
I
can't
go.
I
It's
just-
not-
I
it's
just
not
do Ross's
possible.
now then? Because he's not listening to mine, so watch the one that we're going to hear about in 5 minutes.
So, Jack, that new stable on AEW.
The frat house. The frat house of the stable.
It's scandalous what they're doing.
They're like a
AEW.
heel Chase U. But it's all names we know already. It's Preston Vance.
Yeah. Who last time we saw him on TV had been kidnapped. So I'm glad that's gone well for him.
It's Cole Carter, who also got
24, so he's the only one who could legitimately be like this, I think.
Come on. Who also
good
is
point, actually, yeah.
who also is was once kidnapped by Tony D. Well, thrown off a bridge or whatever.
That's right.
It's Griff Garrison,
Griff Garrison.
who fits the theme because he was doing like a high school cheerleader thing with
Years ago. So
Brian
he's
Pillman Jr.
obviously not doing very well there. He's been pulled
I'm
back in
so
the front
excited
of a
to see
year.
them back. And their mouthpiece is the oldest college student in the world.
Jesus Christ.
35 years.
Jacked Jameson. They're so good. I can't explain if you've not seen them. There was a vignette, Joel, and everything of them like partying in town the night before. And then he's like, we tried to find a new member in this town, but you're all weak little losers. I'm like, yeah!
Yeah.
It's
I'm
just
gonna
it-
watch
It
that.
felt so WCW. Like latter day
think?
WCW.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
of course it did.
Yeah. Okay.
It was amazing. I'm nominating the frat house. The Dark Matter, the Antichrist Chase You.
The Antichrist. The Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
To Chase You.
I wish I was
Wow.
in the frat house. They're so cool.
Oh, this is where it comes from. You aspire to be
Of course
there.
I do, yeah.
Were there frat houses
Win
at
or
that
lose.
place you went to?
You know, like the term win or lose were on the booze. Like the term, but they're American, so they just go win or lose, we booze. Then they lost comprehensively.
and the crowd go, boo, we'll give you booze.
I love that they lost as well. The fact they're losing is great as well. I love them.
Oh, a team like that can't win.
Oh, great! It's fantastic.
Chase, you won a few times.
They were the
What decade
they were,
was
the-
that?
They were the
It's been
baby
so long.
faces though. These lads, these are my new favorite stable in
Yeah.
all of wrestling.
Yeah, I do like the idea of having big dumb idiots that come and lose.
The frat house.
Yes.
Yes.
Just Bert Kreischer, isn't it?
In a way. Yeah.
Do you want to go?
No, I said I'll go third. I'm struggling to find one.
Oh, bless you. Right, okay. Joel, do you have the thing I sent you?
Hello,
You guys have
I
been doing
do.
such a great job on these quiz things you've been doing.
What's this?
All right.
Oh, no.
Guessing the thing
Oh,
by
no.
the thing.
Oh,
And
no.
we had
Oh,
a nice time. We had a nice time watching this on Twitch. By the way, no one cares about this bit, so get out of the way. I got the same result as you, so I was very happy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You should be getting all of them right, Maffew. With
You
yours.
think so? Oh, you know, it was the one that you Goldberg on the front cover. You're like, oh, right.
yeah.
Bloody hell.
That was the hardest one.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, just completely blanked that out. So we're on a nice time, and just you two guys being so happy and merry, but I was just not prepared for this reaction.
So we should say it's you have to guess who's
Oh, sorry,
on
for the audio. Yeah, sorry, for the people who don't watch this. So obviously the person's blanked out, and these two wonderful gentlemen have to guess who it is. And for audio listeners, Jack is writing down his answer, and he is about to be told that he's not got the right one. And his reaction is amazing.
What do I do?
I've never heard you sound like this before.
Oh no. I think it is, but I can't go for them. So
Why?
I'm going to go for someone else.
Why
I'll
can't-
explain once I've revealed.
Okay.
Well, I'm good.
I'm very confused.
3, 2, 1. It's The Rock again.
No! I fell for it. I
Look at him.
was Stone Cold. Steve
It's The Rock.
When did
you
Steve?
sneaky man.
Hang on. When did Steve ever wear sunglasses? He's
I thought
clearly
it
got
was- I thought it
sunglasses
was the
on.
brim of a hat. But sometimes he did wear a hat, didn't he?
You fell for my trick.
I hate you.
Doing his smelling his own farts.
Just, I've never heard you sound that
SmackDown game.
Geordie before.
Well, that was
Joey Tribbiani.
that was put on a
a
bit. Rock had the previous
That's
one
all
not been
real.
done.
Go at your heart, not your head,
Do we
Jack.
need?
Go at
Is
your
it done
heart.
now?
There he
No,
is.
you can stop it now. Sorry, it was just
explain.
Stuart Cool.
Stuart Cool is not what I'd really sound like.
You sound like someone doing an impression of you.
Even if I was hamming up a Geordie thing, I wouldn't go.
That's what I mean. I was
Stuart
like,
Cool.
you don't talk like that usually.
I'm not from the pit villages. That's sort of like an Ashington thing,
Ashington
isn't it?
thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
Stuart Cool.
Well, you'd say the word sub like Serb.
Yeah, there's the joke, isn't it? Go to an Ashington barbers, ask for a perm. And he goes, I wanted lonely as a clown. Yeah, you know. Do you know? Can you tell? Have you lived here long enough to be able to tell that different bits of the northeast have different like dialect?
Not
different-
really.
Okay,
They
fair
all
enough.
just blends into one.
Yeah,
but
fair. Like
not bad accents.
I can tell that Sarah Millican's from specifically my neck of the woods.
Oh really?
Yeah. She sounds like my auntie or something. It's mad.
Oh, she's great because I got her on the running app. Just like, keep on going. You're doing great.
That's good. It was such. I thought the reason I freaked out there is because I thought you were gonna just laugh at my getting No Mercy wrong, the most iconic wrestling game cover.
No, I mean, if you don't know, you don't know.
It's because the most annoying part is I did know. It's because Owen had just done the.
You got tricked. I was like, that was rather mean.
But to be fair, Ross didn't. Ross saw that coming.
I knew that
should
was
have done
there.
as well. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Then,
It's a professional game.
like 6 ones later, he throws the rock in again. Oh, he's a devil.
He's
Good.
a pesky little.
And you're friends with him, Joel. Me and Jack hate Owen. And you're friends with him.
Oh,
Says a lot about you.
I'd love to drag him along with the back of a car, hanging off. Stop the car, lad.
Jack, I can't believe.
Yeah. And that was just Scouse. He can't. He was just, it was just accent.
Yeah.
Owen's got a very mild Scouse accent, actually. He doesn't sound like Steven Gerrard.
Well, he did until you dragged him on the back.
Oh, yeah.
Ross, what have you got for us?
This week, everybody, Joel, it's there, the notification. While you're loading up, it was the legendary, historic Cooper's Hill cheese rolling and wake this week.
No, just click the cross.
Oh, yeah.
Make it full screen. So the video I saw on my Instagram Reels this week, where of course I see a lot of people hurting themselves, was called "Man Loses Control During Cheese Rolling Race." Do you want to watch the footage and then learn why we do this, or do the other way around?
Oh, we won't be able to hear you over the noise of people getting hurt.
But my God, this is incredible, the fall this man takes. Don't worry, he's circled, so you'll know which one to watch out for.
Oh, hell yeah. Here we go. Oh, cheese makes me lose control.
It is bad.
Mate, that's horrific. Mate, it's taller than the tree. He's dead.
Yeah, we're just laughing at death.
He's shoot dead.
I think he's alive.
He's alive.
I don't know.
Why are you doing that?
It's just...
Look how high he's above a tree.
Imagine, right?
He might. His
This
life.
happens-
You're supposed to hide these thoughts and feelings.
This thing happens every year, this cheese rolling
Well, they
malarkey.
can murder someone for the cheese god, did he? He sacrificed.
Every year. Not as bad as this, but
All
something
right,
like this
enough,
happens.
enough, Joe, please.
Are we allowed to show this?
Yeah.
Right, every year.
Ross, sometimes your thoughts can stay in the head. They don't have to come out.
I think he's fine.
We'd know if
It'd have
he's
been on the
dead.
news by
Yeah,
now if he
well,
Yeah,
perished.
he's fine. He'll just.
But every year something like that happens. But every year, the year after, people turn up and do it. Yeah. And then something like that happens, people go, whoa, I can't believe this. Why can't you believe it? Fantastic video.
For the love of the game. You
It's
gotta
the love of
respect
the
it.
cheese rolling
cheese.
The cheese won't forget.
Oh, so yeah,
God.
they throw a block of cheese, a wheel of cheese down a hill, and the first one to catch it at the bottom wins the cheese. I'm not too
I
sure.
think so. I think an ex-girlfriend of mine was from near that village.
Yeah, I think
It's
you've
like in
brought
the
this up before.
Cotswolds area,
Right.
sort of like Cheltenham. There are strange people down there. All right, everyone. Have you ever watched Our Country?
I think Clarkson's Farm. I think that's in the Cotswolds.
Is that yeah?
Oh.
That doesn't surprise me.
Fantastic.
Scary.
From the top of a hill, a 7 to 9 pound round of double Gloucester cheese is sent rolling down the hill, which is 200 yards and a slope of 50%, 26.6 degrees. Competitors then start racing downhill. The first person over the finish line at the bottom of the hill wins the cheese. So at least he won, I
Oh,
assume.
you don't catch the cheese. You've just got to
Just
get
got to
to the bottom.
get down there, yeah.
Oh, he won.
Oh, he's cheating then.
yeah,
The competitors aim to catch the cheese, however, is around 1 second head start. It can reach at high speeds, enough to knock over and injure a spectator.
That sounds like it's from experience, doesn't it?
Multiple races are held during the day.
Multiple.
Yeah, there are 7 races, 4 downhill races, 3 for the men's, 1 for the ladies, 3 uphill races, 2 for the children's, 1 for the mixed adults.
Wait a minute, how do you throw cheese up?
Oh, so that's like a safe one then.
Maybe it's
That's
on
like
a string.
That's like a.
Nah, just launching it. Go on, you get.
But
yeah, let's come back down.
That is one of-
so, how many people have died?
Canadian competitor Delaney Irving won the ladies' race in 2020, despite finishing unconscious. That's it. Imagine this. Like, did I win? You did. Yay!
It's like Rocky.
I didn't hear no bell.
Oh, we get to see the names of the people who've won. Let's go back to 1954. Michael Price, Eric Avant, L.K. Ellaway, and Hugh Atkinson are your winners.
Nice.
2025. I don't know if that's the same guy. Oh, German fellas won it 2 years in a row.
Oh, pathetic.
Tom Kopke is the reigning champion of the... What's in the first?
Cheese rolling's
these,
coming over.
These bloody foreigners coming over here taking our cheese.
Hey, damn.
And also...
it's good stuff.
Goodness. Oh, we'll end it there. Watch it one more time, Joel.
Yeah.
Because
I do wanna
I was
watch
trying
it
to find the view I saw on Instagram was from the side of the hill, so you see how high he goes as well as how much he somersaults in the air. I hope he's alive after all this. I really don't know.
God, I
I
hope
think
so.
we would have
It
heard.
would have been on the news, wouldn't it? But this is. Imagine knowing this is going to happen, but do it anyway.
Oh, and he takes it on his head.
He just disappears.
Face. Oh, good. I landed on my face. Oh, once, and I'm going to do it again just to make sure.
It looks by the last final little flip, it looks like it's been sped up artificially. That's how fast he's going.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, the side
Oh,
view. If you can find the side view, it's incredible.
It's when he shoots someone in the head and Hitman. It's like the same body physics.
Matthew, not the first Hitman reference in the podcast this week. I'll have you know.
Not the first one.
I've made a sorry, not the last one.
That makes way more sense. I'm with you.
I've made a little cheeky Hitman reference.
Oh,
in
you are all cheek. That's why we like you.
wow.
Yeah. Wow. Where do we even go from there? I thought Faces of Deccan brought up by Tom Segura on Raw was like
That's very
odd that you hear
that's
old
very-
snuff film
That's
references.
very Tom Segura of Ross, actually, because
Horrible-
doesn't he enjoy watching
horrible or hilarious
worse
is
than
the
that?
game, yeah.
Yeah.
So would you call that horrible or hilarious? No, and he survived.
That's a mixture, that one.
Yeah, I would say it's hilarious. 'Cause he
Not
survived.
seeing him land makes it worse
Right.
because your brain is filling in the gaps.
Yeah.
2 people taken to hospital this year.
Okay. If he wasn't one of them,
I mean, that guy's wearing a white t-shirt, so it wasn't him. The
Some of these-
devastation.
It just shows there's photos
It
of like
looks-
people running. That looks like the
it
song.
looks like Saving Private. Yeah, it looks really bad.
German YouTuber Tom Kopke, who won the men's race for the second year in a row, told the BBC the slope was dry and unforgiving. Really? Well, the driver, I guess. That's a bit of
One of them
That was also how he described the cheese.
there was an air ambulance sent for one of them.
I assume him.
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
Gotta be.
And the woman who won the race says, "I don't like cheese."
Oh, just for the love of the game. I respect that. Wow.
What a silly thing.
Yeah.
Yes, this podcast is Ross. I agree.
It's like that village that turns into a big, like, almost like rugby match. For
Oh,
one day,
yeah,
Shrove
yeah.
Tide or whatever. Yeah. And they just throw one ball around. It's just hundreds of lads chasing one ball.
Yeah.
YouTubers have started going, though. I'm quite interested to see if there's a backlash against, because loads of content creators go now and go like, look, I'm here at the thing. You imagine the locals just like, get out.
Away days were there, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. I messaged him just the other day.
Oh.
Because when Leeds got promoted, he was like, see you in the Premier League. And I was like, I don't think so. And then I had to be like, as it turns out.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be a hard season next season.
So, oh, bloody hell. So we got, mine is Jack's saying, Stone Cool.
Is that how you want it written down?
Staring Carrolled.
Jack's funny reaction. Something like that. Something that promises both Jack and humour. I think people will like. Jack, yours is...
The frat house.
right, AEW's The Frat House.
Yes.
And Ross's is, how you man dies.
Cheese roll man death.
Oh, it's a great album.
I was going to say, what a song. Yeah. You know that Simpsons episode where Homer falls down the gorge? It's a bit like that. Homer.
Oh, yeah. When
Gay Homer.
When Ashington Homer. Yes, Springfield Gorge, yes.
Yes. Gorge.
I can't wait for
Gorgeous. Like the people go to patreon.com.
Oh, God.
/Cultaholic. Are you ready? You still thinking about it, aren't you?
It's the 2 rotations in midair that got me. From side on, it's even better.
I've got my lasers ready. Sorry.
Don't shoot yourself.
Reno. what? Reno. Noah Anderson.
Anderson. I did the mic coming down there from the
Good.
rafters.
That's checking the balls.
Anderson.
Levine.
Anderson.
Oh.
Levine the room.
Going in for the kill. Doing it for the thrill.
Jimmy Gillen.
Gillen.
Wait, Joel just went, oh, you've got headphones on. I'm sorry.
No, it was beautiful.
Gillen! Boom!
Shout, the best.
No, I moved away. I moved away from the mic like Tay Zonde. The best a man can get.
Tear of grace.
Feel those tears on your grace. No one else can feel them for you. Only Brett can let them in. He likes cats.
He likes
He
cats.
loves cats, doesn't he?
He does.
Goes to Cat Island, he does. To No.
Lord Bushi.
Hey, Bushi, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Lord Bushi. Hey, Lord Bushi.
Hey, Kendrick Alltop.
Hey now, Kendrick Alltop on the patron.
Now the next line.
Tay 2.
Na, 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 na. Joe Tate's 2.
Don't be. Okay.
Theo de Havilland.
Oh, it's Theo de Havilland. Oh, it's Theo de Havilland. Havilland.
And finally, BS Loan 9003.
Still work in progress in it. I've got mine written down. 9003. That's the magic number. Initial B. They're not a bumder.
Oh, yeah.
Slowness funding. The culty patron.
Oh, is it good?
Yes, they are. That's great.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, they'll get there. They've all kind of.
It's trying to rhyme number, innit? That's the difficulty.
Yeah.
And I've settled on bumder.
They've all got.
Bringing it back.
They've all kind of grown organically, haven't they? They'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll work it out
They'll be all
eventually.
right. Yeah.
Good God.
Or we'll die before we do.
Yeah. Who knows?
One of the two.
Fingers crossed. Thank you very much. Have fun voting. R.I.P. the cheese man.
He might be alive. He is alive. Would have seen it on the news.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
Ah.
Now, do you want to do Battleground first, or do you want to do Raw first? Because Battleground would go into NXT if we did it that way, but obviously Battleground came first.
Ooh. Chronologically. I think.
Okay, fair enough.
Chronologically.
NXT Battleground, which came first.
Actually, it's WWE Battleground. I was saddened at the opening video package. WWE Battleground.
Ah, I didn't even believe
It's
that.
shocking, isn't it? Be proud of those 3 letters.
Counter programming.
For NXT.
Yeah.
No, as in trying to get people to not watch AEW. They'll think
yeah.
it's a real, like a proper PLA.
Yeah.
It could be.
The dark arts, the dark forces.
They're at work.
Yeah. The show opens with Sol Rucker versus Kalani Jordan for the North American title. Zarya saves Sol from the split-legged moonsault and gets ejected from ringside. The champion retains with a soul snatcher from the tippy-top rope.
Hell of a finish. Needs to be said first and foremost. See a lot of split opinion online of, oh, it's too contrived to be a wrestling maneuver. I'd say it's wrestling in 2025.
Tell them.
Tell him, baby. I thought this match was really obviously laid out spot by spot by spot, and the lasses had to follow spot by spot by spot to the letter of the script that was written for them, or put together by them. I don't know who did the match.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because there was a bit in the middle. There was a takedown by Sol where Kalani was on the run, and you could see Kalani sort of dragging her leg behind her like she was trying to win a penalty in the Premier League, so Sol could lock it on and do the next spot they had written down on the thing. Withstanding that, though, I thought it was fantastic from start to finish.
I had this match ruined for me by those cooling net people, because they pointed out the very things that Ross has said there, the sort of slightly choreographed, contrived nature of it, and I couldn't enjoy it then. I just couldn't do it.
Wow.
But you?
Oh, I just thought you guys would be full of more praise than that. I mean, obviously you did say some positive things, but it's just...
They're both amazing athletes in that, but I think also they're both relatively inexperienced, and that's
True.
There wasn't a Bret Hart in this match to guide them through.
To your point.
But I don't think they messed anything up. I think it was like Ross says,
right.
it was always the way the match was laid out anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not their fault. I just couldn't enjoy it as much.
They're both so similar. I think that was the issue. Their styles.
Yeah, I thought that's why I thought they gelled rather nicely. I can fully understand what you're saying. I thought it was a great display of wonderful spots from Sol Rucker. I put, hell yeah, keep that up and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because there's times on NXT that she's tried to do a spot for spot and then forgot what comes next, and it's all gone a bit higgledy-piggledy.
Yeah.
But here, she nailed everything. So
How does she normally do the Soul Snatcher? Because they acted like it was a different...
She runs up the ropes and around.
But she was already on top.
Yeah.
So it had a bit more... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But on top of that, she does have the X Factor to Sol Rucker, and she showed this by doing the X Factor off the top rope.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, Kalani landed face first, and a horrible bump for her to take, but she was fine, much like
yeah.
Cheese Man on the hill.
I thought Kalani showed quite a lot of personality. We always say, like, she's not that natural on the mic and stuff. But when she's demonstrating her charisma in the ring, I think she's pretty good at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought in the match as well, there was a line from Vic on commentary where he says, "That's a 10 from the judge," or something like that. And I was like, that's symptomatic of what we're watching.
Yeah,
here,
don't
Vic.
say that, Vic.
Don't
Come
say
on
that,
now.
Vic. It's heightening what these naysayers will want to say about this matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was, again, the reversals at the end there. Sol getting out the Poison Rana. I'm glad she did have written down. She was literally stood there on the turnbuckle with Kalani on her shoulders for too long to have the move happen. Oh, I am scathing about this match. But it was impressive what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that type of thing doesn't bother me more because a lot of that seems set up anyway. But I guess it's the art of making it look more natural. But this is what NXT's for some of the wrestlers. So, yeah, fair enough. Backstage, we see Ava meeting, oh, God, how do you pronounce it? Darlies?
Oh, I think it's either Dallas or Dallas. I can't remember which one it is.
Chick Tormentor and friend from AAA.
And friend?
Well, just so I didn't have to say the name.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you go.
Elsewhere, TNA's Mike Santana is interviewed by Sarah Schreiber. He's coming for the TNA World title, so he wants to face the winner of Henry versus Trick. He's interrupted by the NQCC, minus Miles Bourne, who's obviously preparing for his match. Charlie Dempsey thinks Santana is just another outsider who doesn't belong in NXT. Santana doesn't like this, but Tavian Heights is more respectful. He wants a match on this week's NXT against Santana, who agrees. We also see Fallon Henley and JC Jane argue in the background throughout the segment.
Who went on to argue for around about 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Because they were still arguing in a backstage segment later on. And then I was at the time thinking, we've got too many tag teams who are arguing, just split them up. But long-term, 3-day storytelling.
Yeah.
Of the highest order from Chef Michaels here. They got us, they did. Those evil, saucy ladies got us, lads.
But yes, they did. I'll save it for.
This is dialogue grip from Virgin Islands.
Those evil saucy ladies got us.
Yeah. So
They are pretty saucy, to be fair.
Yeah.
Wait, one would hope so.
Feels wrong that you're in the room with them, watching.
Yeah.
I put, hi Santana, that TNA expansion is going well. Yeah, just slowly taking over, brick by brick.
Yeah. They've already bought them months ago. This is just my reckless.
But I wouldn't be surprised if you were right, though.
Yeah. But yeah, that sets up stuff. Despite interference from Izzy Dame, the team of Josh Briggs, Hank, and Tank win a 6-man tag against the Cullen. The heels beat the faces down after the bell. Sean Spears tells Izzy Dame to go get a chair, but she's stopped by Yoshiki Nomura. What are you doing here?
I can't believe he's back.
He's back.
Yes.
It's back. It's been 2 weeks.
It's like when Butterfree came back to save Ash.
Oh,
So many
you're on the
I don't
pot
know
on this week,
if
aren't
he
you?
did that or not, but Butterfree makes a future appearance, certainly.
I hope so, yeah.
Yes.
He hit somebody with a steel chair. He helps the faces clear the ring and everybody's happy. Again, it was 2 weeks.
And
You never thought he was going to see him again.
And they were a tag team for like a month, weren't they? It's like it's just,
Yeah, it didn't quite get the pop I think they were going for. It was like, yeah, wait.
Their bond was so strong.
it wasn't though, was it?
Yes, it was.
He went over his for a
Give
little
him a jacket.
sleepover. He gave him a jacket in return. They teamed together for a couple of matches. Then he went back home.
Yeah.
And now he's
Sometimes-
back because he left something.
I will admit that sometimes Shawn Michaels' storylines don't feel quite earned.
Right.
But, we'll
They
see
used
more
to-
of that on the Tuesday episode.
They used to back in the day, but it's an epidemic breaking out in the shed. These storylines are just there's the finish there.
Well, in this case, from what happened later on, it seems like Triple H has gone, I need this person and this person, do something.
Yeah.
And he's gone, oh.
Yeah, the highlight of this match for me was Graves' description on Hank and Tank at the start. These guys could get lost in their own hotel rooms. I was not too keen on this, but what did you think?
Should have been on TV. This was not a PLE standard matchup. That being said, I thought Hank sold his arse off, and Nico Vance, the head first bump on the ring post, was good for a big, bodacious belly boy like Hank. When the match got going, we were watching Hank's big, bad body drop and JB's moonsault and the double stomp dominator with the questionably slow count. And I was like, yeah, this is bodacious. That's a sentence I've written down.
Say what you see.
And I was like, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this is bodacious. I was sat in my living room on my own writing that down. That's how sad I am. JB's
In the
JB's clothesline from hell that set up the finish for Hank and Tank on BJ was mint. He was probably JB. Pronouns pal was probably the man of the match for me. That's an old Jim Rossism, isn't it? Pronouns pal. Yeah.
But I do enjoy Hang and Tank's comebacks towards the end of a match when they rip their shirts off. It's always great. They didn't take everything from the Hardy Boys, but they learned how to show fighting spirit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And make those girls scream, baby.
yeah.
Take those shirts off. Ah!
That was more of a screaming terror, I suppose.
I do that when I see the Culling on TV as well. God.
The Culling were fine foils here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dangerous times, though.
Yes.
They're circling around War Tatum, which is Geordie speak for our Tatum.
Thank you. But
Just
War
to check.
Tatum would be a good wrestling name.
Yeah.
War.
War Tatum.
Tatum.
Yeah. just a bunch of spots. Oddly, though, I'm realising this match, every match in NXT seems to have to go really, really, really quick. Even with guys who aren't really built for that.
Well, like fast-paced.
Yeah, they're trying to wrestle as quickly as humanly possible.
Shawn
Like,
Michaels.
yeah.
No, he never did that, though. He had proper long matches, didn't he?
His comeback would be, but he...
But he was famously quite good. Yeah.
I've heard that rumour. In Murray back. That's nice.
Oh.
No notes there. That's all I put. Ethan Page does a backstage interview. Everybody thinks Ricky Saints is the coolest guy in NXT, but on the inside, he's deeply insecure. Ricky was a fool for giving Page another title shot. Ava interrupts Page to inform him that their match will open the next episode of NXT. Page thinks that's great news, but Ava tells him to stop talking. Whoever wins that title will defend it at Worlds Collide.
Ava.
A lot of TV stuff on this PLE.
Yes. Ava has been, in this particular storyline, insufferable. More than usual. She said something to him. She went, as punishment, you're going to have to open the show. Ugh. And he went, that's great. I can beat him up for longer. I hate him. And she went, I wasn't finished. But she was finished, man. She just stopped talking.
It's manipulation of the highest order.
Yes. Like her dad.
Yes, just like her dad. But at least we had Ethan Page with the Dharmas on, showing that he was in an evil mood for this upcoming matchup. But yeah, you shouldn't want to wish harm on Ava. But I was thinking, get her in the match. So Ethan and Ricky could give her a suplex or two, you know?
Right. She'll come out like Ken Shamrock at WrestleMania 13.
Oh, she's not allowed to mention him in her house, surely. Her dad will get flashbacks. He'll be like, no.
Oh, yeah. Tony D takes on the pathetic Snake Stacks.
Did I?
Snake Stacks would be another good wrestling name.
Pathetic Snake.
War Tatum's got a friend. Midway through the match, Stacks looks for his crowbar under the apron, but it's been moved. Tony has the match won and prepares to finish Stacks off. He tells Stacks he made his bed. Now it's time to lay in it. The Spinebuster connects, but Luca Crucifino appears at ringside.
But he's dead! How is he there?
Well, he wasn't dead.
God!
They're not very good killers, are these Maffew? Pretty deadly, were all right.
They've got a decent, about 25% hit rate. 2 dimes.
2 Dimes must have just fell going for cheese or something else. Must have,
He's in the frat house, lads.
yeah.
It's Cole Carter, sorry. It's Cole Carter.
2 different
What are
men.
you talking about? Yeah. This distracts Tony the ref because, again, he is supposed to be dead. Stacks hits a low blow and wins the match. Luca gets in the ring and tries to hug a beaten Tony, who turns him down because he distracted him.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Luca,
What?
nothing makes sense.
No.
Shawn Michaels has, arguably never known how to write a storyline.
Oh, wow.
Well, right,
Whoa.
I think much like the main roster, the poison that is TKO not only is ruining the main roster storylines, but also NXT as well.
When we get the follow-up to this, because spoilers, later on, Tony and Luca have a meeting. None of it
Yeah, you're like,
makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like it's written by AI.
oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
And because of Sean's wonky eye, he's seeing the last bit, and then it goes like earlier into the.
AI. AI.
I think that's just a...
That was just a horrible thing to say.
It
wasn't
It
it?
really was, but you know what? F him.
There's got to be a reason.
Said only as a Bret Hart fan.
Exactly.
Hey.
Yeah. Brett'll make that better for you. Come here. I actually really like this match. I was not expecting to, because I think Tony D's a bit crap. But the crowd
Whoa!
You think Tony's a bit crap?
in the ring, yeah. But
What?
the-
Really?
yeah,
I
I've
think
said
he's
this for
fine.
ages.
He's
but,
got bellies like Scott Steiner.
He does loads of spine busters.
yeah, in 03. But no, this was a entertaining match, and it was different to the other matches
Slower.
we've seen. A lot slower, and I appreciated the difference there. Variety. So I was so happy to say I like this because of the difference. Tony D, the chunky monkey, doing non-flippy stuff. The non-shed loved him for it.
So, right, what's happened then between Maffew and Tony D in the past week?
I know, yeah. What's he
happened
said
there?
to you?
Any DMs?
Yeah.
Moved on from Ethan Page
Yeah,
to
what's
Tony
happened
D.
now?
He said, "Thank you for pronouncing my name correctly, mate. I know it's a sign you obviously like me." But then the bastard ending. They had to do the worst of WWE/NXT with, "Oh, Moron, what am I doing?" You know, and then that was like, "Oh, that's it, dumb."
Why is he... We don't even... This
Yeah, if you didn't watch it, by the way, he stopped and literally did the like, "How am I doing this to my friend?"
Yeah.
And then, well, don't turn up and distract him when he's about to win. And if the payoff turns out to be that he was against Tony all along, well, we know. That's very implied. That's not going to be a shock now.
Right.
It's written so weirdly. But, I largely enjoyed the action as well.
I enjoyed the throwback nature as well. Couple of notes from the announcers Mike Rome, the ring announcer, called Stacks the underboss, which I thought was him mugging him right off. Because this entire storyline's about him becoming not the underboss.
Yes.
Taking down the big boss.
He needs to get a new nickname.
Yes.
I assume he was like to settle this. Whoever wins this is going to be it. So
Yeah.
Okay.
right now he is this, but if he gets a promotion,
The family are meant to be on Tony's side.
he's going to unify them like the boxing belt.
Okay.
I'm the underboss and the overboss.
Womble and free. But also, on top of that, it is abundantly clear that just before this match, potentially, or at least on this night, Booker T learned that Channing Stacks Lorenzo is Stacks' full name. I didn't count how many times he said Channing Stacks Lorenzo, but it is at least 30 over the course. It's Channing Stacks Lorenzo. He kept saying like he's discovered like a new species of man.
One time back at What Culture, the boss, he was not the boss there anymore, so I can say it. I hated him. He was an awful guy. He once said something in like the main writers chat or whatever, saying like, yeah, so I'll just get that copy sent over straight away. And I was like, he's used the term copy there, like copywriting, like any text on a website or whatever. But he'd never ever said that before. And I'd worked for him for a writer for like upwards of a year or two by this point. So I like pasted it to one of my mates in the chat, and I went like, this is unusual for him to say. And he went, oh my God. And then he pasted an earlier conversation he'd had with him where he was like, yeah, so I'll send you that copy. And the boss had gone, copy? And he'd gone, you know, like any like explaining what copy meant. And then he'd used it, and I'd picked up on that because I despised him. Am I allowed to? Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, of course I am.
He's dead.
No, he's not dead.
Yes!
We brought him down.
I don't want to sound like it's not nice. I don't want to sound like someone who's a hateful person or whatever. He is one of my least favorite people I've ever met. In my life.
He's like in your fave 5.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
So he's no longer there?
I sold it.
Oh, that one. Right, thank you.
Anyway.
I hate him as well.
Yeah. Come on.
You know, I've never met him. I hate him as well, just to join in.
I was going to try and be funny and go, oh, I actually loved him, but I couldn't
Yeah,
physically
you were hesitating.
If
like Saul Rookham, trying to remember the next spot.
I think I would have fallen off my chair.
He's awful. Yeah. That was it, the change of pace for the match.
Do you have like anybody you have like, I'm probably going to answer the question just how Jack said it, but do you have like a list of people that you really hated?
Is he on yours?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's certain days I can't
I don't know if it's a normal thing or not to
certain
have like a
days
hate list.
I can't get out of bed, Maffew, unless I think about someone I don't like being hurt, and that gives me the V.
We've got a lot about you in the last few months, honestly.
Oh my goodness
God.
me. Wow.
Joel, do you have like a shoot hate
I'm
list?
sick of seeing bellends falling upwards in life. And I'm here being a nice guy. Is it worth being a nice guy when you're seeing bellends fall upwards around you everywhere?
Nice guy.
Next week on the Cultaholic podcast, we're coming in a suit. I don't even care about any of you fans.
The nice guy. Cheese man rode on it.
He survived.
I know, yeah.
I wouldn't have done it if he died.
Of course.
But I
of
wrote up in
course,
case he
of
does die of his injuries.
Pointing to the cheese god. But you know what? If they said like, oh, that's really horrible. He was a YouTuber. Oh, yes! Get in. Keep up the good work, baby. One more less I'm going to worry about.
Are we your friends?
No, you guys are all right.
Okay. You're a YouTuber, I guess. When you say YouTuber, are you meaning, hey guys, smash the like button?
You know what I mean. Yeah, when I say YouTuber, I don't mean anybody
Yeah.
just as a YouTuber.
Why?
Anyway. So you don't have a hate list?
Not really. I can't think of
I
it.
don't think- it's really normal
You're
for
quite
most
a
people,
mellow
like.
guy, you.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's
I mean,
good.
there's
No,
obviously
sorry.
the big evil celebrities that everyone hates.
Yeah,
No, but people you've
Not
met.
pers-
Not like, yeah, someone
Not really, no.
You must still have people that rub you up the wrong way in life.
I can't.
Owen?
I genuinely can't. I can't think of anyone
I'm really-
that I talk to on like a daily basis or whatever.
No, you don't need to talk to them anymore. It could be a teacher. It could be, anything like that.
Yeah, there was a teacher I didn't like.
Here we go.
Oh, there you go.
Tell the room, Joel.
There was right.
Name them. Mine was called Dr. Ferguson of Chantry Middle School. I'll never forget him as long as I live.
There was this one specific moment with this teacher. It was my geography teacher, and I remember walking into the classroom, and she wasn't there as a substitute. No, sorry, it was her. And I walked past her and I said, "Hello, miss," and she said, "I'm not an air hostess. I don't need a hello."
Oh, that's not.
And I just thought that is
There's
just
nothing
nasty.
wrong there.
That's
That
just
is
nasty.
What a horrible thing to teach a kid.
Yeah, and it stuck with me, and I've hated her ever since.
Yeah, fair.
And you've never said hello to anybody else.
No, that's it. It's,
No, that
Apart
is
from
rude.
air hostesses.
That's not on
what a
that.
thing to say.
That's not on.
What was her name?
Mrs. Bitch.
Miss Cook.
well, we actually said it.
Down with Miss Cook.
Yeah, what school, Joel? Get it
No,
out there.
no, that's enough.
Why, Joel? Is there a record of your doings at that school?
Maybe, I don't know. Could be.
Do you say it in like a sarcastic way? Because we know
No,
what kids
I
can
just
be
said,
like.
hello, miss.
Wow, that's awful.
I don't need a hello.
Wow.
I had to teach like that at Abbey Vale. Bloody hell. I think that's still there. Even though there's a giant tree right next to the school, so they were getting really worried because they're like, that tree's going to wreck the building one day because the roots are just going to tear it apart, so I might be dead. Yeah, and I'd do the work, and I'd go, Miss, I've done the work, and she could tell everyone in front of the class, so? I'm like, what? I've misread this situation.
Teachers are meant to like the bright kids. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm like, isn't this the whole concept of this? I slowly started realizing you can't trust authority.
That's why I like The Simpsons so much. And you are a Lisa.
Yeah. I'm like a Barney Gumble at this point in your life. Anyway, Stephanie McCur defends the NXT Women's title against Jordan Grace. She retains with a spiral tap. Ooh, lovely.
Oh, yes.
Stephanie celebrates and also has a stare down with Chick Tormentor and to other one in
Dallas.
the front row.
I think it's Dallas,
That's right, Mark Dallas of Triple
not
A.
Mark Dallas. And that stare down, I thought, well, these will be her next opponents in a 2-on-1 title defense, and I was wrong. Very wrong.
Yeah, I think we all were. But apart from being wrong, what do you think of this match, Jack?
Go on, come back. I think we all agreed, didn't we, last week, that this would probably be the best match of the night, and I think it probably was.
Yep.
Absolutely. They're both really good wrestlers. They did the really good wrestling. Jordan Grace can hit moves with such impact that it's just really, like it really, you know.
I thought you were clearing your throat.
Obviously, Stephanie's really smooth and everything. I won't mention too many of the spots because I'm assuming Ross has got quite a few written down, but I do need to mention Jordan Grace spoiling the spot and just rolling out the ring and then laughing at Booker. I was like, go on.
I can't believe how much that's caught on.
I know.
It's crazy, isn't
The
it?
whole arena was going,
Yeah.
along with, we're celebrating a dirty old man. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah. We're like the BBC.
Imagine saying that like in 2003 or whatever, when Booker's doing things on Raw. He's going to be the Jerry Lawler of 2025. Not as bad. Not as bad.
Just as eccentric.
Just as eccentric as lust for ladies' bottoms.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair,
That was really well said.
out of that roster back then, he wouldn't be my last guess. He was always a bit mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angle would be up there for me back then.
That's a great shout. Yeah.
Oh.
Even though he was all wholesome and drink your milk, there's a dirty soul that lurks beneath.
Oh, yeah.
It would be your favourite back in 03 to be the Jerry Lawler of 2025.
Anybody but Jerry Lawler. I would hope. By 03, I was sick of him. Trying to remember the blue roster. Goldberg.
No. Not Bill.
No, just because I remembered he was on that bloody front cover of that game, I couldn't remember. So I thought I'd say him. And the idea of Goldberg trying to like call action, he's just yelling.
Just punched himself in the head.
He's somehow bleeding and yelling the moves.
I've not got moves written down for this match, believe it or not. The main thing for me is I was expecting to be defined roles. Jordan Grace doing the power moves, Stephanie Vaquer doing the more technical stuff, but they both did the power moves and the technical stuff together.
They did.
Which was, I thought, was a right touch for the match itself.
This
Yeah.
could be, depending on how quickly, assuming she does get moved up to the main roster soon, assuming how quickly she's pushed or not, this could be her last big featured great match for a while. Maybe. Don't know.
Potentially.
What was that story that came out? Was it Thingy McThing, Mr. NXT on the Wrestling News Source? Thingy McThing, I've forgotten his name.
Thingy McThing.
Cassidy, Corey, Cassidy, one of the C's.
Corey Haynes? or
Haynes, yes.
Maybe.
I'm sure it was him.
Yes, I think it was Corey Haynes who said that they were getting called up.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it was Corey Haynes.
And he said brands, but I can't remember who. Was it Grace SmackDown for Kill Raw?
That was in my head, but I don't know either.
Yeah. She does suit blue more, I'd say. Jordan Grace.
Okay.
Great analysis. Yeah. This match bloody ruled. Everything I wanted from these two, battering one another with their massive offense. But maybe a bit too much emphasis on Booker. But crowd does like it. But, but it makes sense, I guess, if Booker's going to be there next week and they're not. So.
Yeah, fair enough, I suppose. I don't think it was, I don't think it took away too much from the action when the action is that good.
Corey Hayes of bodyslam.net. Grace is expected to go to SmackDown and Vaquer to Raw.
Okay. Fair enough. It was a cheeky bit of reporting because I think he just tweeted a little cropped screenshot of a text he'd received. We couldn't see who his source was.
Anyway, send this copy.
Yes.
Probably Corey Graves.
What does that mean, copy? What?
Ricky Saints is interviewed in the ring. Nobody wants Ethan Page here, and Saints can't wait to beat his ass again. Ricky is fine about defending the title at Worlds Collide because being a champ makes him an ambassador. Page tries to ambush Ricky from behind, which leads to a brawl. Saints knocks Page to the outside, where a security team grab him. Ricky does a big dive onto the pile like a dog when it sees some laundry that's just been cleaned.
Whee!
Yeah,
Couldn't wait. Yeah,
exactly.
Fair enough.
Yeah, this was definitely here to make the show as long as possible to mess with a certain other company.
Well, all I was thinking about was Ava, the wrath of Ava, because she hates these two lads brawling, and they're brawling again. So what's she going to do now? Sort it all out?
Even if it's quite a normal brawl, she can't stand it.
Just these two in particular?
Yeah,
Stop it, boys, she would probably say.
Yeah,
she would.
like a bad teacher that we still resent to this day. Charlie Dempsey turns down a Miles Bourne fist bump for his title match against Obafemi.
Did he do that? No, did
He left him hanging.
He did.
They didn't make a big enough thing about that.
No.
On commentary, they were like, maybe a look of doubt there from Charlie, not as enthusiastic. I'm like, he literally turned down a fist bump, but they didn't mention that. Are they even watching the show?
No.
Okay.
Oba retains the title and gives Miles a nod of respect as he leaves.
Good story.
It's all the match had to be. Miles looked very, very good all the way through, but ultimately, he's not at this stage of the game. Having him beat Oba is not the right thing to do, even though he is the most organic babyface we've seen since Daniel Bryan.
Wow.
Because he's a vegan and loves organic produce.
Oh, really?
Probably. I couldn't think of an actual organic push babyface.
Is Miles actually a vegan?
I don't know.
I did think like, hang on, you're making this up.
Wouldn't
aren't you?
surprise me. No, I'm just saying the organic nature of his babyface Kavorka, you know.
I didn't realize the wordplay you were doing there. I'm glad you've explained it.
good.
I'm really slow.
I wasn't actually saying he's vegan.
Yeah. I took that completely wrong route. Oh, Miles Bourne's vegan. And also, why do I care?
Just a natural babyface he is.
Yes.
I got a message the other day from another member of Cultaholic. I won't name any names, and it's not someone on camera anyway, so it doesn't matter. But no one will.
Ooh, let's guess.
No.
Joel Sonny listening.
They put, Ross will be able to guess from the content of what I'm about to say, I think, but he put, I am absolutely sick of this Randy Orton tribute act. I was like, I'm not. I like him.
I think they should be named and shamed.
Let's carry
What
on.
does their name
I have a
rhyme with?
suspicion.
I'm not going to look. I'm going to close my eyes so no one can tell.
Someone upstairs. I reckon.
Upstairs?
I think so.
It's not Fraser, is it?
I'd say Hayden.
I think they're not on camera.
I'm just not going
So
to
it's not
react.
Fraser.
I'm just not going to react to anyone. I'll tell you he's in the brain.
For the audio listeners, Jack is sat backwards with his hands over his face.
If you can't see me, I can't see you.
Damn it, Ross, we've disappeared.
That's a rotten opinion, that, mind.
I know.
Yeah.
Especially when the crowd are going wild for it. And it's
I
not
like
his
him.
entire act. He's not deaf Randy Orton. It's part of.
He moves a lot like him, but if you can move like Randy Orton, good.
He got a pop for the big gold slam. Is it scoop? It's not scoop slam. Is it?
Snap?
Snaps. Yeah, that's what
Oh, he's
I'm looking
doing
for.
that
Thank
as
you.
well, yeah.
He's doing that, which is a Randy Orton move, but he did it, and the crowd got into it and counted for the pin attempt.
I'm
Which is
looking,
like, okay, that's successful.
assuming that Randy doesn't get injured in the too near future. I'm looking forward to their match that they'll surely have,
Yeah.
like the one he had with Javon.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice. But yeah, this was just what it needed to be. It was the challenger out of nowhere. Demi giving him a little bit, not a lot, but enough to make it go like, ooh. And obviously he wasn't winning, but he gave him a good shot. Like Bret Hart versus 1-2-3 Kid.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And then the classic
like-
finish from over.
But
Yeah.
Oba's better than Brett.
And again, it's nice to see how people react outside the shed. Because sometimes I do get worried, like, is this just a shed thing and they go on the road and they get nothing? But like, no, crowd like, no, we watch NXT every week.
I think
Mostly
Miles,
for Booker T, but we also watch the wrestling.
that's as good a stake as you could have put forward to be a proper, like, bona fide main event level guy in NXT, Miles. Although
Yeah.
he nailed it from start to finish.
And it looks from the later storyline, the follow up, that it's going to carry on his push. Hopefully, it's not just a one spike and then spike. It's going to carry on.
Ava and a team of blah 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 blah. Any notes?
Come on now,
Ava
we're doing a
bit?
podcast now, friend. Come on, come on
Okay.
now.
The people at home want to
Ava
know
and a
I'm-
team of officials break up a verbal confrontation between Stephanie Vaquer and the AAA lasses. JC Jane, who has been arguing with Holland in the background for a good 90 minutes, interrupts to slap the champ in the face. Referees hold them back. Ava says, "Got my pab."
And we see an inconsequential slap from JC Jane to the face of our champion, Stephanie Vaquer, and nothing else came of it. It's just a slap. We see slaps all the time in wrestling. It's not worthy of a world title shot. They would never do that.
Yes, I fully agree with Ross. This was lazy booking, almost as if it had been enforced very short term by Triple H.
Which I find disgusting. Because he lived through those times where he was in the shed. Well, not the shed, but the Capital Wrestling Centre.
Yes, that's right.
And yeah, he had that done to him by Vince McMahon. And he used to kick off all the time, didn't he?
I imagine he did. The one that I remember the worst was when, so not even that far removed from their big blood feud, suddenly Gargano and Ciampa were teaming again for no reason on the main roster, just as a heel tag team or whatever.
That's right,
Or a face
yeah.
tag team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
it's
very
just
dumb.
Vince going, I don't care about NXT.
Yeah.
And now, Triple H is...
What a hypocrite. Unless, of course, Triple H has lost a lot of power, which I'm going to put forward again. I was saying the other day. There's something's changed at that level because the difference between 2025 and 2024, 2023 is marked.
I think it's partly that and partly just the difficult second album. If WrestleMania 40 was Triple H's
I get you.
debut, this is his... I was going to say Pinkerton, but people now like Pinkerton, don't they?
It's just a lot more haphazard than it was.
Be here right now.
Be here now.
Be here. No, I'm telling you.
The Oasis one.
Get here right now.
Get here. Get here now.
Be here right now. In the main event, Joe Hendry defends the TNA title against Trick Willie. You alright?
Just this match.
Just
Oh, okay. No,
disappointed in
please,
Joe,
losing.
me. You know, we need to bring politicking back into wrestling. He should have gone, nah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and be a honky-tonk man.
Shove your John Cena match up your arm.
Henry kicks out of a bookend through the announce table and a trick shot. Trick can't believe it and goes to use the title belt, but the ref stops him. Henry goes for the standing ovation, but Trick uses a thumb to the eye to avoid it. He inadvertently slams Henry onto the title belt, which is legal, before hitting a final trick shot to become TNA champ. And the TNA president looks concerned. He looked bored to tears.
No, that was him being
What was Al
worried.
Wilson doing here?
No, it was him going, what does this mean for the future of my company? And they keep referring to TNA as a brand, not a company on NXT, which leads credence to Ross's theory. Lends credence to.
It lent it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. I thought Henry looked good all the way through. I thought the way they started the match, like sort of visibly hyping up the crowd, was a good thing. It was a fever pitch inside that arena.
really
So it
was.
But Henry doing his house show dive, which he called it himself on Straight to Hell, I do believe.
House
where he
show
goes
dive.
arse first to the floor. The delayed stand, the suplex on a man the size of Trick. The rolled through and the deadlift slam. A deadlift standing suplex towards the end of the match. He comes out of this looking all right, does our Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be worried if I was a regular TNA viewer, because what does this mean then? But in terms of just the story itself, it is the more interesting booking decision out of the two.
Yeah.
But you're talking about things were great for them when AEW did it.
Exactly right. Yeah.
No, that's
Although
right. If you weren't, no.
Christian did beat Kenny Omega
Yeah.
on
On-
TNA
On TNA.
or on Impact.
No, it was
was
on
on-
Impact. Was
Yeah, but on that side. Wait.
no.
Collision,
It was on.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on AEW.
Oh God, it was because it was Kenny's first loss in a million years
Yeah.
when he won all the belts. Yeah. Right.
So yeah.
Big revelation in the match. We find out that Booker and Trick have been working together when Trick does the old spinneroonie. Can't believe it. Unbelievable scenes. No signs of that at all.
I thought.
Right, because it was being the Fat Man Scoop during Trick's rap on NXT. So I was just like, is this indicating that he's
Oh, God.
that he's going to be like associating with or managing him? Which is like that could be good.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
it
would
was
be.
so good.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
A good guard of the crowd into this split crowd TNA versus NXT, which is
Oh,
grand.
Matthew, it's like CZW versus Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
Hey, Trick Willie was in CZ Dub. Do you know this?
What?
I did, yes,
I
because
saw
you
this,
told me.
Did I?
Yeah.
Wow. I can't remember doing that. I thought I saw it for the first time in my life this week.
Oh, bless you. Wow. Yeah, it turns out that's where you got to start, which is like, oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, me
Is
neither.
CZW always like deathmatch stuff, or could he have been there wrestling normal matches?
Oh no, they do loads of
Okay,
stuff
right.
that was normal.
Yeah, cool.
Like Savannah, Sanjay Dutt, the Briscoe brothers.
Because obviously, the only Briscoes match I think I've seen from CZW is the one where they, I don't even know, was it CZW, where they wrestle each other and just shoot on each other.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's-
I can't believe you
Jay
get a name
Briscoe
drop.
was,
It's-
I don't know if you've seen this, Ross. Jay Briscoe was annoyed at his brother in that match.
I don't think I've seen that.
He's like
Oh,
fully
yeah, you know
battering him
you've
in the
seen this.
head. Like, yeah.
And it's not a CZW show because it's the Hello Air Assassin putting on his own show, and it's
Oh.
it's on the it's on the front of a house. It's,
Yeah,
on,
they're just
it's on a
outside.
street. So I know you
Looks
could,
like a Tony
you could,
Hawk level.
Yeah, you could pay to watch a show, or alternatively stand on the other side, I guess. And, all right, it's a public path, mate. And there's maybe 15 people there, and Jay and Mark had a disagreement and decided, you know what, let's sell it in the ring.
But it's like real.
Wow.
They're actually beating each other up.
Right.
As only brothers can. Yeah.
It's more brutal than anything at bloody Bloodsport. Yeah, God. Anyway, more. I've already said that. Oh, I said, is he going to manage Trick? Wait, are we going to get Booker T and TNA again? And I put, hell yeah, Black Snow return. And Grace name dropped it afterwards after I typed that. I went, no.
Booker T's a bad man.
Yeah. I put one odd moment when Henry ran into the turnbuckles rather than the ropes he was being sent into, realised he messed that up, so bounced off it like it was the ropes anyway and went into Trick. I'm like, that aside, no one cared.
When Daniel Bryan does that, it's fine. But when our friend Joe Henry
but he
does
wasn't
it.
whipped in. He was like, go to the ropes. All right, goes. It's like, we go to the turnbuckles for. You're like, all right. I always thought it was an amusing moment. Just like, yeah, but no one noticed or cared. It's like, grand.
Okay.
The only bit I didn't like, I've said that. So the only bit I didn't like, the only bit I did not care for was Henry seeking the power of Cena. Looking at his hand, you can't see me.
Yeah, what
and
was
going
that
for
about?
Well, he's trying to manifest a match.
He's doing his own.
I thought he looked like a right whopper.
Ah.
Yeah, what?
No, he's got to try something, lads. He said he wants to wrestle Cena before he retires.
Yeah,
But not in the middle. You don't go, the power of Cena is pulsing through my veins. I better do it.
I like
That's how that works.
I think fair play to him. Maybe it didn't make sense in the match itself, but just behind the scenes, I'm like, go on, yeah, I might as well try.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're too busy ignoring Matt Cardona to reply. But yeah, this was.
Cena. I thought you meant Joe.
Yeah, he probably is as well. But yeah, this was what I wanted from the match.
Yeah.
You know, people, whenever I read other people's opinions, people I respect, they're like, oh, well, Henry's not that great in the ring. I'm like, are you not hearing the deafening reactions?
And he's definitely good enough.
Yeah, and plus, we've already had lots of action on the show and stuff like that.
This was a showman.
It's variety. It's like when Bobby Roode was NXT champ.
I honestly thought you were going to say Buddy Rogers. It's like Buddy Rogers.
Buddy Rogers was champ.
That's
and
why the
he did a
NWA
sing and
didn't
a
want
dance
him.
before he got in the ring.
That's why the Capital Wrestling Corporation put the belt on him. He was a showman.
He could play the triangle.
No dares, get out of here. That's
That's the day Buddy Rogers says, use his trombone behind the referee's back.
I would love to know, back in the day, how, because the story is always like, Luthez was the shooter and Buddy Rogers was the showman and everything. I bet he was also dead amateur and old, like, because it was the 60s. I bet he was like still, I don't want to say boring. That's not the right term. I bet he just had blonde hair. And that was it. And everyone went, a showman, a fancy Dan.
Fancy Dan.
Yeah. Let's strap him
That
up.
was legit before we called him.
Belt on him.
What's the thing? Watch it. You ever see Bruno's kayfabe commentaries thing? He's talking about like what.
Apparently Bruno wasn't even that good.
Says who? Buddy
One
Rogers
article I
said
read.
Yeah, he's very nice and complimentary about everybody and involved the wrestling, apart from some of the dodgy promoters, but whatever. It's understandable, but he does not like Buddy Rogers, and he takes any opportunity to say bad things about him. It's fantastic.
Didn't Buddy Rogers retire? That's why he dropped the belt to him so fast, because he claimed he had heart issues. And
that was
Bruno
it.
was like, no.
Because he said, like, I think stories like Buddy, Bruno was hurt or something, and he's like, all right, can you like look after us in the ring? And Buddy went, yeah, sure, and then didn't. So, and then Bruno took it, and it was just like, oh, I'm really, and he was like really hurt, apparently. It's like, I'll lose the title to you quickly. Just be gentle. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Do you want to take a guess how this one goes, pal?
Wow. I mean, what a dirty industry. What a horrible, dirty industry we talk about.
Certainly is, especially with Dark Side of the Ring.
Oh, the Muhammad Hassan.
God,
I've not watched it.
Oh, guy.
You just need, people don't realize, I think, who weren't around for that period, what a horrible place the locker room was in WWE from like the mid 2000s to 2010s.
Like SmackDown specifically and stuff. As people say, especially SmackDown.
Yeah, I guess. What the Benoits and
Yeah.
Hollies and JBLs and
Yeah.
whatever's, and just everyone hating everybody else. It's like,
Does he tell the story that people have talked about the shot? Like round a shot and everyone pours him on the floor because they don't respect him?
but yeah, they said because that was his punishment for the camel clutch situation. It's not really
Right.
explained. Like
They said that Eddie Guerrero started doing it. And someone, I forget who,
Kurt Angle.
Convinced Muhammad Hassan to Eddie Guerrero. Could you stop doing that, please? That's my finish.
Yeah, and people were confused as to why
he wasn't
Kurt Angle even said that. Like, are you trying to rib him or something? You doing that? And then obviously Eddie very politely had to say, this was invented by
Dad?
Would it be his dad? Yeah, it was one of his brothers. Yeah. My dad's move. Tell me to stop doing my dad's move. And then it was like, I got told to do this.
Yeah.
So why didn't they then go, only joking, Muhammad, it's all
Right,
good.
that's what you're waiting. These stories could be
does
all right
say-
ribs, but like,
Him and Eddie like made up a little bit after, but like in
yeah,
the
he said
moment.
they like all So they're like, we're taking you to wrestlers' court, and well, this again sounds like hell.
Yeah.
And they said, all right, I'll buy a grand's worth of booze to make up for it. And I went, all right, great. And then they all poured them on the floor in front of him to show that's how little they thought of him. It was this incident. And Eddie was something like, oh, sorry, man, I don't know. I'll put two together here, and I think I've realised the situation. Horrible bloody place.
Yeah.
Rotten luck as well for a career.
Yeah.
That week with the London.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
But he's done what he's like a state doing like high up in education now. In the
He was so happy seeing him. Like, oh, wait, you got out wrestling and you did something with your life. It's
fair
like,
play to him.
He became a
well
teacher.
done, mate. Yeah.
Gone up the totem, down the totem pole, didn't he?
Yeah,
Teacher,
yeah.
then head teacher, then principal, and then
Yeah.
he's like something to do with the state school.
Yeah.
Cornette summed up nice at the end. He was just like, he's better off.
Yeah.
He's had like
That's what he
a normal life for 15 years, and he could have had 15 years of like the bat poo crazy wrestling business in his
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
Paying $12,000 a year to smoke weed. Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins and Friends opens. Is that their name?
Yeah.
Seth Rollins and Friends. Paul Heyman puts over Braun
Well, I've got a
Breaker.
name for them if we want. The Riders. Carry on. Thanks, Joel. Joel just chuckling slightly behind the camera. Wincing, maybe.
It's not great.
All right. We'll workshop it. We'll circle back.
Paul Heyman puts over Braun Breaker as the latest in a real bloodline of badasses and a main eventer of multiple future WrestleManias. He talks about Bronson Reed as a man WWE management are afraid of and someone who beat up Seth worse than Punk or Roman could. Finally, Heyman demands the crowd acknowledge the future of the industry, Seth. Rollins talks about securing his vision of the future via power. Power in WWE means championships, and he'd be world champ if it wasn't for CM Punk and Sami Zayn. Now he's going to win the Money in the Bank briefcase and cash in whenever he wants. Nobody can stop him.
Yeah.
This felt like they were banking on lots of new viewers sticking around from Saturday night's main event. And this was the stable that we already knew as hardcore wrestling fans introducing themselves again.
Yeah. It reminded me of the segment early in AEW where Jericho introduced each of his inner circle one by one. But that made sense because it was the day after they'd formed. Whereas in this case, they just needed to introduce or reintroduce just Bronson, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been away for a bit, so makes sense.
Apart from the bit where Seth's like, now my mission is to win the briefcase because I don't like him saying it's more powerful than the championship. But I mean...
Well, he's just trying to big it up. I mean,
It is until you cash it in, really, because there's a champion. You're always looking over your shoulder. Aren't you?
And I guess out of anyone, Seth would remember that the most because
Exactly,
he
yeah.
had the best cash in of all time.
I did enjoy when he said, when Heyman said, acknowledge Seth Rollins, the commentator, acting like he said a slur. I enjoyed that.
You can't be saying acknowledge.
Yeah.
That's not his word.
That's Roman Reigns' word. You can't say that about anyone else.
He said it in a pointed way. He was like, acknowledge. Yeah.
yeah, and Cole did a good job trying to hide the fact that the crowd would chant F you, Rollins.
Oh,
Like,
WWE have asked-
love you, Rollins.
Rumors or reports that WWE have asked
Yeah.
fans to stop swearing, please, at the wrestling.
No swearing.
Feels like the sort of thing that would personally offend Maffew, who loves dishing out abuse at the wrestling.
He's right.
to the heels.
Yeah,
To the heels.
usually.
They're the bad. Oh,
No one's safe around Maffew.
yeah. you better don't just be ducking the clotheslines in the ring, lads. Watch out for those singers as well.
Matthew, good for the cardio and reflexes.
Watch out, Tony D.
Penta, I almost called him Peter then. Peter takes.
Peter El Zeromeo.
I read Penta.
He's from
I'm a
Wayside.
smooth operator. Like,
Alzheimer me.
Peter to his friends takes on Dragon Lee and Chad Gable in a triple threat Money in the Bank qualifier.
Come on, Peter.
Lee almost destroys Peter Lee. Lee almost destroys the world with a dive on the announce
my
table.
God.
Amazing, right?
What a dive.
Reminded me of his New Japan days.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
When was he there?
Like 2017.
Yeah, God, wow.
He had a match with Ospreay where they did all of that sort of stuff. That's right. Yeah.
In the aftermath, Gable attacks El Io del Vikingo in the front row. The match continues, and Vikingo jumps the barricade, hitting Enziguri, rather like Eric Cantona, on Gable.
It made him bleed just as much as that fan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Penta capitalizes to get the win.
I tell you what, there can't have been many more matches on Monday Night Raw that had as many spots where men got dropped on their heads.
Yeah.
Good old blah, blah,
The
blah.
tope I mentioned there from Dragon Lee, the thing where Penta was going for like a kind of double pile driver on both lads and Chad's neck just
That
crumpled.
was absolutely terrifying.
Terrifying. There was Poison Ranas, the double German from Chad with Dragon Lee tied up by Peter. our friend Peter, causing Dragon to sort of land high on his neck as well. The belly-to-belly throw from Gable to Dragon. My goodness me, how quick it was. The kick from Vikingo, he went a little bit awry because it made Chad bleed. Oh, it was fantastic viewing, much like a guy killing himself down the cheese-running hill.
I was about to say, bloody hell. Gable is okay, so it's okay to watch it.
Dragon Lee would win the cheese chasing competition.
Oh, because he just dived like that. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant match.
Wensleydale. No.
Wait, you just said the cheese.
Just said cheese with blazing in it. Dairy Lee.
Oh, Dairy Lee.
That's better.
He would be a Dairy Lee dunker if he went down the hill.
Wensleydale.
Wesley had worked.
Wensleydale, yeah.
Yes. Also would be in with a shout of winning the match. The race down the hill.
Yeah.
In the JD's clubhouse, Roxanne Perez gives Dom some nuggets and massages his shoulders.
I cannot believe this. I can't believe this.
Neither could Peter. I can't believe it.
A returning Liv Morgan interrupts, and she isn't happy about Roxanne. Raquel's been keeping her informed on everything that's been going on since she was away. She heads off to ask Adam Pearce for a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Finn Balor is absolutely loving all the drama.
He's scandalous, that Finn Balor. But this Dom, whatever cologne that man wears around the ladies,
Can't keep getting away with
must
this.
be some sort of pheromone.
He has to be stopped.
She walks in, does Roxanne, not only with a massive tray of chicken nugs.
Yeah.
No man deserves that many chicken nuggets. But then, not on the shoulder that has a belt on top, she notices his shoulder looks a little bit tight.
Yes, your shoulder looks
Why is this happening? How does this happen?
He's so great.
And she gives a little massage, and then we hear "Konnichiwa, bitches" off the screen
Yeah.
to signify that Liv Morgan is back from shooting her film over that way, over there.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I know.
Liv's going to deal with it later, she says in the promo as well. Clearly, Raquel Rodriguez is on the side of Liv. Sister, come here. But this Dom, what a life.
I think that Roxanne, though, is using Dom. I don't think she really is interested in him.
Oh.
It seems too targeted. Although Liv, we thought about Liv as well.
We did, yeah.
But then look what happened.
That would be a good bit where they're like, okay, the plan's going great. You don't need to keep on pretending to like Dom. And she's like, pretending?
Yeah.
Do you reckon her and Finn might get it on? Because Finn brought her in. Roxanne.
No.
I reckon Finn's the type of person to look at himself in the mirror when he's doing it. So I think he's bothered.
Even though Finn is ageless and still looks fantastic, it would feel... Roxanne just seems so young. I mean, compared to Finn, I suppose.
Mick Jagger says hello.
It doesn't make it okay.
Yeah.
Mick Jagger, what's he up to?
Probably having a
Prison.
kid. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Prison? Michael
Goodness me.
Jagger?
Why do we
I'm
get
saying all rock star, you're like,
so offended on behalf of Mick Jagger?
He's never been to prison. He's always dancing in the streets. He
Yeah,
loves it, doesn't he?
doing that thing he does with his, for someone who can't dance, he really can.
yeah. Good for him. His little career he's had. Rusev squashes Akira Tozawa. He keeps the accolade on after the bell until Sheamus makes a save, dressed as Fry from Futurama for some reason.
That's a Liverpool jacket.
They have a stare down until Rusev walks away.
I know it was a red jacket, but it was because Liverpool won the league.
Oh, I read about that.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Rusev and Sheamus, obviously old friends, old colleagues in the League of Nations.
They did look like they want to kiss in that ring instead of fight each other, and I'm very happy about that.
I can't wait for them to have a match. It'll be a banger.
Do you reckon that? Well, I know Sheamus is. Do you reckon Rusev's the kind of character where, because they're so close, they'll just batter each other for realsies?
Yeah.
We know Sheamus
Like,
likes that kind
like
of...
Mark and Jay Briscoe, yes.
Yeah.
I
I think
think
Rusev's a bit soft, mate. I think he's a big teddy bear. On the inside, I mean.
Ooh, I don't
He'd
know.
still rip my head off. But I mean, like, I reckon there's a bit more compassion there with the Bulgarian brute, you know?
Because he's got a bit of a kind face sometimes when he smiles.
Very kind face.
Kind smile, hasn't he? I remember the Handsome Rusev promo. It was fantastic. People call me Handsome Rusev, so I don't understand. It's so good. I think they'll batter each other, yeah.
Good. Yeah, very efficient squash.
Yeah.
Thank you, Akira.
Poor Tozawa, man. Tozawa.
Tozawa. Kathy Kelly is backstage with Tom Segura and Burt Kreischer.
Tom Segura famously loves wrestling.
Oh, yeah, you can tell.
So they mentioned that straight off the bat. She goes, "You've said some unkind things about wrestling before. What are you doing here? And he's like, I'm an idiot.
Amazing.
We're all our words, us
don't know.
wrestling fans.
Oh, yeah.
We're all our
Is that what he
words
said?
for loving wrestling.
I don't know why. Before we talk about... Can I
He's a
just
good
ask-
actor.
I've only seen Tom Segura, his earlier Netflix specials when he was good. From what I understand, he's gone a bit downhill.
He got rich and then
Right.
started to think he was rich.
Yeah,
He
and
was
did
ashamed
some-
about being rich.
Yeah.
But now he's owning the richness, and his
Okay.
richness is everyone else's problem.
Got you.
Don't go at him for being rich.
Yeah.
Sort your own life out.
Yeah, it's not my fault. Sorry, you guys don't like me talking about my watches and
When he-
car collection on the podcast.
So when
I'm
he's
like,
not
all right.
when he's not on the stage and when he appears on things like this, is he usually like this? By which I mean, like, he seemed like he was just bored and just didn't want to be there.
When I'll be watching the clips from him, yeah.
Right, this is just what he's like then.
Yeah, he's very
Absolutely.
laid back, like
Okay.
in his presentation and that. But he in that same promo about the wrestling fan, he fell into the thing of like, people who think it's real are idiots. But he was saying it with no satire in his voice.
And it is weird that a lot of non-wrestling fans seem to think that wrestling fans all think it's real. Like,
Yeah.
you're all right, mate.
The
Did
children.
you see his Instagram his Instagram post this week after,
No.
after Raw? Joe, would you go on Tom Segura's Instagram in the background while we talk about this segment, man?
Yeah. Anyway, he brought Face to Death, which got to pop out of me. Bert runs off to meet the War Raiders. They give him a couple of chops. I think the joke is meant to be how red they've left his chest. But he honestly looks no different.
I can tell the difference.
He looked like he was killed in Final Destination 3 with the sunbed.
But he always looks like that.
Yes, he does.
That's the thing, yeah.
There you go. I can't read that
Well,
one.
this looks like a photo from the 80s. Bloody
Yeah,
hell,
what's
what filter
There's
is
all
that?
of his stuff in black and white because he's deep, you know, an
Right,
artiste, an
yeah,
artiste.
All right. So
Yeah, I know. I talked a lot of ish before, but thankfully they didn't kill me. I had an amazing time on Netflix Raw, blah, 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 Monday. Incredible show, the nicest people, and non-stop entertainment and fun. Thanks for the great time, WWE. He's
Yeah.
been made to go there by the bosses.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Netflix.
of course, yeah.
And now he's a wrestling fan.
Yeah, sure.
He's become the thing he hates the most.
What was that
Haha.
tweet that Sunderland played it? Can you say something like...
Yeah, Victor
Yeah,
Ichibi.
Yeah, it was an interview.
Yeah.
Can you say something like, thanks to all the Sunderland fans?
Amazing.
But yeah, Bert's redness is incredible.
Yeah. It was,
But his levels will be the best they've ever been. His blood levels and all that malarkey.
he just showed up. He should have showed up like we see on those videos where he's on the drip and getting his vitamins and drinking.
Why is
Unbelievable.
I feel bad for the War Raiders because why is it always these lads who are shoehorned into this segment or like who do we need to wear a cardboard box outfit at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
We'll give it to the Vikings.
And also, like, Bert's like, look, we're so similar. We could be brothers. I'm like, no, you're not.
No, but he'll think that though.
Oh right.
He'll think he's as muscular as Eric.
right.
Yeah. Look, we're both big lads and hairy guys. It's like, no, you look rough. You look like their dad.
I did like the continuity from their like stuff they do together because Tom's doing an interview with Kathy Kelly and Burke just interrupts him. Come over here, Tom.
Yeah.
That wasn't scripted.
Which is what he just always does, just interrupt people.
And sadly, he doesn't do his laugh that he does.
Oh, his wheeze.
Yeah. the noise of his soul trying to escape his body. Wow.
Is he all right?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
right.
absolutely not all right, but he likes to tell people he is.
Okay.
he drinks.
I'm in the best shape of my life.
Yeah.
He's like, uh-huh.
My levels have never been better, Tom.
Levels.
He gets blood work done. And
Yeah,
that.
he's one of the guys. I'm getting my blood work done. I'm getting my diabetes tests. I'm drinking a pint of vodka a day. I'm doing great. Like,
No.
To be fair to Tom
Fascinating.
Segura, though, I thought his acting in this segment was nice at the end. Where he's just like, oh, maybe we need a medic.
Yeah.
That's Bert's voice out of Tom's mouth there, but I forgot who I was talking about.
can you do a Tom's bored voice or bored voice? I should say.
Maybe we should get him.
It's Randy New, man.
10.
Short people got.
In the locker room, Sami Zayn wishes he'd interrupted Seth's faction at the start of the show. Jey Uso reminds him to pick his moments. Sami needs to keep himself healthy so he can qualify for the Money in the Bank and win the briefcase.
Jay's very wise. I said that like Ross there. So I was like, you're just very wise.
Yes.
Because we all know Sammy's a bit of a hothead, even though his heart's in the right place. Jay's gone, no, you would have been beaten up. There's 3 of them. Just chill, Oos. Yeet.
Yes, Exposition Uso was here in full glory.
Yeah, I shouldn't.
So yeah, Tom Segura
Oh.
gave the speech to Sami Zayn.
Felt weird me saying that. I'm not one of the bloodline.
What, saying yeet?
Yeah, I said Oos as well, and that felt weird. I was like, ugh.
Oh!
I'm not allowed to say that, really. Although if Sammy can say it, you know.
Yeah, you and Sami are pretty similar.
Yeah.
The New Day defend the tag titles against the War Raiders and the Creeds. Woods pins Julius Creed with a cheeky roll-up to steal the win, and the New Day get out of there.
Ooh.
Really enjoyed their Giant Gonzalez tribute gear,
Right.
but it was current day Giant Gonzalez because the pubes were white. Old man.
I hadn't thought about that. They wanted an accurate
Do you
outfit.
reckon your pubes They must do.
They must do.
No, yeah, it's hair and nails that grow for a bit.
No,
Wasn't
just the
it?
colour of them.
The colour of them. Do you reckon they just turn, like your head, turn white?
Oh, I thought meant when you died. Like,
No.
oh, you mean actually do your pubes get grey?
Billy Connolly-
I'll let you know.
Billy Connolly does a bit about, like a younger Billy Connolly when he was like middle-aged, he does a bit about finding your first grey pube. Oh, no.
Oh,
So, yeah.
no.
apparently
I'll
they-
Google it.
I think you do.
Go on, Joe.
Are you really?
Don't do it.
Google pubes, Joel.
Don't do it.
Grey pubes.
Please don't.
I don't know why I've said that. I'm going grey in the beard
Yes.
I think that's
I've got,
fine,
I've
though.
got a few grey ones.
Like hair on other parts of the body, pubes can turn grey or white as you age.
Wow.
now. Grey? Oh, I'd rather have grey.
Well, then.
There's
Thank you
something-
for telling
There's
us that.
something untrustworthy about a full white, like, mane of hair. There really is.
Because it looked like Colonel Sanders.
No, it's like, what's that politician? Darling. With his eyebrows.
Alistair.
Alistair.
Darling. It's really untrustworthy. Man. Just the fact his eyebrows are so black.
Who was
They are evil eyebrows.
His head of hair is white.
Yeah.
Might be a Newcastle fan, but I don't trust him.
Fair enough.
There's lots of articles about it actually. This Guardian article: your first grey hair shocks. Your first grey pubic hair makes you feel close to death.
That's such a Guardian headline, man.
The Guardian wrote that.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, dear. Right.
Who's
Anyway.
Adrian Childs right for? His articles
Oh.
on life are great.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear his take on pube colour change.
Yeah, Joe, you're not doing anything. Send an email to him. And ask him. Get that ball rolling.
The match, though. What we're saying about the match, guys?
Opportunistic from the New Day. But I'm interested to see the fallout with the Creeds because it was them who they were trying to do a deal with, wasn't it? But then it was them that they pinned.
But they've moved on, have the New Day now, because it's 2 weeks in a row now they've been talking the ear off of one Grayson Waller backstage,
Yep.
which happens again later on, I think. Aye, but now surely it's got to lead to the Creeds just going ham on the New
does
Day.
it? I feel like I didn't write that down. Hopefully I did. The Grayson thing.
It's somewhere later in the show.
Okay.
But surely it's got to have the Creeds now flattening the New Day because they have been bastards to them. Bastards.
Yeah. Yeah, this was pretty all right considering it's the least important division in WWE right now.
Yeah, it is.
Should I turn the air conditioning off?
Please, I'm shaking. What's your shirt, by the way, Jack?
It says Tokyo on it.
Whoa, konnichiwa, bitches.
Go on, then laugh at us now then for this one then. Go on.
Well, no, I was just asking
Alright.
because it's obviously the Japanese flag's the red circle, but
Yeah,
it's two
yeah.
lines underneath it. It's like, does that mean anything?
I don't know.
Oh, no reason.
Have I turned that off?
Yeah.
All right, okay. It's just got a gust of cold there.
Just Ross breathing down your neck. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez run into Io Sky and Kairi Sane. Liv mockingly asks if this is a damage control reunion. She plans to win Money in the Bank and cash in on Io, something Kairi could never do. Kairi challenges Liv to a match and she accepts.
That is everything that happened there, Maffew.
Certainly
I have
is.
no notes.
Good stuff. Jey Uso cuts a promo in the ring. He's looking forward to the big tag match at Money in the Bank, but Gunther interrupts. Gunther congratulates Jey for 15 years in WWE. Apparently this was around the time he made his debut was Money in the Bank 15 years ago, which is crazy to think about. And for his first successful title defense. Jey is always there for his friends, which is a great quality to have, but not for a champion. Gunther was champion for so long because he only cares about himself. Jey isn't a natural champion, but Gunther will relieve him of his position when they have their rematch. Jey says he's sick of everybody doubting him. He doesn't like when champions use their title as an excuse to turn on their allies, but he won't do that because he's a real one. Gunther can judge Jey if he wants, but in 2 weeks, he'll make him tap out again.
Fantastic from Gunther, I thought. The line about, they are great qualities for a human being, but terrible qualities for a champion. What a line that is. I thought Jey seemed a bit off compared to his normal sort of fluid standards in the promo. But I don't know
really?
I don't know if that was by design.
Right, I was going to say, I thought you guys would like this because this was the old proper emotive.
Yeah.
Not catchphrase machine, Jey.
That'll confirm my question there. Then it was by design because he seemed just a bit rattled by what Gunther was saying. No, I'm a good friend.
Yeah. Just non-stop amazing impressions this week.
Cheers.
I think it was good as well. There was a bit that I left out there, I think we're going to said you don't have the intellect to be champion as well. So I reckon we might see Jay beat him cleverly. Tom cleverly. Just to see what happens.
I hadn't thought about that. Can you outsmart Gunther?
With a roll-up or something.
Well, like,
Time to the ring post.
yeah. Set of car keys.
Yeah.
Shoot him.
Yeah, that intellect Dave.
Whoa, the referee's back's turned. Quickly.
Yeah.
Michael Cole. Oh my! As he's bleeding out. What a sporting contest.
Blood spurting out Gunter's knee. Referee's like, what happened?
Yeah. I didn't see anything. 1, 2, 3, crowd. Yee, yee, yee. He's dead.
Pat's like, he just blew his kneecap off. The dome of his knee.
No yeeting for him anymore, Cole.
Why does he keep changing his accent mid-word, Pat? Oh,
I don't know. It's weird, isn't it?
I don't know.
Kairi Sane has the match win against Liv Morgan, but Raquel Rodriguez distracts the ref. Roxanne Perez runs out and pushes Kairi off the top turnbuckle. Raquel isn't happy about Roxanne's involvement, and they argue at ringside. This distracts Liv, who goes for Oblivion, only get rolled up by Kairi for the 3 count.
Now, lots to unpack here for me. For me, I found lots to unpack here, lads. Don't worry. 1.
Go on then.
Nothing wrong with me.
I just really want to say 2 now. Kairi didn't get out of the ring at the end, and Liv kicked her off the apron. Noticed that. She didn't like that at all. Kairi's like grabbing her face a lot for some reason. Even all the way up the ramp, you never see her face. I don't know if she got hurt or something, or if she's just selling. But when she pins Liv, she rolls to the apron, and the ref goes like, you see the ref go, get out, get out. She does, and she stays on the apron. Liv just goes, boot. Just kicks her off because it's her time. 2.
Nothing wrong.
Thank you. I don't think Roxanne or Raquel cost her the match obviously enough. I think it was laid out a bit poorly.
I'm glad they showed replays and went, look, because of this. I'm like, it was like, you all right?
They helped her.
It was, yeah.
And yes, Raquel didn't want Roxanne to be out there. I understand that. But they did help her. They stopped Kairi from winning the match at first. Liv was distracted a tiny bit by them arguing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like Kairi was laid out and had loads of time to recover.
Right.
I don't think the finish led obviously enough. It's not often that I'm like, I wish they could have been more obvious about this. But in this instance, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fully agree with that.
I concur. It felt like maybe the result was a bit of an apology to Kairi, just going like off last week's match with the Zoe Stark injury where she ate the fall that she wasn't supposed to eat.
Good.
So maybe. But then again, the entire thing at the end there does lead into the story, or blend into the storyline of Liv not being on board with Roxanne being in the JD. So who knows if I've just spoke nonsense
No,
there.
I think
It
that's
was
right.
all not nonsense, the opposite.
I've written down, Liv was having a ball in there. You could tell she missed this in all capitals for some reason.
This business.
Kai was thwacking her hard, I've written down as well. The low forearm running across the ring was palpable through the television screen. The sunset flip powerbomb from Liv off the apron to the floor was tight. And there was a lovely Texas Cloverleaf from Kairi where she wrenched her way all the way backwards into a bridge. Never seen that done before. Probably has been.
Yeah.
And I got that, she escaped it by pulling the hair as well. That was a nice counter.
Yes. Thoroughly good match.
Yes.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Don't know what
Good analysis.
Don't know what the bit at the end was about. Real heat between Kairi Sane and Liv Morgan.
There you go.
I'll have to rewatch that, you know.
Yeah, she kicks
I didn't
off
think
the
anything of it, just because it's like, because I thought it was because the referee was going, yeah, get out, because you're
Well-
technically in the ring. So she's like, well, I've got the match won. I
So-
thought it was just in character.
After the roll up
Yeah.
and she wins, Liv starts to like do the heelish like, I'm gonna get you, and then realizes she's still there and goes, oh, because she can't attack her. It was a bit of a Penelope Ford chair sort of situation where she's like, the heel should attack her now if she's that angry about it, but she couldn't because it wasn't the plan. I think Kairi was meant to be like bail all the way to the outside. It was weird.
Could you stand up and do a demonstration of the kick?
I need to do it. She's sat down on the canvas, so she goes like,
Oh.
yeah.
There's no way of faking that one.
No.
That's real.
It wasn't
a real
quite
kick.
when Mark Coffey booted one of Hanging Tang up the arse or whoever. No, it was Tyreek or Tyson, wasn't it? Yeah. That was when I noticed that. I was like, I've just seen a receipt in real time. I'm a real wrestling fan now. Yeah.
Sammy is interrupted on his way to the ring. No, I've missed out a bit. Beg your pardon. Where are we? We get a Rhea Ripley vignette. She's going to become Mammy in the Bank, so Tiffany Stratton and Io Sky better hold onto their championships tightly.
She's won the merchandise.
That's exactly. Yeah, that's all I was thinking of as well.
Huge for a company that only cares about the bottom line now. So yeah,
If she does win, I'd like for her to do a Rob Van Dam and announce it ahead of time. Because I think people are tiring a bit of Money in the Bank, aren't they? Cash-ins and that.
Yeah,
Potentially.
Well,
But to always be on top is a way of life, I learned.
yeah, and really cruelly, I've realised that Sheamus doesn't have any qualifying matches for Money in the Bank. They're building up to the Rusev one, so we're not going to go with my cool idea of Sheamus getting the thing and doing the IC title.
That was a good idea.
Well. In the clubhouse, the JD argue over who's to blame. Raquel says Liv would have won if Roxanne hadn't gotten involved. Liv reluctantly sides with Perez. Raquel's the veteran and should have known better. Finn is still loving all the drama.
What a twist and a turn. I thought Roxanne was going to get it double-barreled here from both Raquel and Liv, but no. The vet gets it. Which way will it go next week? I can't wait to find out.
I genuinely can't wait either.
And what will Dom do in the meantime?
He'll win
sit and
at life.
stuff his face with nuggets?
Yes.
Fair play to him.
Lyra Valkyria comes out the club promo. I've been doing it right all this year, you get. How dare
That is
you?
simply the biggest lie that's ever been told in the history of the world.
In my memory, this has gone really well. Reality may be different. She wishes she could talk about a new challenger, but Becky Lynch has managed to get herself a rematch at Money in the Bank. Lyra has already beaten Becky twice and shouldn't have anything left to prove, but she didn't feel any satisfaction after winning at Backlash because Becky is still as egotistical as ever. Becky taunted Lyra's fiancé, targeted her eye, and tried to break her arm, so now it's personal. That's what it says twice.
Oh, I was very
I was
tired.
trying to think, did she say it like that?
Emphasis
Now it's personal.
Can I just my body clock this week after that pay-per-view?
Oh, yeah, bless you.
I wrote this when I was tired, so if I've left out, that's why I'm worried I've left out the Grayson Waller segment as well.
It's not
Well,
that big
we'll
of a thing.
live.
This.
Oh right, okay, right, fair.
Becky
I
interrupts.
haven't seen it, so I'm like, it must be the.
It's just
must be the biggest thing.
something else is happening in the foreground and they're walking in the background.
Oh, it's that. Right, okay. Yeah.
But it's still huge, earth-shattering news.
Yeah.
Oh, it really is. Becky interrupts and says Lyra may have won the match, but Lynch won the night. She went home with her hot husband while Lyra went to the hospital with her weird little fiance.
That line's my move of the week.
Yeah.
Weird little fiance.
Lyra says Becky's husband is the only talented thing about her.
Hey-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, come back. Yeah.
Becky says she's the only reason anyone is talking about Lyra, who responds that people are talking about her because she won their match. Becky says if Lyra wins, she'll never challenge for the title again. But if Becky wins, Lyra has to raise her hand. Lyra agrees because she's never had a problem raising the hand of the better woman, but Becky has never been that.
You know what? Go on, Lyra. Go on. Yeah, guys.
I like the bits when she was talking to Becky, when it was just her in the ring by herself trying to like, oh God, I'm emotional. That wasn't working
Fair
for me,
enough.
brother.
But the bits that I think I remember most, I barely remember that. I remember the argument bit. Yeah.
Becky was great in the argument because she mentions the fiance first, I think, and then Lyra claps back at her, and then Becky goes, now you've made it personal.
Yeah.
Classic heel bollocks.
Yeah.
They both did very well, I thought.
Your weird little fiance. I don't know why it tickled me so much.
That lad catching all the strays.
He's a normal lad. And he's
You lived
captured
your dream this week.
Excuse me?
He was training with one CM Punk. I saw that picture
yes.
online.
So was Joe.
Joe
Hendry.
Oh, Joe Hendry.
Sorry. There's a lot of Joes. It's a common name.
No,
so.
Joe.
I was thinking about our former colleague called Joe for some reason.
Okay.
Why would he be training with bloody CM Punk?
You never know.
Makes no sense, does it?
Can't if he wants it to. It's a free country. Sammy is interrupted on his way to the ring by Karrion Kross, but says he has no time for mind games. Kross says Sammy will never win the world title. Zayn says he'll deal with Kross later.
Don't fall for it, sorry.
Sammy is a shoe-in for the briefcase now.
No.
A shoe-in.
He lost his qualifier match.
Damn it. We normally do these podcasts in chronological order.
Sorry.
Scoundrels.
Sorry.
This is the bit where Waller's walking in the background getting shot.
I didn't know it's that because I had to frantically type out, like, a genuine big pop for Karrion Kross.
I know.
They kept on saying it, like people online have been going, wow, people are really into him. And I'm like, are you not watching these shows? Because no one appears to be actually doing this. Seems a thing that you're trying to make be a thing. Well,
Yep.
it was a thing tonight.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah, well done.
He's Mystic Meg, though. Because I assumed off the back of that line that maybe Sammy would win the qualifying match, and then in the match itself, Cross would somehow cost him and set off a big feud that way. But no, none of that will happen. So what that means after Cross's little "you'll never win the title" line, I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows? But I was about to say, I hope it's not a feud between Sammy and Cross. What a step down for Sammy. But is it now a step down for Sammy with getting all the
not
all
now.
the pops?
Plus, if Cross is going to get a push, he'll have to beat Sammy, which seems like a...
I don't know about this.
Yeah,
I don't know about this now.
And then the bell rings. What was interesting though, lads, I don't know if you noticed this, but Scarlett was stood on a ladder.
Oh. But he's not. I can now fully see why you thought Cross was going to interfere in the main event, because it really does feel like he's going to, doesn't it?
It's Money in the Bank season.
Yeah.
And she stood on a ladder, which is used to retrieve the briefcase in a Money in the Bank match.
Do you reckon he'll be in?
The subtext is off the page again in the WWE.
Big
You're going to open the briefcase and Scarlett's going to pop out.
Carrion will be in the ladder match.
Oh, that confirmed it for me. Why else would she be on a ladder just randomly? Who goes, oh, there's a comfortable looking ladder. I'll go and stand on it. Huh?
Cats do, I think, but humans no. The main event is the Money in the Bank qualifier between Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and Sami Zayn. Seth hits the curb stomp on Balor, but Sami hits the haluva kick on Seth and makes the cover, only for Braun Bloody Breaker to pull him out the ring. Braun and Bronson beat Sami down. Jey Uso tries to make the save from the crowd, but gets taken out as well. Meanwhile, Dirty Dom slides a chair in the ring for Balor to use, but Seth curb stomps him on it for the win.
Dom's a tit.
Dom's a tit.
Dom's a tit. He's a massive effing tit. Yeah, cool.
CM Punk's music hits, so Seth sends his henchman up the ramp, but Punk arrives from the other side of the arena and hits the GTS on Rollins. He escapes in the crowd to close the show.
So I was disappointed because when you get ahead of yourself and you think, I can see what story they're doing here and it's going to be compelling. I thought when Cross went to Sami, you'll never be world champion, you. I thought Sami was going to win the briefcase. And then he's so conflicted now because does he help out Jey or is he going to cash in on Jey to hold the belt he's never held and all that? And now none of that's going to happen. Now we're going to get Seth with the briefcase.
If this was 2024, that's what Triple H would have done. Because that's how good it was back then, all those years ago in 2024. But now there's something changed, so we don't do that anymore. I think I lost a will to live by the time this match came around. I've written down in my notes here, 3 good workers working.
Yes.
All men equally matched in this match. Thrilling near falls as all 3 fall. One standing tall as the others fall.
Oh.
That's where it ends. Jey Uso,
Poet Lariat
has
returned.
really giving up there, haven't I? Jey Uso fighting for his pals. Tiring himself out like Gunter does
You
nothing.
did that in the cadence. I thought you were fighting for his pals.
Thought Sami had done it with the haluva kick straight after the stomp.
Yeah.
On Finn, who missed the coup de grace. But Dom's a tit. Why would he slide that chair there? Unless, of course, Liv Morgan's told him to. Because she knows what that dirty Finn Balor's up to.
So from one angle, I thought, what is Dom doing? And even the announce team go like, it's a bit of a weird throw from Dom. But from the other angle, it looks like this is going to sound, it looks like he's giving him a through ball. Run onto that. Yeah. And then obviously Seth, I think it worked out absolutely fine for me. Questions about Dom still. Yes.
So many questions. How does he keep getting these ladies?
Huh? He's a cheeky boy.
He even had Stephanie McMahon blushing.
What?
They did a podcast this week, and I saw it on my Instagram, just a 30-second clip. And they're speaking about a cat in Saudi Arabia that Liv Morgan apparently just started feeding tuna fish while they were over there.
Yeah.
And Stephanie's like,
Dom needs to stop. And also because that was Stephanie, I reckon next week it'll be like Dom loses IC title in 5 second squash match.
Should we go for a piss?
Yeah, please. What are you doing? End the segment.
It's the fit.
You're the host of the...
If I don't do that, then we just keep on doing it. No one's pissing. I will fold my arms like this. NXT.
NXT's back.
Is it just me, or was the feeling restored this week?
Oh, yeah.
Something was restored. What a, let's get down with it. First match is Ricky Saints' title defense against Ethan Page. It gets weird when the challenger tries to use a chair. Security stop him, but also hold the two competitors apart for some reason. Ava heads to the ringside and tells the ref we need a clear winner. Security let the match resume. Later, they brawl into the front row, so security separate them again. Both wrestlers fight them off, but are soon separated for a third time. The ref orders the wrestlers to get back in the ring, but before they do so, Page drives Ricky throat first into an upturned chair. Page dominates the rest of the match, but the champ starts to make a comeback. Ethan twangs the top rope into his throat and takes advantage to win the title. Officials check on Ricky as Page celebrates.
Ava got in the way.
Just a little bit.
Why didn't you just make it an ODQ and just stop doing what she was doing?
Because she wants there to not be chaos.
I know, but
So having it no DQ, they're like, all right,
But going to the rings-
bring out the shotguns like in that match we were discussing
I'd
earlier.
rather she did that, because going to the ringside area and going meh, 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 and changing nothing, and then going some more meh, 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 didn't add anything to the match.
yeah.
Just made it like an idiot.
when we sometimes when we criticize Ava, and the league rankings are the same, by the way, Joel. When we slag off Ava, often it's just the way she's written on screen as well, because everything they do to try and make her seem like a powerful, good, benevolent authority figure backfires. She looks like a dick, and she did. And this is maybe one of the worst examples. Why WWE have always known how to do pull-up pop rolls and that. And for some reason, they just forgot all the rules of that in this match. They're pulling them apart
Right.
when
And
they're
I
just
think-
trying to fight.
Right, I think at one point Rick said, "Oh, but Ava's made sure that this is no holds barred, or this won't stop it." And Cora's like, "No, she's not doing that.
Yeah.
we're specifically not making this a hardcore brawl or whatever this wants to be, which
But there needs to
goes
be a
against
finish.
any other time this has happened in history.
Yeah.
So it was like, Ava needs respect. It's like, cool. Can we watch the wrestlers?
But it's very reminiscent of when Rude Hullett left both Duncan Ferguson and Alan Shearer on the bench
yep.
at home to Sunderland. She's got this pull-apart brawl not being pulled apart, and she's got Hank and Tank sat in the back. Two bona fide security boys,
Yes.
bodacious
They
security
used to be
belly
that.
boys. No, they still. You don't lose that, Maffew, do you? She had those weapons at her disposal, yet she didn't use them. Really bad leadership.
They don't want Hank and Tank to get booed when
So
they're like,
Ethan Page.
"Oh, Ava's friends are here. Great."
So Ava's Rude Hullett. Kevin Phillips is Ethan Page.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Mick Quinn is Ricky Starks. Not Mick. Yeah. No.
Niall Quinn.
Niall Quinn, yes.
of course.
I'm getting Newcastle Striker mixed up.
Yeah.
I was
I hate it
thinking
when you do
Mickey Gray. That's what I was thinking.
He. Sunderland fans don't like him recently.
Why?
After the Covent.
Don't care. Why
It
not?
doesn't matter what you think.
Why not?
It's fine.
Oh.
Because after the Coventry match, he went on talks, but the semi-final with the late winner, and Sun celebrated a bit mad because it was a very dramatic moment. Mickey Gray went on TalkSport and was like, "Don't celebrate yet, lads." Shut up, Mickey Gray. We would have maybe won at Wembley before if you could convert a penalty. Never forget.
Really bad pen.
Oh, he passes it into the keeper's arm.
Oh.
I was too young to really remember it, but
A toddler could kick the ball harder. Matthew.
he thinks he's so fit and pretty and that, and he is. But
The match was great.
The match, look, I get what they were doing. They were having all the hubbub and drama and Ava distractions, so you could go, yeah, Ricky's losing the title here, but we want him to not look bad in defeat necessarily. And we don't want to do the three-way match. Ricky doesn't take the pin, I guess, because then whatever. So we'll do it this way, which was interesting. You know, if it's going to happen on a brand, it better be NXT. You can get away with this type of malarkey. But it didn't quite work for me that Ethan Page hit that insane move to him on the outside, the cut onto the upturned chair. It looked like it killed him. And then it's like, oh, he's still fighting back, though. And then he loses because of the rope. I'm like, I'd have been all right if it's just
I
like...
didn't mind that.
I would have been way more happy. It's like, all right, he's done that horrible move to him, could take advantage of the situation. It was almost like because of the security, he would have taken it. But then it became like, but Ricky's still hard. And he's like, no, you're not.
I didn't mind that
Yeah.
because he went back to the throat, though, with the twang in the rope. And
Yeah.
Ricky's soul, his selling was amazing.
Yeah.
I think this is if you're in wrestling school, this is a match you could show people in the art of selling from Ricky Saints. I thought his selling was fantastic all the way throughout, even if the chair might have been a shoot. The way he took that, I can't tell if it was a shoot or a work.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is great.
I can't say a higher compliment than that.
The fact it exploded, that's a work. But the way he took it, it looked
Yeah.
like it might have. There was a effing lariat from Paige I've written down
Yeah.
here, coming a bit after the chair shot. Should have ended the match there, but Ricky got the full babyface valiant fight and treatment here. Paige snapped the top. Oh, I've said that bit. Ba, 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 ba. This made me think maybe Saints is going to the main roster off the back of the Grace and Vicar news.
Yeah, after what we learned later on in the show, yeah. Maybe he is. Or maybe there'll be like a rubber match. I don't know.
Yeah, and it was also funny. Ava
Because
says,
Saints has beaten him once before, hasn't
Right.
he? Yeah.
it was also funny that they went. Ava's like, I need this. They need to get in the ring. They have this match. I need a champion for when worlds collide. I'm like, you do have one already. He's there. He's right next to you.
It's Ricky Saints.
Yeah, there. Be happy. So I understand why they did it. I think it's made Ricky look really good.
Yeah.
And the crowd went, oh, like that when Paige won, which is nice.
Sounds a bit like Virgin Island, Maffew.
Virgin Island Maffew, the new one, the latest collection of Maffews roaming the streets.
Vim. V-I-M.
Sarah Schreiber interviews Fatal Influence. Jasmine Nix is suddenly back. Hello. Fallon Henley thinks she should have been given the title shot tonight because JC lost to Steph last time she faced her. JC points out that Fallon lost the North American title to Stephanie. If she wants to be in JC's corner tonight, that's fine. But JC will be all right either way.
What the F is happening, sexy boy?
Yeah.
What the F is happening,
Oh,
Chef
I
Michaels?
thought you were just talking to Matthew.
Sexy boy Maffew, friends with Vim.
Sign me up for Vim, yeah. Aye, Jane getting the title shot. I did a little bit of digging on her old cage match thing. She was on a 6-match winning streak that ended in April 2024. But since then, she's lost singles matches to Thea, Lola Vice twice, Steve, Stephanie Vicker, but has won matches against Carmen Petrovic and one on main event against Brynley Reese. What the F is happening, sexy boy?
Yeah, what is happening?
What's happening here?
I don't know. I don't want to sound too harsh to JC because I think she's a great talker and great emoter and charisma and that. But now, well, the cream's been taken off the top of the women's division now. The strongest women's division in all the land, as they tell us. Suddenly, no Roxanne, no Jordan, no Stephanie, no Julia.
No, Julia, yeah.
Now what's going on? Yeah, I mean, it's what NXT's for, isn't it? It's
Of
to bring
course
other
it is,
people
yes.
up, but it's going to be a bit of an adjustment period, I think.
Yes, to say the bloody least.
I do have faith in JC Jane. I think she's been a sleeper good wrestler. That was a good sentence.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. That was good.
But every time she's in the ring, she does well. It's just the fact that she hasn't been in the ring all that often or won enough matches to be a viable champion.
Yeah.
Or is the shock factor what they were going for?
Probably.
10 years' time, we'll be watching YouTube, the 10 greatest shocks in NXT history. Number 1, JC Jane.
This is how we talk now. Hi, I'm Squeaky Maffew. You might know my 2 other friends.
Shaggy Maffew and doesn't matter. Vim, only on Channel 4.
Thankfully. In the locker room, Josh Briggs is buzzing that Inamura is back. Inamura says he couldn't stay in Japan with things left to accomplish in NXT. JB assumes he means winning the tag titles. Inamura agrees, but also hints at something even bigger.
Oh, what's he on about?
The women's title.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was very, very interesting when Inamura's putting his name sticker back on his locker. He covers a sticker that reads Heights. Was that meant to be seen, or was that just some haphazard production?
I mean,
stuff?
Oh, it could be either or.
if it's deliberate, that would be a match I wouldn't mind seeing. Tavion and Yoshiki.
You put your sticker on my sticker. I did put my sticker on your sticker. Way I didn't like the fact you put your sticker on my sticker.
What are you going to
Thing is,
do about
that's
it?
a better story than many that Shawn Michaels
Yeah, really.
because you've got a beginning there, a middle, and an end. And Shawn doesn't quite sometimes remember that.
I'd love to see that, yeah. Tavion beats him up and then JB's just crying at ringside. My boyfriend is dead.
There's nothing
Like
wrong.
Rocky IV.
I find nothing wrong with the intensity of their friendship. I think that
It's so strange.
it's not.
They barely know each other.
No, but
I
it's,
know he stayed around his house
but
in
it's like
Japan.
Love Island. You know, those relationships get very intense very fast. You know when like someone like gets broken up with on Love Island and they're devastated. It's like you've known this lad 2 days.
Yeah. But what 2 days they were.
I don't want to get when cause there was a lad. Was that Elliot Anderson's brother on a recent series?
And sorry.
Yeah, it was former Newcastle footballer. His brother was on, and he just because Kayla made me watch an episode again.
Okay.
I'm getting drawn into these things. I don't want to watch more.
Always with an island.
Yeah. he was just like, I'm not interested in this lady that I've just met 2 minutes ago who I've been forced to be in a relationship with. And he was made to be the villain. And I was like, what?
How dare you?
The heart wants what the heart wants. You can't force the heart to want something it doesn't want.
How dare you,
He was
Elliot
made to be
Anderson's
a
brother?
villain. Yeah.
Wow.
God.
That was
Imagine on an episode of
I
Vim.
knew you hadn't finished.
Imagine being an episode of Vim. And
yeah. I would know about that.
Ethan Page is one of the sexy boys you get to pick from on Vim. And you're forced to be in a relationship with him. And then you go, oh, sorry, pal, I don't quite fancy you. And then everyone goes, bah, you're a bastard, Maffew.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
I can't believe I got used on Virgin Island.
I'm just picturing the lineup. I've never seen Vim, obviously, but I've seen Love Island where they're all lined up like meat.
Yeah.
And it's all these maybe slightly nervous virgin lads and stuff, and just Ethan Page just ego.
So some of the guys are like me, and then Ethan Page with his shades on and his dick out.
Whoa!
Oh,
Hold on now.
a fan fiction here, Matthew.
Let's have a bit of decorum on Virgin Island.
I do apologise for bringing down the stature of Virgin Island.
And Tony D's doing a handstand next to him, wearing no trousers. Whoa!
But still is suspended in his hat.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You can leave your hat on.
Hey.
Some say it does leave his head. That bit died a death.
Oh,
Well, the journey was fun, though.
it was fun.
Like a trip to Milton Keynes.
Oh,
The journey's fun.
I'm a defender of Milton Keynes as a town.
Such a bad place.
That massive Weatherspoons, it was a great night.
The Weatherspoons.
massive Weatherspoons.
Oh, it was
you
good.
can only get a Weatherspoons
It was
in
when
Milton
we
Keynes.
were doing WCPW, and yes, it's a strange place.
It's like it's a cod map, is what it is.
Because it's younger than
Yes.
it's younger than like
Such a good insult.
people's granddads and that, but it's a strange town.
All the buildings are derelict, but they're not.
It's strange. It's like a training exercise town for the military, yeah. But that Weatherspoons was glorious, though.
It was a nice weather.
was
Yeah.
really good.
It had
That's not the worst compliment you can give a place.
Massive spoons.
floor-to-ceiling glass windows.
Yeah.
So impressive.
It was like the one in Biker, but huge. Like if you
Yeah.
expanded it with the big window at the side.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a ballroom. Anyway.
This is in Milton Keynes. Please email in.
Well, there was two Weatherspoons because it took us a while to find it. So whichever one's the massive one, let us know.
Yeah, we need to know. Where are we? Mike Santana wins his first NXT match against Tavion Heights. He helps Tavion to his feet after the bell and gives him a hug. Charlie Dempsey isn't happy because he wants a hug.
I thought both these lads looked fantastic in this little matchup here. It was given a little bit of time in the context of being a weekly NXT show. Tavion, everything he does is so bloody smooth. There was a roll through into an AA position, which was reversed by Mike, but still the fact he got there so smoothly, it made me say, wah, wah, wee, wah. His gut-wrench suplex is also very nice. Massive chop from the Bariqua.
Oh, it was echoey.
Yeah, was. Followed by a lovely roll-through cutter.
That job.
Yeah.
That's what Bert should have taken on roll.
That's
Yeah.
what you learn in the Bronx.
Yeah.
He told us he was from the Bronx quite a lot. This
He
week.
did. And I was very happy seeing him because I'd watched this bloody guy when he was in Beyond,
Right.
VXV. He was over Progress a bunch of times.
That's when I first heard about them particularly because I wasn't watching TNA at the time, but I think it was against CCK. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah.
They had a match against some tag team in Progress, and everyone was like, "It's one of the best indie tag matches we've ever seen." So that was. I wonder if we'll ever find out what happened between him and Ortiz in real life.
Yeah, they've been quite tight-lipped about it, other than just letting people know, yeah, we're not friends now.
But they referred to it on TV in AW without really.
Yeah, there wasn't much they could do with it.
Strange.
A lot of AW was like that.
Eddie
for a brief
Kingston
period.
started to favour him over Santana and everything. Hey, monkey, he used to say. That's what he called him. He was,
did.
Yeah.
His favourite monkey.
A bit patronising, wasn't it?
Very patronising. But yeah, to see him do well, go on his own. He's been kicking ass in TNA, is what I get told by the TNA fans.
Yeah.
And now he's in NXT, and it looks like he fits in already.
He's got that. He does a bit of a promo, and he's not as good with it as Eddie Kingston, but nobody is. But he's got the same sort of sincerity behind him. Must be when you're from New York.
Yeah, and Graves saying, oh, he's from that same wrestling area of Homicide and Low Key. It's like, yeah,
Yes.
nice.
And Jennifer Lopez is from the Bronx
Yeah,
as well.
that's right.
Of course. She's still
She had a
Jennifer.
little...
Oh, is
she's
that where
got-
that
now she's got a lot.
Where the blocks were from.
In the back of the song, when she goes, "This is Johnny from the block," you hear in the background, "The Bronx."
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's where the block is.
It's been ages since I've heard that.
Great
I
song.
didn't think it was very good.
Is it a good song?
I'm still
it's a-
Jenny from the block. People mock
Top tier.
Don't you slag off
Banger.
Jenny from the block.
Don't be fooled by the rocks that I've got. I'm still Jenny from the
I
block.
remember being mocked as soon as it came out, going, "What? You've got this reputation as being like only the best for me."
Oh, but she's from the Bronx.
Don't be fooled though.
No matter
By
where
the
she
rocks that
goes,
she's got.
no matter where she goes, she knows where she came
Tell
from.
me, Maffew.
Well, that's good. It's good that you remember where you're from.
Yeah.
Some people forget, I guess.
She even says that.
Yeah. And then in the Bronx.
Yeah, that's someone reminding her where she's from.
She can't hear through a massive diamond earring.
Yeah, music's not the same anymore, is it? It's wank today compared to what we grew up on.
Oh, don't. Say
Yes and no. Some of it.
We reached greater heights in the late 90s to early 90s than we do today.
In pop music.
Yes, in popular
Okay,
music.
right, yeah, fair. I mean,
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to think now what recent pop music
Your
songs I
Chapel
like.
Ruins
oh, she's got a really good song.
couldn't lace the boots of
Jennifer Love.
boys.
No, what? Sophie Ellis Bextor or somebody.
Westlife,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 3 count.
Samantha Mumba. Don't even come at me, brother.
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline? Is
Jacqueline? Is that what she was called?
that the last who
No,
wrote
that's,
Tracy
no,
Beaker?
that's a wrestler.
Yeah.
Anastasia. I knew it was a bit of a fancy name. I just couldn't remember. Okay.
Anastasia's got pipes on it.
Yeah, Christina Milian.
Oh, did I get? Oh, I said a song was by Shakira, and it was Anastasia, wasn't it?
Oh,
I'm out of love.
Set me free. Great song.
You rinsed me for that, or someone online rinsed me for getting those two mixed
We
up. I
would
felt
never.
so bad.
Oh, right. If any of you kids are listening, listen to "I'm Out of Love" by Anastasia.
What was it, the one she had?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna pay
Yeah, leave it all behind.
Is that what I've just done?
I think you started to.
Oh, I need to see
One
this.
day in your life.
Yeah.
That's it.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
Jim Ross's favourite song. I'm going one day in my life. Good to hear about him. He's,
I was gonna
Yes,
say,
yeah,
Leo.
absolutely.
Up the gym.
Yes.
Up the gym. We get our high-rise vignette. Wesley has been part of a group before, but their goals changed. Tyson and Tariq have brute force and brilliant minds that mirror Lee's convictions. They absolutely pepper us with cliches. They rise like bread in the
This
oven.
was so stupid. I used to have friends. You can't trust friends. I have new friends.
Yeah.
I trust these new friends.
It's like a logic puzzle. Wes has 2 friends.
The friend on the left tells the truth. The friend on the right always lies.
Oh,
Yeah, I was kind of interested in them, and then they did this vignette, and now I don't care about them.
It's just, it's not a very. The foundations of the building of the high rise are not very structurally sound.
Yeah.
It's going to fall over.
Again,
It's
it was,
not a Milton Keynes Weatherspoons. By
No,
any means.
I didn't have a problem with their delivery of it. It was more, it was the writing for
The
me.
logic, there's
Yeah.
none there.
No.
Andre Chase tells Cale Dixon and Mariah
no.
Mariah Connors not to be overzealous in future and to stop jumping into matches without a game plan. They somehow think he's telling them to do the opposite and immediately ask a passing Ava for a match next
1
week.
second, make it quick.
Is that what she said?
What you said to them? 1 second, make it quick.
What happened to her? She books.
She was sauntering as well.
That's that teacher, bloody Joe lad.
Oh, yeah. What was her name? Mrs. Cook.
Yeah.
What a
exactly.
bitch. How old was she back then,
She's
Joe?
cooking in hell.
Oh, I don't know, 40s.
She'll still be with us.
Ah, yeah, I think so, yeah.
Not like Dr. Ferguson, I reckon he's gone.
Did you make sure of that? Like,
No, I'm just. He was about 55 back then. 20 years ago.
I feel
He
bad
might still
for
be.
I feel bad for saying I hate her as well. She
do you?
wasn't
She
that
was
bad.
unfair to you.
Yeah, but
was
just
that
that
one-
one, just that one time.
You were a child.
Probably a bad day, you know.
Yeah, but
she was
you
alright.
never take it out on the kids.
yeah.
That's true.
You know.
You get a good teacher, you remember them forever. It's amazing. You get a bad teacher, you also remember them forever.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. So the lesson is, if you're a middle of the road teacher, just be a dick, and they'll never forget you.
Yeah, if you're a forgettable teacher, that might not be the worst thing in the world.
I remember like all my teachers.
Yeah, same
yeah,
here.
same.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I was at a
You spent
wedding
so much time with him.
last year with a teacher I had in 2003, and they remembered me, even
Wow.
with beard. And I remembered them.
It's a shame when they don't remember you if it's one that you liked.
King James Community College. Why am I even saying this? No one's going to listen to it. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, big up. But years after the fact, I got to see my form teacher because he was at Asda. He was in the queue ahead of me, and I went, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm not sure if you remember me, but you're my teacher. And he went, I remember you, Maffew. And I was like, and I really got like, oh,
Yeah, it's
really? Nice. This is like 12 years after the fact. And I was like, bloody hell, mate. And I said, like, look, we all respected you. I don't know if you like, we didn't
respected you.
Yeah, because he was one of the few teachers that actually talked to people like, look, I've got some news, here it is. And it's like, don't run indoors. Be like, oh, son goes, look, I'm just the messenger. I'm
He's
just here to
fair
tell
to
you
the
this.
kids, yeah.
Yeah, he was actually, he'd be respectful. And oh my God, and he also, there was these two lads fighting and he went to stop it. It's amazing seeing
Is this going to be a double DDT?
It's better than that. It's
double pod
and he's like, stop it. Yeah, he gave the thing Pennant did.
The old school heel spot.
The kid, like, he's like, get off him. And this kid just, like, get off us to the teacher. He's like, and it was like, like, oh, you think you're doing that, are you? He picked this kid up by his ears and went, you don't push me, I push you, and dropped him. And people went, whoa.
Like a cartoon.
Yeah. I'm like, I didn't think you could do that. I thought they'd rip off. But like, yeah.
Mr. Trunchbull.
Yeah. And, then he adjusted his collar and went back and did math.
I assume he got sacked then.
No.
You can't put your hands on a kid's ears.
The teacher was defending himself.
Kid's not a grass.
Yeah, no one's going to tell. We're telling each other, like, no, it was really cool. She's like, what would you have done to us if we'd grass?
This reminds me of when like someone would like hit the Undertaker in a match and you go,
yeah,
it's
right.
like, yeah.
Where we are. Andre Chase, oh yeah, right, did that thing. She books him alongside Mr. Chase in a 6-man tag against Dark State. Andre is fuming.
At least we get a team with you, Mr. Chase. You're not my tag partners.
Yeah.
Well, they are.
Yeah, they are.
You're not listening.
Yeah.
It's another segment that sort of has the new Chase U doing bad things, which would eventually, in my mind, build to the old Chase U coming back and showing them what for. But that's not possible.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what we're doing here.
It seems specifically, bloody hell, Maffew. It seems intended to have Booker T and the other commentators, not just Booker T, rinse Andre Chase and the concept of Chase U, which I'm like, did somebody in Chase U annoy someone deeply in important NXT or something?
I imagine we were annoyed by them at the very start.
I think you were
I
on board
think-
immediately, mate. Yeah.
I signed up to the school straight away.
Fair enough.
That's my kind of wrestling, that.
I'm just relieved that we've got the frat house now on the other channel just to...
Cheap imitation.
No.
I'll take that over
You
this.
can't be 35 going,
You
if
can.
we lose,
You can.
oh!
Because it's wrestling, you absolutely can't
Yeah.
have that.
It's pathetic.
It's unreal.
It's pathetic. 35 and acting like you're a child.
Weirdly, they're
Yeah,
less...
that's right, wrestling podcaster.
Weirdly.
Hey, we do this with decorum.
Yes.
Yes, we
Virgin
do.
Island.
Hey, that guy died getting cheese.
He didn't die now.
Stupid dead idiot.
No,
When,
he's alive. He's well.
When it's weird
You're
that
drinking cheese through a straw.
when I first saw the frat house, I thought these are less of a cheap imitation of the old Chase U than the new Chase U are of the old Chase U.
I agree with that.
Yeah, they're not even the worst imitation of them in wrestling currently.
Yeah.
Man.
But that doesn't make it acceptable.
Okay, fair enough.
2 wrongs do not make a right.
But two U's making if you put one on top of it.
That was really good.
Was it?
That was great.
Thank you.
2 U's making O.
Or W.
Or yeah, W would have been lowercase.
You can do so much with 2 U's.
What else can you? An E? Put
Yeah,
one
yeah.
aside. An M?
The number
Whoa.
3.
Turn it upside down. Such a versatile letter. It's the letter U.
Oh, it's
All those
magnificent.
episodes of Heart Attack really come into play here. Luca Crucifino meets with Tony D'Angelo in the synagogue, it says.
Oh, yeah, they were
that's
back in
right,
the
the mysterious
synagogue.
synagogue again. Luca swears on his mother's eyes. That's
That's such a Phoenix Knights line. On our Christine's eye.
Left him in the middle of the desert, and Tony can still trust him. Luca wanted to keep laying low, but after seeing what happened in recent weeks, he decided to come back. Tony doesn't know who to trust right now. You said this earlier. It doesn't make any sense, because then why do you show up and cost Tony the match?
I don't know.
That was the moment you decided to return?
And Tony starts to ask him and goes, why? Why did you do it? And he starts to answer him, and Tony goes, save it. No. Find out immediately. You've called this meeting with him.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels doesn't know. He gets so excited by the gangster storylines because he clearly loves it.
Yeah.
That he forgets that you've got to make it make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says he didn't reach out, Luca, because that would be putting everyone at risk. And this is while Tony was using the same safe house.
I forgot about
So
that.
what
that small
difference would it have
detail.
made? Yeah.
The story's full of holes.
Yeah. Yeah, Stacks drove him deep into the desert and kicked him out. What? That's big and hard. Get out!
Well, I don't believe Luca, obviously.
Just drove off. No, come back.
Well, yeah, how did he get out? The Nevada desert's huge, I assume.
Yeah.
Was it Nevada?
That's a core memory that for me when I was about 5, I reckon.
Oh, yeah.
You're a kid and you're not right and you're just kicking off with your mum. We're driving down the back road, like the A road in the car. And I was just like, right, let us out then. She stopped the car. I was like, get out then. And I got out and just started driving away. And I was like, oh my God. She got about half a mile away. I was like, stop.
Oh, wow.
But she put the car in reverse and came back. I was getting flashbacks watching Luca Crucifino here after his trials and tribulations in the desert.
But I don't believe him.
No.
I think that he will turn on Tony, and I think they'll expect us to act like it's a big shock, despite it being such a not a fed herring, the other one, a bait and bait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it's going to be lots of like, oh, who is Luca going to side with? And I'm going to go, why do I care about Luca?
He's the legal eagle.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got the keys to the kingdom.
Yeah, he's like-
You got him on side, you can do anything.
Who's the one in The Godfather? Is it Tom, the lawyer?
Yeah.
He's him.
Yeah.
And he plays quite a key role towards the end.
Oh, okay,
Think I
yeah,
remember. I've only seen one. No
Great
spoilers
song
for
by
two.
Rush, that.
Tom.
Tom Lawyer.
Tom so. Oh!
Trick Willie comes out the rag about becoming TNA champ. The fans applaud. He tells the fans not to applaud him because they just sing along with Joe Hendry last week. I thought that was a very good point. Trick mentions a few names from the title's history. None of them compare to him, especially not Hendry. Trick's turning his back on the fans because they did the same to him. He's going to make some changes in TNA and wants to start by renaming it Trick NA.
Well, it's dangerous times because I reckon there's plants in this audience because they were chanting Trick NA when he came out.
Yeah, they knew.
And then he used it in the promo after they'd chant. You don't take it like that.
How do they know?
After you've just gone, well, you were cheering for the other guys, so F you.
I can't believe that. You would think it were plants.
This was
in the
also
shed.
written without. I'll let you finish, actually. First.
Yeah, sorry. Then Santana interrupts and says Trick isn't his champ. He defends the TNA locker room, but Trick says the TNA champ calls the shots. Santana obviously wouldn't know about that. Santana says Trick is a pretend fighter, a pretend rapper, and now a pretend champ. But Mike is as real as it gets, and he's going to take the title from him. Trick says he's going to beat Santana's ass, but Santino Marella interrupts on the Tron. He books a title match between the pair for next week. He's the GM of TNA, by the way.
Yeah.
Santana goes for a handshake, but Trick tries to cheap shot him. Santana wins a skirmish and raises the belt. I thought they'd be a bit more effective if they weren't blaring Santino's bloody theme for some reason at the end of it. I'm like, this isn't about him. Cut that off.
I thought they've kind of written this a bit strange, assuming that the fans will have turned on Trick, but he's just so popular that not all of them have. So as soon as Trick goes, I've turned my back on you because you all turn your back on me, they start chanting for him again.
I'm all right with that because obviously I like the fans get louder if they're trying to drown out somebody else. So the fact there are people going, no, we weren't all doing this. Some people were cheering him. And I do like the fact that we're still doing the TNA versus NXT thing in NXT because, half the crowd are like, yeah, I like him, but I also like the fact that this is NXT.
Yeah, right.
That's our guy.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Just for the atmosphere alone, yay.
Oh, Mike sounded and looked like a main eventer here. The way he was going back at Trick. You're a pretend fighter and a pretend rapper in those high heels and tight ass pants. Hey-o!
Yeah. Oh, and what did Trick says? I'm going to take my...
Yellow pepper steppers off or something like that.
Oh, my God.
It sounded like if we said it, we'd be silly, but because he said it, the crowd go,
Yeah.
You can say
The
anything.
delicious sounding shoes, yes.
Yeah.
Yellow pepper steppers.
Something
Something like that.
yeah.
I'm going to take my yellow pepper
It
steppers.
doesn't work, does it? That doesn't work.
Yeah,
Doesn't work on Shields Road. That.
my salt and pepper steppers.
Yeah. You're like, what are you on about?
Yeah. You're like, all right, you're Raj. I'm getting away from it. Ava tells Stephanie Verkurt that she has a tag match at Worlds Collide against Mark Dallas and Chick Tormentor.
Not that Mark Dallas.
Dallas. Stephanie says she will find a tag team partner. Lola Vice immediately appears and says,
What are the bloody chances of that happening?
I will be your tag team partner. The two tag team partners are happy about this arrangement.
I'm
It's very
telling
natural.
you.
Rubbish.
TKO infiltrates great booking is what's happening up and down the WWE at the moment.
This segment was written so weird that it was like, I know you're getting ready for your match soon, Stephanie, but you need to find a tag partner. Thank you, Ava. I will find a tag partner, and I have my match coming up as well. I'll be your tag partner.
Yeah. Oh, here's one. Yeah.
Both facing the same direction. I'll be your tag partner. And then, thank you. I am glad that we are tag partners. Well, I guess we're tag partners. I know you're tag partners.
It's a type of thing that like people who are really into AI will go, look what AI can do now.
Yeah.
Like, I bet the film industry is really scared. Like, look at it.
Someone on Twitter the other day found an old tweet of mine. It's when I was interviewing Tama Tonga and we're stood side by side. And someone, I don't know why, they're just having a laugh or whatever. But Grok, like the AI thing on Twitter, hey Grok, make the guy on the right, make the guy on the right fat. And then it didn't. I was like, brilliant. Well done, AI. So class.
What? Like, Grok can do that?
It'll take our job soon.
It can't currently. No, it didn't make me fat. It made me look more soft focused, I think.
Oh. And the guys are perfect.
Yeah, the guy never replied.
Oh, God, there's that. I don't watch the AI slop wrestling channels, but what's his name? Kieran, I think. I forget his name off the top of my head. I'm annoyed at that. But did a video covering some of the things, that the AI video things that they're putting out.
What AI thing?
Like, there's wrestling channels on YouTube that are just like
AI. Just AI, right?
And it was stuff like Liv Morgan joined the IRA.
Oh, konnichiwa.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
Wow.
It was like,
Oh my.
I'm like, damn, this is going to take our jobs. It's way more interesting.
Oh my God, I know why they've done that.
Have you searched for it?
I just said. Search Liv Morgan joins the IRA. There's a Wrestle Talk article. Dury stars to join new Liv Morgan faction.
We're going a slightly different direction.
I know why they've done that, the AI. I know why.
Why?
Because she's in a stable with Irish lads, isn't it?
Oh, God.
That's the only thing I can think of why they've done it, yeah.
Oh, no. That's something else.
For some reason, not coming up, but I don't know.
You just made up, haven't you?
Of all the things to make up.
Oh, is it Call Me Kieran?
That's him, yes, thank you.
With the cartoon
Yeah, yeah.
stick man. Yeah, he's met him. I've seen shoot him in real life.
Really?
Yeah.
What's he like?
Can't remember. Me and Sam met him in a lift at the Progress Wembley show.
Oh, that's nice.
And then later on, he put up the photo, tagged himself in it, and Sam was like, oh my God, it's that. We didn't realise at the time. I know, yeah.
There used to be somebody on... I genuinely can't remember the dude's name, but he was on Twitter.
I don't think it is Call Me Kieran. I think I've got him wrong there.
Well, whatever.
I know you
We're both terrible. But there was somebody who was big on Twitter for ages. And he'd stopped using Twitter. I wish I remember his name, but they used to say
Adam
stuff.
Pacitti? Me?
But he no longer that. He was just gotten rid of, I think, because people were annoyed with him because he preferred the Triple H as something like the Lord or something. All Hail, that was it. Do you remember this from like 2017? Whatever. Yeah, and he was all. Everyone seemed to know him in the wrestling. This is such a boring conversation, Maffew. Shut up. But anyway, I saw him at one of the toilets for All or Nothing.
A world of toilet.
I'm struggling. The left side of my brain is going, Maffew, wrap this up, please. And the right side's going, no, finish the story. And I said hello to him, and I was like, oh, it's him. And he went, oh, hi. And then like a second later, I went, oh, that was Maffew.
Huh.
God
was a
almighty,
great
Maffew.
story.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I've done such a good job of not oversharing on the podcast, and then
That was good.
A whole new world.
A new fantasy.
Jada Parker faces Tatum Paxley. She distracts Tatum by throwing one of her dolls across the ring. This
Aye.
complete distract. We should go back to my boring story again, because bloody hell, this completely distracts Tatum, like when Agent 47 throws a coin down a court. That's it. That works so effectively in that game.
Oh, too effective.
I didn't realize until I went online. I was like, how do I do this? Because the game's so smart and technical. It's like, no, throw a coin, and the security guard will go and
Throw a
fetch it.
coin anywhere to do anything.
The well-paid security guard's like, ooh, a crown.
The Metal Gear Solid guards could never.
Exactly. Jada gets the win, but is attacked by Thea Hale. She bails out the ring to avoid the Kimura.
Go on, Thea, looking strong. Go on.
Yeah, well done. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on this thing?
Well, Tatum Paxley's acting is still top tier.
No, it is.
What are you laughing at?
She's good.
I was just thinking something funny.
I think you were. The use of the dolls as a distraction device to set up a massive arse was not deserved the win. I've hit a wall here completely.
I think my crapness is spreading.
I don't think Tatum Paxley should have lost that match. I thought she was brilliant from start to finish. The Kavolka's off the scale. what a diddler Jada Parker is in the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast sense of the word. Because the dolls were Gigi Dolan and Shotzi, and another one, which I think was meant to be Big Body Javi, but I'm sure it was a lady doll as well.
Oh, wait. Is that who she's with?
Aye, that's her husband.
Ah, right. Okay.
Who was also released at the same time.
Yeah.
She lost everything. Nearly as much as Thea Hale.
Thea looked strong though because I always think Jada gets the better of. I think whoever Thea's feuding with often gets the better of her. So it was nice to see her on top for once, being the aggressor. She's really grown up from that annoying little girl in JC.
Yeah, I thought this didn't do anything for us, and the finish was wank.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
Well, I've written down Paxley's offense is all nailed, and I like it. Always is.
Thank you for clarifying things. We get a hype package for 2 bikes, Jasper Troy.
I've kept it going because he had a massive chain that was enough to lock up 2 bikes.
Yes.
Yes.
Like
2 chains.
John Prescott.
Very different men. But yes.
He wins his debut match against Dante Chen. Obafemi interrupts his celebration from the platform. Oba could have ambushed Jasper the same way he attacked the ruler, but he's better than that. Jasper has Oba's attention. Someone's making some really loud noises.
Got to be Andrew. That.
What was it? That sounded like a horn.
Go and get him. Go and get him in. What are you
Which means his 5 minutes of fame are over. I don't think this was that effective as it could have been, to be honest with you.
It was meant to make him look like someone who could take down Obafemi. But I agree. I don't think it did that.
I think Dante Chen looked more impressive. He got more stuff in. And Jasper Troy, I think, went maybe a bit too long if that's all he's capable of doing.
I thought Corey Graves was out of order at the start of the match, saying that Dante Chen does not. He lacks the killer instinct to make it to the top. Kick a man while he's down, or not book.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I like Graves, because he says stuff like that. Because like, well, there is some truth to that. I mean, that's why he hasn't done nothing. What happened, Jack?
I'm just being gaslit by the editors again. Went out there. What was that noise? Andrew takes his headphones off. What noise? We definitely heard a noise.
It was definitely Andrew. It sounded like Andrew had like seen somebody's feet.
Joel, you
I
got
don't
to
know,
do
I'm just
your
trying to make him a feet guy.
your
for some
editor
reason. I don't know
speak
he's
to
in-
find out what happened.
No one's there. It's just Andrew. Everyone else has gone.
Yeah, but-
everyone else is making a brew.
Yeah, but Joel's.
They've got their own language like Sims. These editors.
Andrew's not telling you. He won't tell me.
Oh.
It's
when you message him.
This is so like Cosa
say,
Nostra.
Jack
This
won't
is like
find
the
out about
Maffew of
this.
Like this is our thing. You can't get in. It's impenetrable.
It really is disturbing.
It is.
I don't know what you mean.
But just with mouse clicks.
8-bit. Bim, 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 bim.
Interesting stuff on old Jasper, by the way. Lost £30 apparently during the LFG process.
Wow.
Good for him. Former Division 1 offensive lineman, much like the great of the game.
He's offensive.
Yeah, offensive lineman.
Who's
What's
an
he say?
offensive lineman?
He must know.
Who?
Does he tell rude jokes?
No.
Who was it?
It was Madcap Moss, the offensive lineman.
Oh, was he?
For Mojo Rawley back in the day.
Oh, yes, he was. He was protecting the QB. Yes.
Just like, yeah, one of the greats of the game.
Yeah.
And this is him, the second coming.
I used to love. Me and Fraser, for some reason, used to love Madcap Moss when he was with Corbin. Because they'd tell a crap joke and Madcap Moss would nearly take a bump laughing, and we were like, that's great wrestling.
I did some digging as well. He used to go by Antoine Fraser. He's not actually that new. He was wrestling on NXT back in May 2023.
Who? Two bikes?
Two chains, 2 bikes.
No.
Yep.
I've fallen for it. Of course he won then.
Yep. He's not a new guy at all.
It's a fix.
It is a fix.
What about Dark Web? He deserved it.
Aye, Shiloh Hill.
Yes.
Your favourite.
Dark Web.
Dark Web boy.
Does the YouTube videos about things on the Dark Web, and you were like,
Oh, right. I legit thought his name was a bloke called Dark,
Dark
Web.
Web.
I'm like, wait, hang on.
The stable's Dark State.
yes.
Yeah.
This guy's called Dark. He's Dark.
I remember now. You're that guy going, here's how you use the dark web.
I did
That's
see a
not what
tweet
he
of him.
did.
I followed
Yeah,
him.
I mean, I don't think he meant it that way. The actual dark web. But like, you should make videos about that.
Joe,
They're going to get
Could
deleted.
you go on Shiloh Hill's Twitter? Just
I was
in the
looking at
background?
it today,
Yeah, he was
actually.
defending his videos because people have been going, "Oh, you're losing the plot, you pal, doing all this stuff." And he's like, "I've not crashed out. I've been getting 40 million hits or something on my Dark State videos."
Go on.
Yeah. In the background, I said again, Maffew, you can't do 2 things at once.
Oh.
Well, I've got it now.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, maybe not. Yeah, here we go.
There you go.
Mickey James defended him as well.
Mickey James, what?
Defended him. She was like, "Yeah, I love it." Yeah.
All right. So, to anyone who thinks I'm crashing out because I randomly started posting dark web videos, I started my Into the Dark Web series in 2022. It has over 400 million plays across all platforms, soon to be 500 million. I have received 4 official offers from production companies to option the rights to part. What the hell are you talking about? Right? I have a BS, you said it, from Stanford in computer science, and I'm well aware of the risks and how to mitigate them. If you don't like creepy content, don't watch it. I mean, okay. No, I don't. It's not the content. It's just the dark web. It's like, no.
You should start watching these on
Scary
Twitch.
place.
I don't want to be Maffew on the dark web. It's not a sentence I want out
Scary
there.
place. Because I don't know, and I don't know anything about it, and I know it's dodgy, but I would watch someone talk about it and explain it to me, though.
That,
Yeah,
so
that's
would
what
I.
he's done.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough then. Okay.
video-
It was just surprising that with the. It's just surprising that the with WB wrestlers being as media literate as they are. It's just like you're not using that term correctly, are you?
Oh, well.
Maybe I'll watch one and come back to this next week.
You're going to become in Charlotte Hill t-shirt. I love it.
Yeah. Sorry, Matthew's been arrested. I'm watching a Charlotte Hill video. Where we at? Backstage, Charlie Dempsey tells Miles and Tavion that they both failed to break out as single stars. Now it's time to concentrate on being a strong group again. Miles says he doesn't want to go backwards. Charlie says he's in charge and will decide the direction of the NQCC. Miles challenges Charlie to a match. If Miles wins, Charlie lets him go. Dempsey agrees because there's no way Bourne could beat him.
In. No way he could beat him in.
In what?
A rounds.
Yeah!
It is a rounds match.
Heritage Cup comes back, baby, but without the cup itself.
Do we think
Oh,
Miles is
Alexis King.
Do we think Miles is going to win or Charlie's going to cheat? to
Oh,
win?
Miles is going to bitch slap this Willy Wonka looking fool around like there's no tomorrow. He'll think he's Shiloh Hill by the end of this, I reckon. I'm interested by Ren Sinclair, though, because she's hyping up old Miles, and Charles doesn't like it. It's all imploding. It's a shock to see a tag team not getting along or a stable not getting along like
But
that.
who's-
Right. It's
whose
this.
side-
It's a non-goth Judgment Day.
Whose side is she on, Ren?
Miles all day.
Yeah, the
That's how it
winners.
seems.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
good.
Ren's-
It's good that they're keeping the momentum going for Miles.
Yeah. Oh, just can't wait for the rounds match to come back.
I can't believe they never capitalised on. Do you know how over Ren was in that Iron Survivor match? When everyone was like, she was the best part of that match.
Yeah.
And they've never done anything with her.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just group.
Or that random woman who, like, Alvarez was like, she's the most natural shooter we've ever seen. Kendall Gray.
Oh, Kendall Mint Cake.
Yes.
She's on L'Evolve.
L'Evolve.
Nelly said
The French independent
LFG.
wrestling promotion.
there was a four-way that was it a three-way or a four-way they hyped up on this episode, and Kendall's name was there,
Right.
alongside Smiley, Kylie, Ray,
Yes.
and one or two more.
Ooh. Very exciting. Ethan Page comes back out for a promo because he wants to have a title celebration immediately. Javon Evans interrupts and says he can't think of a more undeserving champion. He reveals that Ava has booked the title defense for Ethan at Worlds Collide against Javon. Page says Javon doesn't deserve a title shot, but Evans reveals that won't be Page's only opponent. He brings out Laredo Kid, who introduces himself as the most complete luchador. He's won titles in AAA and TNA, but now he's coming for the North American title. Page isn't happy, but Javon brings out another opponent, Ray Bloody Fenix. Fenix is buzzing to be in NXT because of the passion and spirit of the brand. He'll bring the fire at Worlds Collide and burn Ethan.
Animo.
Yeah.
I didn't like the segment.
Oh, no, it was incredibly rushed and forced.
Yeah.
But I mean, the match will probably be great, but it's just like the weirdness of NXT being used to promote TNA and AAA.
Yeah.
You're like, wow.
Well, it's almost like they own them all.
Yes.
Yeah, just
Put my tin foil hat back on. I don't know why I had to say it like that.
It was.
I'll take that hat off, mate. It's doing a horrible thing to your mouth.
I don't like. I get the whole the cocky heel, but he's getting his comeuppance here. He's learning that he's got all these opponents, but Javon shouldn't be happy about it. He's got less of a chance of winning.
I don't think he cares, though, does he?
He's too
Yeah.
bouncy.
He's just too damn bouncy. He cares more about bouncing than he does title
And
belts.
that's why he doesn't have a belt, right?
Yes.
What a loser. Bouncy loser.
But good in the sense that, wow, they're already pivoting. It's like Ethan Page coming out. Look, I won the title, now I'm moving on to something else. Yeah, Ricky Sake's definitely going up then.
Oh, no, you mention it, yeah. Because they've even set up as we'll learn his next, or if he retains his next challenger after that.
There's little to no chance he will, though.
Why?
How can he?
It's a four-way, yeah.
In a
20,
four-way?
25% chance of win.
Against three more flippy lads than him in a show where there's going to be lots of flips.
If only he was very intelligent and sneaky.
If he wears his Dharmas to the to the ring, then we know. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how we know if he's winning.
Yeah.
Oh, Maffew, it's the start of hay fever season. I can't breathe.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
I think that's why Ross is also.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh.
It's been the start of hay fever season for a
man.
few weeks now, let me tell
Guy
you.
was cutting my grass outside my flat the other day. I was like, please don't. Let it grow. I don't care.
Oh,
When they cut it, that's when it's worse.
I should nominate that for the Hall of Fame.
what, hay fever?
No, grass growing. Because I didn't walk Smithy last weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, the weekend before last, but walked him last weekend. That made sense. So it's been a 2-week gap. I can't see stuff that was there previously because of the grass that's grown within 2 weeks. Could not believe my eyes.
That's fast.
I'm walking through trees that used to be able to see the sky. I can no longer see the sky because of the leaves growing on the trees.
It's wonderful.
Rapid, so quick. Didn't understand how quick it was.
Nature's
Up the
just...
photos.
In the GM's office, Stevie Turner complains that Ava has overlooked Shawn Legacy in favour of 3 of her challengers.
Go on, Stevie, stand up to Ava.
Good point there from Steve.
Yeah, a good point, annoyingly made. Ava says she wanted to make sure superstars from NXT, AAA, and Raw and SmackDown be in the match.
Raw. I wanted to make sure there was one from everyone. NXT, AAA, and Raw or SmackDown.
All those classic brands. Legacy will face the winner of the match at Worlds Collide. Stevie says, that sounds perfect. Ava says, I know.
I know. I'm the best. I know.
It's Stephanie McMahon on a different level.
Yeah.
We need someone to knock her down a peg or two.
That's
really
impossible, though.
And I can think of just a man to do.
No, don't bring a Rock back to NXT again, I beg you.
No.
Zaria and Sol Rucker consult Tatum Paxi backstage. They're here if she needs some new friends. The culling watch out in the background.
Oh.
Menacingly.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
We're about to ruin something great here in Tatum Paxley.
Uh-oh.
Imagine if
Well, she could become the 3rd most important member of the Collie.
the second to Izzy Dame.
Yeah.
She could be Izzy Dame's sidekick.
She could take the pinfalls for her in tag matches that they lose.
Oh, that'd be mint. Well, someone who's naturally really charismatic and good at her role, doing things for Izzy Dame.
Izzy's all right.
She's not.
She's fine.
She's rotten.
Oh, you sound like a bit of a narp there, Ross, I'm afraid.
What the hell's a knob?
She used to call people narps. Do you remember? Non-athletic regular person.
Oh, that's true.
She's like, I'm a bad bitch on the volleyball court and in the wrestling ring, you narp.
Way up until about the age of 16 I was as well. Now I'm 32.
No, but I'm just saying.
God, that's half my life.
I'm just saying. I think I preferred that Izzy Dame, the jock, to this Izzy Dame. Yeah.
They would be idiotic to put Tatum Paxley in there and therefore have to remove everything that makes her her.
Yep.
But they will do because we know this.
Isn't NARP what they used to say on Pinky in the Brain?
Narp.
Yeah.
Narf?
No.
Oh, NARF. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a theme tune that is.
Yeah, what a program.
Another example that 90s are better than now.
But was
Exactly.
Pinky actually the clever one? In hindsight. Or-
They did, I can't even remember this. They did do an episode where he makes Pinky smart and he gets smarter than Brain. And he goes, look, my plan is to do this, Pinky. What do you think? He goes, yeah, I've actually put the things wrong there. And it turns out, oh, it is me. That's the dumb one.
That's
So he does a thing where he makes Pinky dumb again. So at least I'm smarter than him.
kind of like AI. The rise of AI. What if we make it like Pinky and it becomes cleverer than us?
Then we die.
Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Woohoo.
Die with no money. They'll take all our jobs.
Yeah.
And if
The
you
only-
thought that was depressing, wait till you see the finish of this main event.
We're going to be a nation of hairdressers. That's the only job they'll not be able to do.
Oh, they might eventually.
Yeah, they will.
Robots that can cut your hair.
I'm not getting a robot cutting me bloody hair.
Well, wait until you see the sick face.
This is what
they can do.
racism's going to sound like in 20 years' time. Look, I'm all right with robots.
Don't
It
be
is
mean to
one
the
day
robot.
one,
Yeah.
all right?
Yeah, all our grandkids are like, you can't say that
Come
about
on.
the robots.
Come on, stupid old Maffew. I'll keep on telling you, I'm not stupid old Maffew, I'm Vim. In the main event, Stephanie Vicker defends the NXT Women's Championship against JC Jane in a filler match that's just to build time to something else. The champion forces a collision between JC and Fallon midway through the match. The stablemates argue on the outside and shove Jasmine Nix over when she tries to keep the peace. Jasmine distracts the ref towards the end of the match, allowing Fallon to attack Steph. JC takes advantage and pins her to win the title.
Wow.
Mike Rowe, this was a good bit. It was obviously, set up, but Mike Rome is too shocked to announce JC and has to be prodded by
I don't think it was set up. I think that's a
That they put don't they ever show the ring announcer
every time.
a reaction shot?
In a big title match like that, it's all the time.
It's like the old films where something crazy happens and there's a man drinking wine and you see something crazy stops like pouring out on the floor.
Oh, like the waiters moved the thing.
Yeah.
I think even though we've talked about already, and I still agree that it was too fast and it makes no sense and stuff. But if you're gonna have a match to do this, then the finish was executed well. The last rolling discus thing that she hit her with was it was lovely, and a lovely sell from Steph.
Oh yes, I noticed that JC Jane was calling the match here, which I thought was a good for her.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Numerous points you could hear going to call the match. Delise and Chicken Tormentor were there.
Chicken tormentor.
Was it not chicken? Chica.
Oh, you're
Sorry.
being.
No, it's just
oh,
chick.
you thought the name's Chicken Tormentor.
I think it's just chick. I think it's chick tormentor.
Chick Tormentor.
But chicken
Now,
tormentor
is
sounds like
that a chicken who torments,
No, I
or do
think
they
it's like-
torment chicken?
They torment the
I think
chickens.
it's the
don't
new
they?
spicy range from Pizza Hut. The new chicken tormentor. Can you handle the heat?
Part of my
Chickens
ignorance,
were
everybody.
harmed in the making of this recipe.
Part of my ignorance. But
it's good.
I would like to keep Chicken Tormentor.
Chicken Tormentor is sweet.
yeah.
Their name should be that.
What did I learn about curries this week related to chickens?
That's a good way to start a sentence.
Vindaloo,
Yeah.
Tindaloo is the step up from a Vindaloo.
No.
You get a Tindaloo.
Wow, it's like Digivolve to Tinder.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was watching Rate My Takeaway for the first time in a while.
you've not seen him in
And he
ages.
does a video with Gary Eats, which is a baffling YouTuber. Obviously, I'm not bitter anyway, but he's just an old Tory fella who has got gangbuster numbers now on his channel, just going around, let's go and give it a go. That's his catchphrase, go and eat some foods. But he's just an old Tory fella in a woolly jumper.
But does he have like takeaways and stuff? Or
Yeah,
is
he
he
just
like,
goes to restaurants and tries Burger King or like
Tory.
Burger King.
Tory trying the peasant food. That's
Okay.
why he's got numbers,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it
Right,
is,
I
isn't it?
see.
Oh, I hate him.
But I gets Danny on the channel and they're like, we'll go for a hot curry. And he's like, can I order I forget the name of it. Is it fowl? Something like that? That's like the ultimate hot curry. Fowl.
Oh.
But the guy's saying it, you get a Vindaloo, then a Tindaloo, then the... Yeah, it's just Tindaloo.
Then the Charizard, right, yeah.
So that's off the back of Chicken Tormentor there.
Wow.
That is
Who-
good to learn. Yeah.
I'm sure her wrestling style is like a Tindaloo.
Nice.
So hot and spicy.
Nothing above a jalfrezi for me. That's my limit.
I just stick to Logan. Logan, you idiot. Lamb Rogan, Josh.
Logan Paul Josh.
Logan.
Hey yo.
Anyway,
what
what
else
was
we
I gonna
doing? Yeah, JC Jane looked the part in there for the entire match. I agree with Jack saying the finish was as good as it could be in this sort of context. It's the booking beforehand that was a bit wrong in every aspect possible. Fallon's had us going the entire time. The Angel's Wings lung blower thingy was cool AF from Stephanie out of nowhere. Where are we going? We go from the arse to Fallon kicking Steve around the post. What does that mean?
She
the
Yeah.
arse.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
does like
know.
a 619.
Yeah.
Or is it? I was worried that because Tom wrote the news notes when we were talking about it. He put Tiger Fein kick, even though it's faint, but I think he just left off the T. I thought he'd written Tiger Fiend kick,
Fiend.
and I was like,
Oh, no.
But he
no,
didn't.
why have
He's,
you-
when
why have
he
you
said
that?
it on the news, he didn't say Fiend, thankfully. I was like, oh.
Fine.
Yeah.
Great song.
I learned what a fiend means, what it is.
It's just like a dastardly person, isn't it?
Oh, no, that's
That's
a fiend.
Oh, that's a
With
fiend.
D.
Dirt.
What is a
Travis
fiend?
Scott fiend just means that if you're fiending for something, you're craving it. Oh, I'm fiending for a chicken tormentor pizza right now.
Ah.
I don't know what it has to do. I don't know why the song says that though.
So someone was just going, want,
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
Like an annoying baby robot.
Like Diana Vickers, nearly.
Oh.
Once.
My God.
Once.
What a woman she was.
What an
When I
iconic-
was at school, when age appropriate. Oh, it doesn't matter.
What?
I just fancied her at school.
Oh,
But like I was
What?
also...
What? She was at school? How did you
No,
know
I was
that?
at school. We were probably both school age when she was on X Factor.
Oh, I see.
I just realised it sounded dodgy. Because most people think of Diana Vickers, they think of... Carry on.
I get what you're saying. I'm just prodding you. Yes. Yes. When it was appropriate to like her.
Well, it was.
Yeah. You're allowed to
And
do that.
Ewan Quigg.
What?
Do you remember Ewan?
No.
Jorgen Quigg? On that X Factor series, there was rumours of a romance between him and Diana Vickers.
Oh! I only remember the Diana Vickers song. I never really watched X Factor back in the day.
I watched that season, I remember that.
Yes, this match
Yeah,
was
I really-
When she got eliminated, he ran on stage and hugged her during her last song. I'm like, don't make it all about yourself, Jorgen.
Yeah.
Oh, like Hogan Warrior.
You're exactly like Hogan Warrior.
I was blown away by this. I was very shocked. And I thought, well done. They got me. They did everything to set it up to go, this is just a match. Don't worry about it. No one cares about this group, really. Hey, it's Big Steph. She's never going to lose here, right? Right?
And Fallon and JC used the environment of all these tag teams not getting along to their advantage.
They did.
Yes.
That shocked crowd noise.
It was a shriek.
Yeah.
Was.
It was big. This is bigger than the streak ending. We even had the same. The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. That's the streak I'm talking about. This is bigger than that.
Okay.
Yes. This is Stephanie Vaquer. losing the title to JC Jane. Nobody predicts this.
Nobody did predict it, no.
I bet at least 5 people saw Brock Lesnar winning. If you asked everybody.
Yeah. I wonder what, maybe not numbers won't work because that was a bigger match, but what percentage versus what percentage of people in this case? I reckon, you're right, I reckon more people would be shocked by this, percentage-wise. Pound for pound.
Pound for pound?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Pound for pound. Pound for pound.
What do you mean pound for pound? How does that fit? How does that expression fit in this?
Okay, I'm
If we surveyed 100
Yes.
people and said, who is going to win Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar, a high percentage of those 100 people.
I apologize. I thought you meant more shocked that this happened.
Not more shocked.
Now I'm on board with you. I get your point.
just more people.
I was more shocked.
I
This is
wasn't
Stephanie Vaquer.
I wasn't more shocked, but I carry on. I can't think of how
pound
I'm
for
trying
pound.
to say
We
it.
had the same camera shot of the guy in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like Fish.
yeah, El Planto.
No. I'd like to take that back from earlier in the show.
No, I'll
reaction-
take it and say it. What do you?
The reaction of the shriek, then silence. Like, you can't manufacture that kind of reaction.
Oh no, that was legit. It's just some bloke in the crowd going, that thumbnail face. I'm like, all right, cool.
It's a skill. Thumbnail face.
It is.
I hate thumbnail
I
faces.
hate thumbnail
We
face.
had to do so many in one day.
Bless
Just
you.
do all your thumbnail faces.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never felt more like a YouTuber in my
Yeah.
life.
So degrading.
Yeah.
You got Owen behind the camera going, ooh, that's cheeky.
That's yeah. Can't chat. This is the one we're going to use when we find out which group Liv's joining. AEW Dynamite, which I stayed up and watched live with friends via Discord. So I figured that might be an easier solution than me frantically getting up in the morning and going, oh, what's AEW
Were they
Dynamite?
in
I'll
America,
eat my
though?
porridge. They were Americans.
So they were fresher than you, probably.
Yeah, but I let them beat me.
Hey, Maffew, didn't you think that Tope Suicida was so radical? 2 a.m., leave us alone.
Shut up, man.
Is that how it went?
Yeah, pretty much. Tony Schiavone brings out Hangman Page to open the show. He says wins and losses don't matter. It's what you decide to do with them. He thanks Will Ospreay for the fight of his life and for reminding him why he does this.
Oh, this is very long, sorry.
This was
Oh, God, look at that text.
Hangman's first bit there was so dramatic. I could picture him in a film wearing like a medieval armor, suit of
Yeah, he
armor,
was very...
on the back of a horse going like, I fought for
Tonight we ride.
We lucky few.
The battle is not over.
It's not the win or the loss, it's how you react to the win or the loss.
Yeah.
Yeah. He hands the Owen Hart tournament belt over to Schiavone because it's time to look forward. The world title represents everything good about AEW and it's been locked away for 7 months. Yes. He promises to win it back at All In Texas. Swerve Strickland interrupts. He explains why he's here by airing a video on the Tron. It's the Young Bucks' explanation for screwing Swerve at Dynasty, claiming they did it for Hangman. Swerve thinks it's very convenient that Hangman has a clear path to title now. Page once promised that he'd never let Swerve be champ again. So did he work together with the Bucks? Page calls Swerve a dumbass. He actually thought about helping Swerve at Dynasty, and if he wanted to cost him the match, he'd have done it directly to his face. Swerve doesn't believe him, and they get in each other's face, but Will Ospreay arrives. Ospreay says he looks up to Swerve like a big brother, but he's wrong about Hangman. Page shook Ospreay's hand at Double or Nothing and showed that he cares about AEW. Ospreay says he isn't the man for the job, but neither is Swerve. It's Hangman. Will wants the three of them to work together, but Swerve slaps the microphone out of his hands. He'll never work with Hangman and storms off. Page says the same and leaves too.
Swerve's a dumbass.
Yeah, a bit.
I understand why I wouldn't trust Hangman, but you can't not sit back and go, oh, the Bucks did that off their own accord to try and curry favour with
We
Hangman.
can all tell.
Surely you could tell that, even if you hate the
Tindaloo
man.
favour.
Tindaloo
Oh,
favour.
yeah. And also, I like the developments generally that this segment's going to lead to, but I didn't like Swerve saying, isn't it convenient now that you've got a title shot? Why? He won all these matches. He won the tournament.
yeah. We saw this happen.
Yeah, him saying that it's clear. Yeah, I get that they're trying to build up to it, and you know what? I've no issues having Swerve Hangman yet again. I'm very excited about that. Yeah, but also, wait, didn't we have that segment a while ago where Paige and Swerve realized, oh, we're not so different, you and I.
That's
I'm gonna
the
let go of
payoff.
the past.
Nearly.
Yeah, so maybe it'll have a few weeks. It builds up to that, but you know what? I'm here for it.
We have got 7 weeks, I think they said, until the Dallas show.
Oh, there's
It's
plenty
7. Oh, yeah. Well, no wonder they're doing this then. Yeah, they got that result.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
I like
Do you
them.
reckon-
Oh, sorry, go on, mate.
Do you reckon we'll get a Hangman Swerve versus the Bucks or something like that?
Yep.
Hopefully.
Yep.
And the Bucks will win.
Of course they will.
But they'll wear cute little outfits, though. It'll be fine.
Funny.
look at us, well-
Look, if they change outfits, it disguises the fact that they're still the same Young Bucks.
That's right.
Oh. But I like the position of Ospreay. Because we're still fighting for AEW. Oh, you've got to back him. We can make it easy. We'll make it hard.
Why is he talking like that?
It's just Mel B now, isn't it? From both
Oh,
you bastard.
we have to work together so I can get on the plane. Then get off the plane.
Every Tuesday, I'll get the plane.
All I do,
Every Thursday.
I survive on the nuts that the air hostesses give me.
I always make sure to say hello to the air hostess.
Yeah, I clap when the plane lands.
But I liked it.
Yes.
I liked it.
Yes. I don't know what we're saying.
I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. There we go. Nice start to the show. The Death Riders and Gabe Kidd arrive in their lovely big white pickup truck. Moxie, Marina, and Gabe take on Mark Briscoe, Speedball, and Willow. Claudio Castagnoli tries to interfere, but he's taken out by Commander. They brought the back, but Moxie chokes out Mark to win the match. Of course he does.
The WrestleWank exhibition tag team match came earlier this week, or so I thought, because we had several.
Yeah.
Several WrestleWank tag team matches. Shafir tried to kill Speedball by dropping on his head and shoulder. A lovely moment of the match. Lots to like in this match. Commander seemed weird at the time, but they flashed up quickly the graphic for Collision because he's taken on Claudio. We're going to get 7 weeks of Moxley looking strong and unbeatable. That's what we're just got to... We're at peace. That's what's going to happen. But it'll be fine come Dallas because Hangman will take him down.
That's what
Yeah, it
should
just makes
happen.
sense,
That's
yeah.
what should happen as
Don't
well.
worry,
I'm willing to have Moxley look unbeatable to service the big blow off bit. It's just that if he wins, then
That is, they
No,
can't.
he can't.
They can't.
But
We've said this. We've said this for 7 long months.
Yeah, what if they're waiting for Darby?
I know, but
Maybe he's the
I
one.
know,
F Darby,
Why do people say
Go and
that?
climb Kilimanjaro this time, my friend.
Exactly. And the Ben Nevis
Fuji
stay
once
there.
climbed as well. Piss off there.
I know. I know.
Chase cheese.
You're right to bring that up as a concern, but Hangman's now promised that he's going to win, and babyfaces shouldn't promise, as we know, unless they're really going to do it. It doesn't always work, but he's got to win.
He pinky promised he's going to win.
He's Hangman Page.
Yeah.
He can't lose.
Yeah.
It's impossible for him to lose this
They
match.
wouldn't. If they have Moxley retain at the big stadium
Don't-
show, they
don't-
won't. They
no.
wouldn't do that. They wouldn't.
Let's not even bring it up and manifest it.
Alarm bells will only start ringing if we learn it's not on last. If we learn it's not on last, danger.
Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly take on Crew. The main event.
Not the lifeboatman. The coldest white boy in the game looked very good in this match, I thought as well. Old Gabe Kidd.
Yeah.
He's got that thing about me. Just it's not like nothing's pretty.
Is this just because he's had the Newcastle hoodie?
We've always said nice things about Gabe Kidd.
I'm winding you up. Of course, he's your boy in a certain odd way, if you think about it, but not really.
Yes, we are responsible for the career of Gabriel.
That's it. Hey, this is what wrestlers do now.
He is.
You've seen these written us.
He
We were
is
responsible.
our boy. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
We taught him everything he knows.
Yeah, big fun match. We get a Hurt Syndicate vignette. MVP brags about their recent title defenses and the addition of MJF. Max says the AW World Championship will soon be around his waist again, which gets a few odd looks from the lads at the back.
It's the line, it's just business, that caught my ears. Ooh, I said. Because that'll be used in the promo where one of them turns on the other.
It's just business.
business.
Kid. Maxie boy.
But who will turn on who? Who will turn on who?
I think
That is the question.
that Max will turn on them, but I don't. But it could be either way.
Shelton will turn on Bobby.
What?
No.
He would never ever
no.
do this.
MVP will turn on Shelton.
Possibly. But no, again, no, I don't think so. No.
But yeah, no, I'm enjoying these now. Now I've actually got the thing sorted out. And again, sky's the fact that there's just very little tag team in the tag team division. So I might as well do this. I'm all right with it now.
We do need more tag teams, though. Because
There you go.
that brag of having 5 successful title defenses means nothing.
Yeah, that's him. That's it. Well done,
They
mate.
beat the Sons of Texas.
I know. And they beat the Outrunners.
Yep.
Who should have beat the Bucks? I do concede.
Maybe
but
the
that's-
Guns. Did they beat maybe the Guns?
They beat the Learning
Yeah.
Tree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big Bill and Brian. I
They've
forget
all
who the
gone.
5th is.
They've all gone. Yeah.
And was it Top Flight? Didn't even wrestle them because Max beat them up.
Oh,
MJF
yeah.
beat them up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh.
Anyway, but sorry, there'll be some other tag teams later on that we'll get mentioned. Megan Bain and Penelope Ford hype their rematch tonight against Harley Cameron.
Penelope Ford.
Penelope Ford, I do apologise. And
Penelope.
Megan says they'll be her next sacrifice.
This was very short.
It was. We got a Ricochet promo.
Uh-oh.
He's noticed there's a lot of stables in AEW. In order to win a title, maybe he needs a group of his own.
Well, not only does he use the name Loyal Subjects, which sent a painful, shocking feeling down my being.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Disgusting. It's not trademarked, he's fine. But he also says he needs a crew. And I believe there's already a crew in
Not
AEW.
crew.
Imagine if it's crew.
It would work because they're both fast boys like him, you know, especially Leo Rush. I guess it would make sense.
They've got nails going on.
Everyone dresses like a wanker. They do.
Yeah, you know what? That'll be a good thing.
I think he's doing well, Ricochet, and I'm almost hesitant about this because I like the spotlight just being on him. But it could elevate him.
Yeah.
I
Right.
guess.
I'm intrigued by it.
That's being said, I think him and Leo Rush especially would play off each other very well.
Yeah.
If Leo Rush has still got that dog within him, which I assume he does. He's not that old, is he?
No, I
No,
think
no,
he
he's
was- I think
young
he
as
was-
out.
I think he was really young when he first retired.
Shall I have a look?
Yeah.
L-I-O.
I'm going to say 30, just 30.
Oh, I'm like saying
30.
25 or
Okay.
something. It's like,
30.
oh,
Come
The
on.
11th of November, 94. His spouse is Sarah Liwa Green,
Okay.
oh, that was it.
who makes songs.
Oh.
Looks a little bit like Brie Bella, if you squint.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Harley Cameron ends up with a bloody nose in a no DQ match alongside Anna Jay. Bane and Ford get the win.
She looked badass while doing so, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Getting medical.
Lynch-esque.
Yes. Splattered all over her mouth it is. She's getting medical treatment. She's like, no, I will fight on.
Yep.
That's a good Holly Cameron. That sounded a lot like
We
her.
will storm the beaches.
Okay.
Yeah, it was weird what she yelled at last night.
But there's another really good, like, sort of tag team wrestle wank exhibition, but different because it had weapons.
Yes.
Hands were up, so hopefully it doesn't go boing off the skull. But the chair shot to the head of Megan, followed by that table bump, had me going, ooh. But then she got straight back up and killed Harley Cameron on the stairs. And I was like, ah.
Yeah, they're committed to making her look like an absolute monster still, aren't they? Which is good.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. I don't want to sound awful. I'm worried I'm going to sound awful. Was this, and in the Josh Alexander match later, was this blood real? Or was it fake blood?
Let's check Stevie Richards' YouTube account, and he'll
Because
probably tell us.
This one, they really highlighted the blood spot and everything, like the steps in the face. Whoa. Which I'd be fine with it being fake if it was fake. And if it was an accident, at least it heightened the moment and everything for Harley. The main event, I just thought his blood was really, really red. That's all.
I thought that about Drew in the Hell in a Cell because it was so quick,
Oh,
so sudden, and
but
so
that-
red.
that-
And I went and rewatched it. Went, oh no, that's actually just
All right.
really stunning.
I shouldn't say that then, to be fair, because you never know.
You never know. It's good to be skeptical in these skeptical times.
Yes. I think it's one of the weirdest things in wrestling that it's just accepted that blood should be real. That's just... Unless Harley's presumably was hardware, if it was real.
Yeah.
No, she looked like she had a bump on the old
Okay.
bridge of the nose.
Then I take it
That's
back
that's
about,
where she stored the blood packet.
I take it back about Harley C. But Josh EA, I've got my eye on you.
He's got that head thing, but
The
loads of
amateur
stuff there,
thing, yeah.
There's blood there, some sandwiches. Big grand. Yeah, lovely match though. It's nice when they get the women to have like the almost annual crazy hardcore match.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
Like this. We got a I've already said that. We see Mercedes Moné being driven to the venue in a lowrider before the next match. The Ops versus the Frat House. Well, she didn't want to miss this.
Why did she do that then when they're in El Paso, Texas? She
Yes,
likes Eddie
yes.
Guerrero so much. Her father.
That's right, her dad.
Her father.
The frat house, though.
The Frat House are possibly the most exciting thing in wrestling today. An absolute dream team of Cole Carter, Preston Vance, and Double G, with JJ as the mouthpiece. They're the Gary to Chase Hughes Ash Ketchum. You did write that. Thank you for saying it earlier. Jameson cuts a heel promo on the crowd and says they're about to win the trios titles. The Ops win the match. But the Frat House have won my heart.
Yeah, they have.
Aw.
I bloody love these lads.
He grew up.
Is there a T-shirt? I'm going to have a look.
You cannot be 35 and doing this sort of stuff, Jack Jameson.
Oh, speaking of AEW t-shirts, I was so tempted to buy that big black and Jack shirt that I saw on the pay-per-view. And then I had to think about it and think,
Are you walking down the street in that, are you?
the
That's always-
temptation to do, again, because I've just got self-defense in my brain. It's probably because I live in Biker, you know, and I'm there like, how to make sure people stay away from me?
That's one
Wearing
way.
that shirt will definitely do it.
Especially in biker, that's one way for the opposite to happen. Where you're not big or black or Jack, they'll probably say to you.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. I think your shirt is wrong.
Oh, I lost faith halfway up the sentence there. But yeah, not a fan.
What?
Obviously, I'm willing to let it play out, but we're chase you in this household. And
not anymore.
Oh, you don't like
these-
change?
These lads could go to, I always will be chase you. Like Newcastle went down to the championship, it's fine. But yeah, these lads just grow up. Apart from Cole Carter, you can still do it at 24.
The shirt's not that good. It looks a bit AI generated to me.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. It's like Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, it is
could
like
have,
Drew,
yeah.
isn't it? There's a shield
The
and some
swords
swords
on
on
there.
there. Yeah.
I mean, it does look like a frat house logo, but
Yeah.
the disadvantage of that is that's pretty generic at the same time.
Yeah.
The frat house.
I love them. I love their Tron, which is just the front of their frat house.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love
Oh,
their,
that's what that was, yeah.
yeah, they've got their banners.
Yeah.
They've got their random lads with them, their fellow fraternity brothers.
Do you see
whatever.
one of them piss themselves on the night out? How outrageous can you get? How outrageous.
Everything about
I
it.
love college.
The 36-year-old mouthpiece is a fantastic touch as well. He looks so not a college student.
Preston Vance is 33 as well. Which
Is
I
he?
think, yeah.
He looks young still.
Griff, 27. Cole, 24.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be allowed to hang out with those people. He should be at home, in bed.
I love them. I think it's so late WCW undercard, but in a good way.
Yeah, and they had something with the Outrunners for ages. They probably still do with shirts and stuff like that, but then just kind of just drop the ball with them, I think.
We need the Outrunners versus the Frat House.
Yeah, but like these, if they keep these guys
I disagree.
warm and dumb,
My life would not be improved seeing that match. Unless, of course,
you'll change your mind.
at least as long as
can't
the
wait.
Outrunners flatten them. Fratten them.
Yeah. Oh, I never want the Frat House to win.
Oh,
But
Yeah,
part of
no,
it-
win a
but
match,
as long
ugh.
as they turn up with the same confidence every week, it's
I
just
think
what
it
you
sets
need.
a bad example for the youngsters watching. Go to uni for your degree, not for the party.
Is that what you did?
I nearly made a right mess of mine. But that's why I'm sat here now. You could do better than us. Don't be like the frat house.
Don't be like them. But boo them. Boo them.
Booze them.
Win or lose.
Renee interviews Jamie Hayter in the ring. She begins to speak, but the lights go out. When they come back up, Jamie is attacked by a big spider. Oh, no, sorry, it's the debuting Thekla. She's a scary spider lady, and she packs a punch, let me tell you.
And she does the crab really quickly. It's not a spider.
Yeah, it's only 4 limbs, isn't it?
Crab, innit?
Crab.
You are technically correct,
Or
yeah.
maybe a bridge of some description.
When we were in school, that was the crab,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Crab or... Yeah.
We used to have that gymnastics class.
Yeah.
Made you wear white shorts with a white t-shirt, didn't they?
God, yeah.
Yeah.
I hated gymnastics, mate.
Yeah, same.
Why can't we just play basketball, sir?
Unless they got the trampoline out, then that was a great time.
Trampoline, scary.
Oh, what a time.
Scary, scary. So high.
Oh,
What if I land wrong?
they've got a big red mark in the middle so you know where to put your feet.
Yeah, but you could go, whoa, off to one side.
Such is the danger. But I, Thekla, Telka.
That's mine and Ross's thoughts on PE there.
Aye.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I thought it was really unfair. You know,
What?
PE class.
I thought you meant the deep-
gymnastics class.
Ah.
I think the immediate D-push of Jamie Hayter did.
That's unfair as well.
Yeah, it
Someone
is.
definitely went long on this show because this segment could not have been written down this quickly.
I think she barely beat her down.
Yeah. Well, I was confused why Hayter was down when the lights came back up and then got picked up.
I thought the camera just missed it. I thought we were meant to see her already laid out, maybe. But the camera was like looking at the stage.
Yeah. It was just so rushed.
Yeah, it was.
Because Hayter's not winning that feud, is she?
I think she might.
Against the new spider crab
Oh,
lady.
you're right. But I still think she might. Because she's Jamie bloody Hayter.
It was a really impressive crab, though.
Quick.
How quick she flipped over.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well done. That should be a finish.
That's how she
She does that and her opponent
like, a,
taps
like
out.
a splash, but from a crab position. Eh.
No, she just does the move and go, whoa. Tap. We got a Mystico high package because Tony Khan loves Mystico.
He needs to get over his little Mystico crush. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't really know what some of these luchadors are bringing to AEW.
Tony Khan has just been a fan of him from before his WWE run, hasn't he? Apparently, Tony Khan loved Mystico. I'm reliably informed that Mystico is actually good in CMLL, despite all WWE fans knowing is just him messing everything
Right.
up.
Oh, yeah. But Lucha fans go like, look, don't just judge him because of that. Yeah, he's
But
very, very highly regarded.
Unfortunately, the last widely known match that he was part of in CMLL was against Jericho, and everyone went, that was absolutely dreadful. But that was more, more
everyone-
Jericho than
Yeah,
Mystico,
people went up there going, that Mystico's rubbish.
Fozzy Tour ended this week.
He'll be back. Come on. He needs to join the frat house.
He never left. Carl Fletcher
Well,
challenges.
it doesn't matter. I was going to say something scandalous there. That's
Yeah,
fine.
we'll move on.
know
Carl
what I was
Fletcher
gonna say.
challenges Adam Cole for the TNT title. Cole almost has the match won, but Josh Alexander runs in for the DQ finish, which annoyed me. He and Fletcher beat Cole down, but Kyle doesn't seem too happy about the interference. Brody King runs out to clear the ring, and his match against Alexander is next.
I watched it thrice. His head missed the apron, his arm caught it. Nothing to worry about. Although Kyle should stand closer to the apron to make sure.
Yeah,
Spread that weight.
First of all, I'm not somebody that goes, Adam Cole's really small and skinny. I
You
know
are.
he gets
I've heard
it.
you say exactly
No,
that.
pretend I haven't.
Okay.
I'm not someone who does that a lot, but him against Carl Fletcher, just like maybe go bloody hell, mate.
Wrestlers are all different sizes and shapes.
I know, but it was so apparent.
Carl Fletcher's a tall boy.
I did not realize, really.
He's deceptive. He's one of them like Foley
Yeah.
who you're like, actually.
Yeah, man, have you just gained height?
No, he's
I've always been that tall.
He's always
right?
been like, when he stood next to Mark Davis, everyone thinks, oh, it's a big man, small man. No, they're just both big men.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just there, just going, wow.
I never noticed it once, me.
In this match,
I was just admiring the great wrestling
It was
between
great
both
wrestling.
men.
it was, yeah, it's a shame that Cole's so small he missed the ring.
That's not his fault now. That's Kyle's fault for being stood too far
This
away.
feels like a joke that was made in Matthew's Discord call,
Yeah.
and he's repeating it now for us on the podcast. They're little small, look at him. Yahoo!
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah, that's it. All the Americans. Yeah, I think that's what they were saying. They all fire their guns in the air. They when they see something good.
Arby's, we have the meat.
Yes.
I think it was it.
I know that.
Oh, well, my baby back, baby back, baby back.
I hope this hasn't been proven to be fake, but I'm sure I saw a screenshot of Alvarez on a message board saying that apparently people were angry at Kyle for that going wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, but yeah, he's on the Observer forums.
must be on that. I'm not on it.
Why would you be?
I saw a screenshot,
That's
which
all
could
you
be faked.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, it was a very modern day match, wasn't it? Lots of bangs, lots of booms,
Mm-hmm.
lots of bombs.
Surprised that they give Cole the edge. I know that we don't know for certain that he was going to win the match, but Josh Alexander clearly thought so, and it's led to tension in the ranks.
Ooh.
Not more tag teams not getting along. Because Josh should have faith that Kyle could kick out, because we all know Kyle no-sells everything.
That's right.
He'd have taken that boom and leapt right back up and ran across the ring really quickly.
You know it, don't
Brody beats Alexander to qualify for a four-way international title match next week. Josh is bloodied by the end of the match.
Sorry. I was delighted that Brody King got a big Brody win. Because he deserves it. He's class.
Josh Alexander gave as good as a beating that oh my God, as good a beating as he took. Josh Alexander did give, I do declare.
Yes.
His shoot German on the apron was probably the highlight of his offense. But yeah, Brody King, this was quintessential Brody King.
It was lovely, wasn't it?
Quintessential.
Yeah.
I hope he beats that Omega in that 4-hour match show. 4 hours.
Oh, not this. I forgot about this.
They haven't
Have you heard
confirmed.
this?
Next week's Dynamite is potentially 4 hours long.
Have you heard this?
Because they keep
Oh,
saying...
I genuinely thought you just said 4 hours instead of four-way.
No, they keep saying it's a 4-hour TV special next Wednesday. But then they also show an advert for Collision.
So is it 2 and 2?
Is it 2 and 2 or is
Oh.
it 4 and 2?
And I don't want to assume.
All right, I might be late.
Well, what do we do? What do we do if that's the case? Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah, it's
But
impossible.
we are still keeping AEW in the podcast.
Well, it's starting to get better. Sadly.
Yeah. Some people have been asking me, well, you know, certain other companies are ditching AEW.
It's getting
Well,
better.
it's getting close, to be honest with you, because the views on all AEW specific content are tragic. And we are a business that needs to pay bills.
Right.
So it's getting close.
Because someone brought a sign say, can AEW please be featured in this other company that does stuff like we do? And I'm like, it's not. Yeah, it's a business decision. If people aren't clicking it, it's not good. We hate AEW.
Like if you just look at the views on pitches and predictions for both companies, and you'll see the sort of. It's not.
I think I'm fully 100% checked on this, but is it just because of the sheer rise of and popularity of like the anti-AEW stuff that people like that's taking up all the space on the algorithm rather than?
I think that just two things was that AEW did get worse, generally considered to be worse, at the same time as Triple H took over and WWE was on the rise, and I think it was bad for them.
We'd have to test it out by doing an anti-AEW video.
And if that does well,
That proves the point, doesn't it? But yeah, it's obviously we've got no plans to change it as of us sat here right now, but it's getting.
it's close.
But
because I don't think people realize that because there are some people who just think, oh, like, yo, you guys, you're in the Fed,
No,
Mike,
No, not at
no.
all.
paying money, innit? Just look at the view counts on every pictures and predictions AEW recently. It's tragic.
I preferred the past couple of weeks of AEW to WWE.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Anywho, Fletcher rants backstage about the biased media. Sorry, about not needing any interference in the match. Cole attacks him, and they're held apart by security.
I will kill you, said little
Yeah.
Adam Cole. Sorry. No, good Kavorka.
He goes for his shin.
He'll jump in his mouth and dive down his skull, rip his heart.
like Osmosis Jones.
Oh, well done. Yes.
Or the magical school bus.
All that.
Hey.
Yeah, I
the sort of
thought
the magical school bus where they kill a dude.
good energy from both lads here. It felt really real. The hatred.
Yeah. I like the delusion from Kyle. I should be standing here as TNT champion.
He was about to lose.
He's got a great ranting voice. Hasn't
Yeah.
It's them Australians, isn't it?
he? They're born with it naturally, aren't they?
Can't wait for the Ashes. We're going to batter them. We're not. We're probably going to lose, yeah.
It's going to be the worst for a long time.
Mercedes Moné comes out for a promo to close the show. That's a change. She compares herself to legends like Owen Hart and Eddie Guerrero, but they weren't as good as she is. The El Paso crowd does not like this for some reason. Tony Storm interrupts and talks about Moné's success in AEW so far, but she hasn't once spoken to Tony. What took her so long? Moné says this isn't about Tony, it's about her own legacy, and she doesn't glad hand? Yeah, that's a word. Backstage because she's the Beyonce of wrestling. Tony says she's the Tony Storm of wrestling, and Moné has never met anyone like her. Mercedes talks about meeting a shy, young Tony Storm 10 years ago, and she's certainly changed, but so has Moné. The pair of them still have the greatest women's match of all time. Will have the greatest match of all time, I should say, at All In. Tony talks about their similarities. They've struggled and achieved success, but found themselves in AEW. There's just one difference. Moné wants all the titles, but Tony needs just one, the one she holds. If Moné wants to ride the Moné train through the Tony Tunnel, yes, Storm hopes she can get deep enough.
Oh, God.
Tony
Goodness
talks about...
me.
I know, it's just Julian Clary stuff, isn't it? Tony talks about inspiring young girls who'll watch their match and think, holy poo, these bitches are crazy.
That was a great line.
Another line from Virgin
I
Island.
think Mercedes nearly corpsed when she said that.
Yeah.
Storm thinks Moné is the greatest of all time, but Tony is timeless. Moné offers a handshake, Tony accepts, but Mercedes tries to hit the moneymaker. Tony reverses into an attempted Storm Zero, but Moné bails out the ring. They both do their dances, and that's how the show ends. It's a nice change of pace, I thought.
For a chapter 1 that's going to have 7 chapters, because that's how many weeks we are away from the pay-per-view, I thought it was a good chapter 1.
Yes.
Set the table very well.
Same.
We're both the same, but very different.
The only part of it that I didn't particularly like was just when Tony said we're going to have the greatest women's match of all time. Because... Was it Tony who said that?
I think
Yes.
so.
Actually, maybe it's all right if Tony said that because that's in character. She's all,
Performance.
she wants to put on a movie. Sure. Yeah, fair enough then. I just usually don't think... I never liked the Omega's best bout machine thing because I think wrestlers
I'm
shouldn't
with you,
care
yeah.
about it in character. They should want to win. But maybe Tony Storm is an exception because she's a very show-off. Yeah. I thought she was hilarious in this.
Yes. The sniffing was fantastic at the end.
I have to fast forward the sniffing sometimes. I can't. It really freaks me out for some reason. I'm
Really?
like, yeah, I don't know why.
Someone's spelling you?
I can't deal with that.
Oh.
When Tony does it, she gets right close to their neck, and I feel like if she did that to me, I'd be like, get away!
Oh.
I can't deal with it. I'm like, yeah. Oh, it makes me sad.
On that happy note, that was the week in wrestling.
Let's have a rummage in our mailbags.
Mailbag. Ahoy, diddlers.
Ahoy, you diddler.
Long time listener, first time writer here. I recently, 2 hours ago, attended AEW Dynamite and Collision in El Paso. This is the 4th wrestling show I attended at the El Paso County Coliseum, which originally opened in 1942. If you go back and watch Ricochet's promo, you can definitely tell it is from 1942. On top of its bad looks, it is poorly designed with very little accessible seating. But enough about Ricochet. No, sorry. Nasty restrooms and very narrow concourse that causes a lot of congestion for concessions and merch. While we had a great time at the show, everything else around left a lot to be desired. My question for you lads is, what is the worst venue you have ever seen a wrestling show at? Thank you guys for all the content. It makes my overnight shifts much more enjoyable. Former Manchester United forward Javier Chicharito Hernandez, a.k.a. Christian Wame. Actually, don't know how to pronounce that. I do apologise.
You may.
From El Paso, Texas.
Jaime, maybe? Jaime?
Yeah. Sorry, we are very ignorant. We
Thank you,
apologise. P.S. My wife wanted to say hi to Ross as she is his favourite.
She is his
Sorry,
favourite.
lads.
She's
she is
your
his
favourite.
favourite. Yes.
She is his
My wife wanted to say hi to Ross as she is his favourite.
I've been caught having an affair.
She's your favourite.
Well, I learn something new every day.
We've not heard from Rebecca.
Oh, that's true.
Because she's on her pizza.
Oh, dear.
She's on her pizza. Or under a patio, one of the two.
Yeah.
Joel kills ladies and puts them on
Yeah.
pizza and
They
jam.
call him Fred West Yorkshire.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Well
I
done.
wish I could play out the podcast, but someone sent me a clip on Instagram. It's from Australian TV. It's like a Good Morning Britain kind of show. And they're like, oh, we're celebrating whatever day it is in Australia, to like Family Day, something like that. Oh, we're going to say hello to whatever the parents' names are. And it's just a big picture of Fred and
Oh, no.
they're celebrating 30 years of marriage. And here's a picture of them from their honeymoon in 1990.
Oh, no.
I'll have to show you after the podcast. We can't show, obviously, because we'll get copyright claims, but what a video. Thank you for sending it in, whoever sent it.
dear me.
Liverpool Olympia is my answer.
Oh, the cold Olympia.
Cold. It's obviously a grand old theatre. I don't know what year it opened, but it must have started with an 18 potentially, maybe even a 17. But it was just we went there early in the year and it was frozen.
Yeah.
And never heated up, even though it was packed to the rafters.
Yeah, the crowd, the fans were all in their coats still.
Right.
It was cold. There was a weird little basement room. It was like crumbling down.
That's why Jeff Hardy debuted.
And that's where BT Gunn shot a promo that was so cryptic that people thought it was Jeff Hardy that we were going to... Because at the time he had like long purple hair.
Oh, yeah.
Aye. Or was that in the Coronet? Because I was going to say the Coronet as well with the maybe the basement.
I don't think
was
I went in the
Coronet.
Coronet.
It was in London. I think it was in Elephant and Castle. And like a really narrow, weird theatre. Like you had to it's like, run to the production office and get that, Jack. All right. Up like 4 flights of stairs in this tiny little outlanding building. I didn't like that. I was going to say our first one in Holt Yard was just a warehouse.
I only went there on non-show days, me.
No, right.
I was at the Euros when the shows happened.
Oh, it was the Euros, of course. It was just a warehouse in Holt Yard.
There was a puddle, wasn't there?
There was a puddle. There was a leaky roof in the dressing room. But the wrestlers were happy because we put a PlayStation in there for them. So they were like, FIFA, get in.
And there was just casually Ring of Honor World Champ Jay Lethal walking around. This pit.
He didn't mind. Crowd were hot. You were there.
Yeah. Actually, I was struggling to think of an answer for that, but yeah, that might be the worst
gave it
venue. In terms of venue,
Gave
not
it
the
a bit of
event.
character, though. I think one of the worst decisions we ever made was using a green screen. We had this, for backstage promos and that.
Yeah.
Well, we had all these, crumbling brickwork. It looked so wrestling.
Again, I remember rewatching these on Twitch.
The green screen
and-
was bad.
Wasn't the
Yeah,
green
it
screen
was-
a brick wall, though?
Yeah,
that's it. So instead of the
Yeah.
natural looking surroundings, no, not use that. We'll green screen it, and then brick wall, and the audio from the camera.
Was it?
Even though there was a microphone in the hand.
Really?
So it sounded atrocious.
Oh.
It was on I can't be we're literally seeing the demo tape being released. you know?
Wow.
And then you started doing a proper wall, but the green screen was clearly a foot away, and the lights bouncing off made everyone green.
Yeah.
It was
I
like-
remember.
These guys have come very far.
Well, we weren't in charge of the production of the
I know.
wrestling
I
promotion.
say you guys you
We
do
just
this,
did our
yeah.
silly predictions.
We weren't in charge of anything.
No,
Remotely to do with that thing.
but it was
Well,
fun.
wait, what, you had all that training to do for the commentary, remember?
Worst venues, probably Ross has probably got it right there with the Olympia, though. Even though it's like a legendary, I think that's where Nigel and Brian had their
Yeah.
ring post.
The headbutt
Oh God, I.
It was definitely in Liverpool.
I want to see what year it opened now.
What a grand old building. In
trying
quite
to
a
think-
scary part of town, I seem to remember as well, actually.
I can't remember the part of town.
Oh, I went to Tesco midway, before the show, and
Yeah.
24th of April, 1905.
okay,
So I had no excuse to be that cold then.
No.
It's a modern building.
yes,
There's a few of the ICW shows that were just in a really big setting. Well, it's not the Hydra, for example, but it was a completely flat floor. Can't remember the name for floor then, bloody hell. So it's all right, but it's not, if you're small like me, and I'm Cole size, and you're like, cool, I can't see anything.
oh, the ring's too low.
Yeah.
from where you
so
are.
it wasn't elevated anyway. So,
Yeah.
but that wasn't the venue's
I think-
fault. So
As well, there was a it was with you when we went to watch one in digital, which felt weird
Yeah.
because that's a nightclub, and I'd never been in there in the daytime, and obviously there's no windows and that,
yeah.
and you were something like you're in a box. I just felt a bit weird, and the ring announcer was up in the DJ booth making his way to the ring.
Yeah.
I think the wrestlers might have made their entrance down the stairs.
I think we would have to because there wasn't anywhere
Those
else from
digital stairs are treacherous, by the way.
Yeah.
We've all fallen on the digital
Probably,
stairs.
yeah.
Have you ever been at Dig?
Oh yeah, I used to go when I was at uni.
Oh, man. Oh,
I remember the first day I moved into uni in first years. One of the flatmates had like this special black card to get to the front of the queue at Digital. Felt like such a king. it was great.
Well, we would have hated you because we're the locals.
Yeah, only happened the once, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good. Diddlery doos? Diddlery doos.
Diddlery do.
Diddlery do.
Also, no, before that, I have the pronunciation for that. You may. Christian, you may. Thank you very much. Dear Diddlery Doos, I just wanted to set. It's a great website. I just wanted to start by saying thank you. I lost the last of my sight and entered the world of total blindness back in 2017. My love of wrestling limped along for a few years, but the pandemic more or less killed it entirely. I stopped watching it in 2021, but I never gave up on the podcast. The four of you, up to Joel, keep me up to date, informed, and entertained through it all. I'll admit, Cena's heel turn was just too juicy to resist, and I jumped back in for Mania 41. Oh, I'm sorry about that. The only reason I knew who half the roster were, or what had been happening, was because of you guys. So thank you for I'll say it again, for keeping the embers of my fandom alive. I intended to just dip my toe in, but I'm back to watching both main roster shows in NXT at this point. What are you guys doing?
Sorry, this spider crawled right next to my face.
Bloody hell! One of the most sincere and genuine
Sorry.
emails I've had in bloody months.
I
And
didn't know what was
you're
going on.
making pantomime noises in the
No,
background.
I'm sorry.
I
It
can
just
hear
shocked
you.
me. It was an
You got
actual
a microphone in
gasp.
front of you.
They even
right,
went.
yeah.
They even said up to Joel specifically.
I know, thank you.
I thought you were reacting to that.
No, it's this guy.
You know, you wanted to cry. That's why I was a bit like
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, bloody
Gary
hell.
Lineker.
Sorry, I
Oh,
got
have a word with him.
Bloody hell. Sorry, I won't say the name at the end. Yeah, but like, sorry for that. You're doing all this, and Joel panicked and saw a small spider.
small.
I can't even see it. What are you pointing at? There's nothing there. Oh, I see it now. Yeah, it's
Anyway,
nice.
sorry. It just startled me. I'm sorry.
Sorry, you can't see us, so Joel's scared by a tiny spider. We do try and be sincere, honest. I intended to just dip my toe in, but I'm back to watching both main roster shows and NXT at this point. I've been... Sorry, the idea of someone who can't see, they're just listening to Booker T. Bloody hell.
Probably makes it better. This must be the most amazing match there's ever been. Yeah.
Enjoy myself too much. So I've gone back to watch some old PLEs to catch up on some of the awesome stuff I missed out on. That's how I stumbled across something that blew my mind. Netflix is currently offering audio description, but only for WrestleMania 40.
Oh.
They describe the video packages, the entrances, the gear, the crowd reactions, and even a few in-ring spots when commentary was too busy reacting. It made a huge difference in my experience and genuinely made me quite emotional. I haven't felt that invested in pro wrestling for a long, long time. I figured I'd let you know because, one, you like cool stuff, we do, and two, there might be another visually impaired fan out there who hasn't realized we've been given a golden nugget of accessibility. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. Anyway, hopefully it's a sign of things to come. Up the Netflix. Will one of you be kind to the blind and put accessible wrestling in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, that should just go in regardless.
I'll put it
straight
in.
away.
It's,
Yeah, of course.
No, you can get voted in like the rest.
I think that's true, Matthew. That should happen.
Yeah.
The Hall of Fame is a democratic process.
Oh, sorry, you've lost to Ross's socks.
You've lost to you've lost to
Try again in a year.
You've lost to Angel Delight or something.
Which wrestlers have the most captivating voices? And who do you think you would have gravitated towards if you couldn't actually see them? Personally, I think Priest has stood out the most since I started watching again. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's good. He does have a good voice, actually, doesn't he?
How could anyone not listen to a voice like that? All the best and lots of love from Goalball GB International and Fen Tigers co-founder Dan Roper, a.k.a., I'm saying this because it's on the thing, the blind bastard, a.k.a. Mason from Newcastle under Lyme.
Thank you, Mason.
Again, I'll show that on camera, all right?
I'm so glad that Matthew qualified that statement there because it would have sounded
I know, I like
awful.
Oh, thanks, you blind bastard, for the lovely email.
Commiserations about under Lyme as well.
Oh yeah, not the real
The
Newcastle.
inferior one.
Yeah, Mason, we're all right with you, but under Lyme. Ugh.
I've never even been Newcastle under Lyme.
Me neither.
I once helped someone was getting on the megabus from London to Newcastle. The person sat next to me and said like, when do we get to so-and-so? Because I'm going to this place. And I went, That place in the northwest. I mean, I guess if you're doing this, and to my horror, that Newcastle underline went, no, get off the bus now, stop the bus. Like there were 2 seconds left.
I didn't see them, but I heard a story from a taxi driver that had just dropped someone off from Chesley Street Station. They were trying to get to Chester, and then ended up in Chesley Street. I think they were American. That's quite far.
The wrong side.
Yeah, it's the wrong side.
Map upside down, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, so best voice.
Scott Hall's my answer.
Oh yeah, great shout.
Oh,
I was said on the podcast earlier, years ago, going up the lift. I can't remember now if it was behind him or in front of him. I think it was behind him. It
was the escalator, wasn't it?
It's Starcast. And just listen to him talk. He was talking about pizza. I remember that much. What a voice. So cool.
Aiden English.
Hello.
Yes.
I think he sounds a bit like Kermit the Frog, mate.
Not what?
Matt Raywald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can sort of see what you mean. He's got a bit of a Kenny McIntosh going. Yeah.
Why have you ruined him for me?
Oh, but he's got a lovely voice, of course.
Oh, it's
He did.
beautiful.
He does,
sing.
he does.
I don't like him now.
Oh.
My opinion has been changed because of a podcast I listen to.
I'll go. I think a huge part of they're seen as 2 of the best promos ever, but I think a big part of that is their voices as well, Austin and Rock. They've got good voices for it. Everyone does impressions of them. They must have good voices. For a modern one, I think it's not the nicest voice to listen to, but in terms of fitting the heel character, Liv Morgan has a really
It's a good one.
annoying little way of saying stuff. So yeah,
I'd say Tony Storm as well. Just
Oh,
for
yes.
the sheer aplomb she's putting in.
I like when she shouts "timeless" several times in a row. That's always good.
What was his name in WCW that was always on the phone lines? Had the really deep voice.
Lee Marshall,
Lee Marshall. That is
voice of Tony the Tiger.
really point proven.
You do the on the road report, and I still have no idea what the point of this was.
this
I'm
what
in
he-
Nevada, and there's wrestling fans here. You're like, wow. Thanks, Lee.
Speedball. Every word is enunciated perfectly in every single sentence. Not in like a Harry Potter way, in which I'm doing this sentence right now.
Yeah.
Potter?
This does not. This does not make me go. Yeah, that's Speedball.
I
All
don't know if I
right.
like it. He sounds like Speed Racer to me.
What, the cartoon?
Yeah. Have you seen the YouTube compilations of Speed Racer being a dick? We have to win this race. Knock some guy off.
Killing people left and right.
Funny. And like his girlfriend, right? Be careful, Speed. Shut up! I'm trying to win this race, Wendy. That's what Speedball did. Speed Racer, Mike Bailey.
Apart from that, Lanny Poffo as well.
Yeah.
The genius.
I think someone's got more like a velvety, just like could read you an audio book. And you can just sit there for hours, just listen to the
Becky Lynch when she's talking about chocolate.
Irish chocolate.
Oh yes, she's got a great voice.
A little bit of Dubai chocolate. Bit of pistachio in there.
We're just doing Wogan.
Ne pois.
All right, Peter Terry, obviously.
R.I.P. Yeah. Howdy there, double dog diddlers.
Howdy.
I don't know about that one, man.
I think it's supposed to be like double dog day, yeah. But double dog diddler, 2 Keith lads. With Bronson Reed being the 3rd addition to Paul Heyman's new stable, it's become clear that Bron Breakker fills more of the young stud role as opposed to the heavy muscle role that I originally would have slotted him in. I don't think there's any issues at all with that, and I'm excited to see how the squad plays out. I'd love to see them add a female talent to the roster as well. Someone like Jade, who could use an experienced mouthpiece like Heyman. This brings me to my question, though. Imagine you're a wrestling manager here in 2025, and you have to pick 4 wrestlers to join your stable and fill the 4 roles of veteran star, female superstar, heavy muscle, and young breakout star. Who are you lot picking for your stable? I'd love to see this done as a draft of you guys. Wow, I almost pronounced done like Doan.
All right, Pat McAfee.
Bloody hell.
Doan.
There's a draft if you guys are up for it, where nobody can pick the same wrestler. Oh, okay. And they can come from any combination of companies, not just a Fed. Thanks to the continued amazing content. Your pal, Storm Duck, Ben from Arizona. Yes.
Thank you,
up to
Ben.
Storm Duck. Well, we should go through the categories and someone should go first each time, a different
Right.
person.
Cool. Veteran star.
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Oh, you'll just have that. Arguably the most important pick. Okay.
Yes.
How about I decide who goes first?
Oh, Joseph.
Maffew.
Yes.
Curses.
Up the spice.
And then is it going Ross May? In the line?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You seem quite on it. And now it seems wishy-washy.
So, for WWE...
It can be from any
From
promotion.
anywhere.
I have to cycle through all the wrestlers at once. Veteran star Swerve.
Oh, I thought you were going to say mine. Samoa Joe.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah, okay.
Not just because... I'm going to go CM Punk. You're going to go, I was going to say
I can't believe you did that.
He's got a proven track record of being classed as the leader of a stable.
Oh, thank you. Female superstar.
Who's going first, Joel?
You can, Ross.
And then is it going, me then, Matthew?
Yep.
Why?
Sure.
You're the worst commissioner of a league ever.
I'll go the female star. The Bane train. Megan Bane.
Does that go with your... Oh, that works with Samoa Joe, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got Punk. I'll go Rhea. Thanks, Joel.
Damn it.
I can see it.
Jade, because I agree with what this person said.
Fair.
Fair.
Heavy muscle.
Who's going first, Joel?
Jack.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I'm sticking with WWE, unfortunately. It's not very imaginative, but Obafemi. It's a great first round draft pick.
Yeah, it is.
The heavy muscle. Who has muscles these days?
Oh, no one.
Not many, is there?
Powerhouse Hobbs.
Damn it!
We've taken the two muscly boys and there's none left.
That's it. Haha.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
I will go for the muscle. Mark Henry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prime of his life.
Get in.
Yes.
He's the world's strongest man.
Yes, still. Young breakout star.
Joel?
Oh, you just used Mark Henry.
Whoever's got one first can go first.
We've all gone first now.
Pass this thought
Yeah,
first.
exactly.
Roxanne Perez.
Okay.
I've done it.
Okay.
Okay.
Javon.
Oh, gone.
Oh, go. You go.
Thea Hale.
Oh,
Javon Evans.
we've really gone NXT there. No, wait, Roxanne's not anymore, Burger.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. There's our wacky
mine's
stables.
entirely WWE. I feel so unimaginative. I should have gone for a stardom wrestler or something.
There you go. Fed pilled.
I was really struggling with the muscle. I don't even think of Wardlow, and that's not a right answer in 2025.
He could
surely.
revive his career.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can join
Where's
another
Where's
stable.
he gone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's he gone?
Muscles. I'm trying to think who's got big muscles. Jordan Grace.
Yes, great.
Hercules Hernandez.
Samoa Joe, Megan Bain, Jordan Grace, and Javon Evans.
That's a good stable.
Such all got
Ross's
stuff in,
lads.
Feel
stuff
bad
in
that-
common.
feel bad that Mark Henry's not there anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, he can't be, can he?
No.
No.
I assume he's lost some muscles.
Anyway.
Well, I nearly tripped him over, and
That's right.
apparently, if he'd landed on me, it would have been bad for both of us. So, not all of his muscles.
What do you mean apparently?
That's what they said. They said we were worried. Luke said, sorry, Ghost Bandit said, we were worried. We saw this about to happen, and we were worried he would land on you.
Yeah. This is the way you said that. Like, apparently.
That's what
rumor says.
The report I got, the debrief I got in the DMs the next day when I had the worst hangover anxiety I've ever had. Because people kept sending me pictures of me with them, and I was like, don't remember anything. Don't remember Priest, of course. Great night.
It was.
Scar on my shin still hasn't gone away from when I fell.
Good times. Thank you very much for the lovely stuff you've sent us. Mailbag@cultaholic.com. Tastes like wrist piss.
Oh.
A goontastic day, my diddlers. That barely works. Even though I watch every podcast episode and often rewatch older episodes. Oh, you really? I don't know if people did that. I just realized.
The Statman does. Who said that and all that as well.
Yeah. I have no idea how to actually spell this segment and can't really be asked to check. Today I got a simple this or that for you, with you lovely lads choosing which scenario you don't want to see happening. Be that for personal reasons or business, thinking is up to you. Yes, I know we could also call this which you rather want to see, but life sucks and then you die, so we're going to focus on the negatives. Anyway, here we go. John Cena leaving with the title versus Logan Paul beating Cena for the belt.
I'm going to go... Which one we'd rather not see?
Not see.
The worst case scenario would be John Cena leaving with the belt.
It would be Logan Paul.
Yeah, Logan Paul winning is the worst.
No, the lineage needs to be kept alive with the belt, in my opinion.
But Logan Paul being on that lineage.
Well, Vince McMahon's in the lineage. It's like crap champions before. It would be crap. I wouldn't want it, but I'm going for... I've lost anyway. I've lost.
You have Ava becoming the GM of Monday Night Raw versus Karrion Kross returning to NXT.
Karrion Kross turning. I'm sorry, Ava becoming the
Yeah,
GM of
Ava,
Raw.
1,000%
Yeah.
the worst outcome there.
Cross is back.
Yeah.
Unless he's, rubbish.
I get what they
NXT.
mean because Cross's time in NXT wasn't the best.
Yeah.
You're rubbish, you.
Yeah.
CM Punk, shut up. This is about me right now. Oh, I couldn't.
The Rock versus Cena one last time versus Moxley keeping the AEW title for another year.
Oh, that one. Moxley
Yeah,
keeping
Moxley
the belt.
keeping it.
Nothing
Yeah,
against
nice.
Moxley himself. It's the booking.
Yeah. One horrible night versus one horrible year. Yeah.
I'd watch Rock Cena. Of course, I'd tune in for it.
Wow. Booker T is your stepdad versus Ethan Page as a roommate.
I don't want. Not. I'm sure he's a lovely man. I don't want him anywhere near my mother. I want to keep her away from her.
Oh, yeah, I never even thought about how that would work. Yeah.
I don't
okay.
think they'd have good chemistry. She'd find him loud and annoying. She's a very quiet woman, my mum.
Yeah.
Life would be a joy
No.
every day if Booker T was your stepdad. Imagine just having your tea with Booker T watching telly.
Having your Booker T.
Booker T watching Booker TV.
No, already I'm exhausted by the idea.
Yeah.
I'm going for that one, unfortunately. Booker
Oh
T
no,
is my
the other
stepdad.
one. The other one's the worst. You got the cast and vote, Maffew.
Think of all the action figures he would share with you. Oh, he did think about it.
You know what? Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? God.
No, it's not. Booker T's your stepdad.
No, it's not for the other reason.
Ethan Page as a roommate would be worse.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Yes, it would be. There'd be no room for anything. Oh,
Having Booker T as your stepdad. Yeah.
There's no more shelf space, Ethan.
No, roommate, not living with them. Roommate. Like, no. I can. Booker T's not coming to a room.
He's always on the road. He's a wrestler. I don't know.
Alberto Del Bastardo returns. Versus what it says. Versus one more match for Ric Flair.
I just think, I don't want to pick it because I think that I worry about Flair's health if he had another match. But I'm going for the worst one being Alberto coming back, I think.
I reckon we'll learn from the mistakes of the last match for Ric Flair, and we could do it again in a better way. So Bastardo coming back would be the worst outcome.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds bad because if Rick had another match, he would die. But yeah, don't want Bastardo back.
Might be a
and it's
pill-
still not really been confirmed if he is. Like, they've obviously spoiled the title defense. Title change, I should say. But he's not been mentioned on TV yet.
No.
Eddie Kingston joins WWE. Versus Jericho defeats Moxley for the AEW title.
That'll be funny. But I'm going for that one.
Yeah, that one.
I wouldn't mind Kingston in WWE as long as he was given enough free reign to still shine on the mic.
Yeah, I think you get that nowadays.
Yeah.
Kingston versus Punk again would be nice.
Oh.
Yeah, God, Jericho. CM Punk wrestling Jack Perry on a Saudi show. Versus AFC Sunderland gets bored by the Saudis.
That's not what we're called, but all right. It's Sunderland
AFC.
Sunderland AFC. We're by far the greatest team the world has ever seen. Oh, that's so, I'm going for the Punk Jack Perry one. I just can't imagine the club would become a joke because Newcastle did it first. It wouldn't be good. And I care more about Sunderland. My loyalty to Sunderland's bigger than my loyalty to CM Punk. Oh,
Wait, so which one?
Oh,
Of course
that's,
it is.
that's Sophie's choice for you.
So
then.
wait, sorry, I'm going for the Sunderland one
Okay.
being bought by the Saudis. Yeah, yeah.
Between
of course
CM Punk and Sunderland.
Yeah, of course I prefer Sunderland.
Oh.
Oh, I'd ignore CM Punk. I'd walk past him in the street if Sunderland won a Premier League. Of course I would. And he would respect that because he's a sports fan. He knows.
Fair enough.
I'd pick the other one. I'd like Sunderland to be bought by the Saudis because they all told us that you cannot possibly support them anymore.
That's true.
So I'd like to see what they would all do if the same thing happened to them.
Yeah, fair.
Yes. I remember there was a nice moment on the show when that got brought up in a nice, sensible way.
I was fuming. My head was gone.
That was, wow.
I couldn't.
Was that
believe
ever was that actually kept on record?
No,
We
it was
deleted
before
it?
maybe.
I think it was
I
before
don't know.
Joe's
I
time
can't
as
remember.
well.
Yeah,
Oh, because I mean, if that's lying around, that'd be perfect for Patreon.
I'm in the right. I'm standing by.
Anyway,
I maybe shouldn't have blamed you personally for it. But
something gets bought by the I don't really care.
well, we're back in the leg with you now, Matthew. You've got to care now.
Oh yeah, you've made me care. Sunderland's worse.
Damn.
Come Tuesday, never wrestles again.
I would. Sunderland could cease to exist as an entity to save the career of Von Wagner. For
They
me.
should come back as Cumberland.
What if the Saudis buy
Can
come
you do
Tuesday?
it on a cold Tuesday night and stuff?
Versus Rusev getting a dancing gimmick.
Oh, well.
I'm here for a good time.
I think Rusev can pull that off, so I'm going for the worst one being Von retiring.
Von retire and be sad.
I mean, has he wrestled since?
of course he has, Matthew.
Ah.
We've not seen any of them, but he has.
I've seen the one in the shopping centre. And I'm sure it was his first one back after the release was in a shopping centre. I think it might be the Mall of America. It might have been. I might be talking absolute bollocks there.
Big one, anyway.
WWE hosting WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, which is it's going
That
to
will happen, yeah.
Versus Vince returning.
I'll take one Mania in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, it will happen. So
The money-
Vince return.
It's all money, isn't it? We need cities to bid for it. That's why it's not come
That's
to
it,
London yet,
yeah.
because Sadiq Khan won't do it.
Yeah.
Or maybe he can't do it.
I don't know.
You can't do it.
Sadiq can't do it. I didn't mean that, but yeah.
And finally, go to an Italian restaurant with a laptop or versus arguing with Maffew if he would rather take a stomp or a punt kick / pile driver.
The worst outcomes
Wait, a
arguing with,
stomp? Oh, all right, yeah.
the worst outcomes arguing with you about that because you're incredibly wrong about it.
I'm wrong
It's
about my
it's
personal
infuriating.
opinion.
Is that the one where I'm not allowed to order a pizza? Because if I can have a pizza with it, I'll choose the Italian.
Oh, you gotta
You're
give it-
allowed to eat at the restaurant.
No,
that was never. No.
Oh, no, you're right. I beg
He
your
just has
pardon.
to get
Yeah.
a drink
Yeah,
and then
just a
leave
drink and
with
then
his
leave.
laptop.
Yeah. I'd argue.
Right, I forgot
argue-
that
I'd
aspect of it.
choose-
And that's why you don't want to do it.
Yeah,
right.
I'd choose to, and because I'm on my own, it's weird. I'd choose.
It's not.
Of course it is.
Oh, not this again.
This all started because I saw a man do this when I was.
I remember
in.
now, yeah. I remember it was like 100 years ago, but I do remember.
I'd rather choose the Italian. I'd rather argue with Maffew because I enjoy his company.
Wow, I'm shocked you picked that one.
Being a good lad. A good lad, pal.
Bless you. What drink would you order at the Italian restaurant?
Whatever's quickest. Water. Down the water. Quickest. I'm off ski.
I have to
You
disagree.
can't down it. You're not allowed to do that.
Oh, you weren't even here when the bet was made.
I know, it's that long ago.
Fine. I'm a fan of Dr. Pepper. I would have a lovely Dr. Pepper. 0, if available.
Nice.
Not an alcoholic one. Not if I'm just there for one and then gone. No.
Okay. Ross.
I answered. I said you arguing the toss about that move
Oh, you did say that.
is infuriating
Yeah.
because you're so wrong.
Which would you rather take again?
But we would rather take the Alabama Slam through the
That's
ladder.
sad.
It's academic.
You would rather take a shoot package pile driver.
One where you go head first on the floor like Cheese Hill Man.
It's insane.
It's crazy. You're opting for paralysis, Maffew.
I remember his argument. His argument was, the ladder would hurt quite a bit. Well,
You get up from that though.
yeah.
You wouldn't get up. You'd have to have help.
The reason it was so annoying is because he kept going like, well, if it was done by a safe wrestler, and we were like, no, it's a shoot. It's a real.
You're taking a pile driver as if it's intended.
He was
to
going
be.
like, well, your head doesn't even touch the camera. No,
It
well,
does. It gets
does.
spiked. Your neck breaks.
Yes.
Your arms and legs don't work anymore.
I can't do
I'd
it.
live.
I'd rather go to the Italian restaurant.
Would you take me there in my wheelchair
Yeah, I
to
will.
take the pile
I
driver?
will do. Oh man.
I'll have a Dr. Pepper.
Oh, you've turned into Stephen Hawking,
I
man.
don't think your voice breaks
Okay.
like that.
That's how bad this pile driver is.
Right.
Disclaimer, I was participating in the Mary Jane before writing these.
Okay.
Maffew knows what I'm talking about. Wink, wink. Thank you, subtle Jim.
I got 5 on it.
Thanks so much for all the content you guys produce. It's always appreciated. I hope you never forget that, and even though some of these were maybe tailored to annoy some of you lads during the Reese's Pieces, it's all meant in good fun. Since
it.
you lads are some of the best people I have never met in real life, I reckon. Oh,
Thank you.
Thanks again, former Tottenham Hotspur player Diego Armando Maradona, a.k.a. Noah the Boa.
Thank you, Noah the Boa.
I know you.
Hang on.
Never played for Tottenham.
Did Maradona play for Tottenham? What is there a little joke going
He's a
on
bit
here?
high. From Basel, Switzerland.
Oh, lovely. Basel.
Basel. P.S. Up the triple jump. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
The final video was uploaded a few days ago.
The
But,
Rockstar one.
That's the one that says, it's the podcast. Then.
Oh, the podcast one.
But they've been doing various bits of content.
Yeah.
Follow them in that. I recently was watching Peter Austin's one on Pringles, but he's done a new one since that I need to catch up on. He's a very intelligent man. All right then.
He is?
No, I'm just
I didn't
waiting
know what
for
to say.
Matthew to-
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
But it's
yes,
a podcast.
he is.
You've got to talk back.
You know
to
what?
it.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I was just staring vacantly at you. So I was trying to think, is he? I don't know him that well.
Oh, yeah, no, he
You
is.
might be a dum-dum.
No, he's very. Me and Ross were saying he makes us feel like barely presenters. He's got a proper newsreadery voice. It's good.
Oh. Yes, he does. Thank you very much for that lovely Reese's Pieces. You don't have to be high to send these in, but I imagine it helps. Thank you very much. Mailbag@cultaholic.com. We're near the end as well, so also say patreon.com/cultaholic for... We haven't done a big question, have we?
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
We've been doing this for how many years?
Jesus
We got
Christ.
all the way
Oh,
there.
my God.
What's happening this week?
I didn't even think.
no!
The greatest wrestling podcast.
What do we do? Most shocking title change of all time?
It's Cultaholics.
Yeah.
Great one, Jack. Great one.
I would like to nominate Stephanie Vicker dropping the title to Jacy Jane.
Oh, that's a good one.
Most shocking title change ever. First one that spanned.
Jinder.
Yeah, Jinder's big. I was gonna say when I think
When did he win it?
when it from Orton in
Orton,
2017.
yeah. Backlash, I think it was.
Yeah.
I remember now.
To try and break into the Indian market, I believe.
Yes.
Was the rumor. And then he would just retain it every.
Yeah. So good.
For some reason, it can't be the most shocking one, but the one that popped into my head there was Eric Young in TNA. Remember when they tried to
Basically do Dan
do
O'Brien.
down at Brian, and he even grew a beard.
Yeah. Yes, it was,
Even grew a
it was very
beard.
subtle.
It didn't. I mean, it got a pop at the time, but I don't know if it worked as intended. But he went on and became obviously. Well, he's always been an underrated asset for TNA. Eric Young.
The immortal call of Luger won the title.
Luger won the title. Was that an
Luger
upset?
won the title. He was on Nitro, main event Nitro, world title. Like,
Why did
and
they-
they've done a few title changes randomly on 95, 96. And it was just like, oh, okay, that was
But
shocking.
it wasn't like the later days when there'd be a million title changes on TV.
Right, but it's like, it's the NWO, it's Hogan. They're clearly building up to Sting versus Hogan. And it's just like, all right, here's Luger. He's not going to win.
A great one.
Because Luger never wins a bloody title, does he?
A great one's got to be Mankind
Helped him out.
in 99 on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Schiavone one, the Schiavone title change.
It's a shame that he's
Poor
like, tied that
Schiavone,
forever.
because wasn't it Bischoff who made him
Yeah,
do
but
that?
Schiavone's like, I can't believe Schiavone said that. He's like, what? Come on now.
Well, Alexis King won the Heritage Cup and then took away the Heritage Cup rules.
But they're back next week.
Yeah, they are back next week.
Ethan
no cup, though.
Page. Sorry, Peg.
You go.
Ethan Page winning the NXT title after getting kicked.
Oh, when he fell on him.
Yeah.
It was good. It
Yeah.
was good times.
Yeah.
Probably like something that I wasn't watching at the time, like when Russo won the, when Arquette or something.
What, Russo won it, yeah?
Wait, Russo
Yeah, he
won
did.
it by escaping the cage.
Yeah, by being speared out the cage
Yes.
so ferociously by Goldberg that his hat flew off, his head landed on the. Oh.
That is quite a shock. I would love to know at the time whether people were already joking about that if Russo would make himself champion next.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Aye.
Shocking. Shocking moments in podcast history.
I think we've
forget the
saved it.
thing. Yeah.
Great save.
Yeah.
We've hung on.
Ooh.
1-0 win.
Come on.
Get out of here quickly.
Yes.
Back on the
pretty much.
motorway.
So what have you got for us until next week when we forgot again?
Patreon $5 tier WTF Moments for Saturday night's main event is live now. Double or Nothing will be live early next week because Tubman took the week off.
That's
So
okay.
I know, it's fine. It's just we've been scrambling for editors, so that's why it's a bit late. So yep, that'll be then. It's on the $5 tier. It's uncensored. We have little videos now. It's crazy. Oh, it's nothing like it was on YouTube, thankfully.
Yeah. That's right. Ross gets to put all the dead people in his videos now.
Oh, my.
Not a single one.
It's not out yet, but I'm working towards doing my matches of the month for May. But currently, we are still in the month of May, so I'm going to wait until the end just in case, like tonight, there's like a sick match somewhere. Match of the month for May will be out on the audio feed, and Wrestlers of the month for May will be out on the Patreon as well.
Hell yeah.
Maffew?
No. Oh, new video because it got taken down, so I'll have to put it back up. The temptation is to do a different cover every time and just do it the same video. I don't mean that. That's a
Okay.
silly thing to say. It's a really dumb thing to say. Yeah. So that's it. I was going to plan on getting one out before the next weekend because of just the amount of stuff that's already happened. But I'm a bit burnt bloody out, so I think I'll have a rest instead.
There's been a lot of wrestling.
Like, bloody hell. But it's been fantastic talking about the wrestling with these wonderful people.
What are we saying? And we point at the sign.
Cheese death.
Cheese death is good.
So thank you very much. Mailbag@cultaholic.com, patreon.com/cultaholic. Jack, Ross, Joel, me, Papa Jack. On a count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Cheese
death.
And the cheese death, Joel, is my move of the week.
No, you put one in on Monday.
Nope. Today.
All right, okay.
Overtaking it. The roll down the hill is my move of the week.
Oh my. Oh, baby.
Lost travels,